guys. Today, we start with the rant. Let's get this going. On Thursday night, we had a challenge.
We did have a challenge.
Up against a tough, proven opponent. We were going to embed ourselves into that top 4, earn some respect from the rest of the competition, and lift for the captain's 150th. In my opinion, we failed at every turn. Instead of being ready from the first bounce, we concede the first 6 goals, get bullied in the middle, while some of our players decided to have an extra night's rest. As humans, when things don't go our way, the one thing we do is we make excuses. That's how we deal with our problems. All it does is make us feel better because it justifies in our mind what just happened. 1, we're in a better position than we were last year. Of course we are. But how far do we go back? 95? 87? Are we better than 82 and 81? The problem with that statement is, are we comfortable where we are? Have we accepted being in a middle of the road team? I haven't. Not in my life, not with this team. The goalposts have moved and we must strive for the ultimate and be the best. The second was, we were robbed by the umpires this week. Which decision? The last one? The one in the second quarter? There was a couple in the third. My question is, why were we in that position? Again! Just like Collingwood, we are relying on an umpire's decision to win the game. The third one was Shai Bolton. All I'm hearing is, what a show pony. How could he do that? How could he do that? Fuck, I hate him. That's all I'm hearing. What I'm seeing, he has no respect for our players. He has no respect for our team. He has no respect for our club. Our jumper, so tell me something. Between Shai Bolton, what's the difference between Shai Bolton and when Fev used to walk up to a player and say, get ready, mate, and watch the Fev show? The difference is Shai has put it in your face and you don't like it. How about this? How about after the 3-quarter brawl, we don't allow them to kick the first 2 goals? How about we do that? How about after the goal gets overturned, right? How about we don't allow them to kick a goal within 20 seconds? How about we do that? Let's stop worrying about what he did and only worry about what we should have done. Lastly, the best. I love this one now. Injuries. Injuries. I've seen the list of injuries at Carlton. Apparently up to 11 players are missing. Let's go through a few of them. Cunningham. Played a handful of games in like 2 years. Curnow. Last year, everybody was saying that Curnow, we would be better off if we moved on from Curnow. Now he's a required player. Parks. How many has he played? 2 games? Apparently he's important. McDonald. Melbourne didn't want him. Now he's played like 2 games. All of a sudden he's a required player. Marchbank, 1 game in 2 years.
No, 1,069 days.
In 3 years. McGovern. Last year you wanted to give him away for nothing. Now all of a sudden he's the most required player. Zach Williams still hasn't won us a game. The only players that would probably be important are Chera, Peter Nett, and maybe, who else have I got here? Wiedering, of course, right? Pitts, I reckon, is the most important one there. The others, mate, I think that their replacements did a good job. I'll tell you something. In 2019, the Tigers lost Alex Rance at round 1, for the rest of the year. Dylan Grimes comes in and earns an All-Australian blazer. In round 3, Cochin, hamstring, dusty, suspended, short, elbow. In round 6 and 7, after already missing 3 games, Revolt misses another 10 with a PCL. In round 8, Nankervis does his adductor, 9 weeks. In round 12, Loston is on the injury list. Also added to that were, who else was there? There was a couple of others that, Lambert and Asprey, there were 8 out of their 13 best and fairest winners from the previous year who was missing. Instead of complaining, they put heads down, bums up, and they won the Premiership. Let's stop making excuses. That takes up energy that we could be using for to become the best. Sometimes the problem is we pursue our desires too slow and settle for alternatives too fast.
All night and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with the blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. Cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I'm blue, I'm a need, I'm a guy, 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 I'm a need.
That was an interesting start to the show.
Very well said, mate.
Hey, listen, lucky we didn't do that on Friday morning because it would have been. I've kind of calmed down a bit.
You would have blown up.
I kind of calmed down. Now, some people are going to agree and some people are going to disagree with me. I'm just sick of the excuses by people that everyone is making. Yeah, we've got some injuries and that. I realise and that. But seriously, we didn't lose Thursday because of injuries.
No.
No.
We lost because our midfield got fucking walloped.
That's 100%.
Not just beaten, walloped.
Yeah, 100%, man. And not only that, players were missing. We didn't come to the
prepared.
party. You went to a party on the weekend.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Right. Now, when you went there, were you ready?
Yeah, fucking oath.
And you
And you know what's going to happen.
You know what's going to happen.
You know what's going to happen.
You don't go there not ready. Anyway, listen. We need a coffee.
We do need a coffee.
All right, let's get some coffee.
Let's go order the
There
coffee.
it is,
Go get the number out. 1995. Yep.
Yo, how we going? Yes. I know it's 5 days later, but we never miss a show. We come ready. Yeah, get some normal stuff, yeah. What's this? Oh, you got a new delivery person. All right.
I don't have to go.
So you don't have to get up. All right, we'll get the delivery person. All right, done. Thank you very much.
No more COVID vaccine mandates and shit.
I don't have to go and get the stuff, mate.
What's going on here?
What's going on here? How are we?
Assiedate.
Thank you very much. Hello, gentlemen.
What are you doing, Mike?
Times are tough. What are you going to do? Mars. Rocco.
Michael?
What's up?
What do you say?
Hey, Paul.
That's why you take off the apron,
Take the
have a
apron
seat.
I'm going to ask the
You got
boss.
a
I'm
bit
going to
of a
ask.
break, have a bit of a
Hey,
break.
why not? Get rid of that.
Last delivery for the day.
Whatever.
Chiude la porta.
Michael
Maloney.
Maloney here, mate.
Maloney.
How you doing?
This is the seat.
Hey, listen,
Assiedate.
I just quietly, I reckon you kind of organised this. Oh, but there's 4 cups of coffee.
Smoko was around the corner.
He's instigated this
Yeah.
one. Alright,
You
you
want
want
to
to
do the things, man? All right, how
Oh,
you
boy.
going, mate?
Yes, quite well.
Go on.
The seat of impotency.
Yeah, there you go.
Saints.
You're right here.
I've
mate.
accepted.
You've accepted
It's quite
the
nice to
invite.
be here.
Nah, welcome to the Jumper
Thank
you
Bunch.
for having me.
Welcome to the Jumper Bunch. Big week this week.
Yes.
It's a big week this
How have we
week.
all calmed down?
Yeah,
yes.
I think so. Still a bit anxious with where we're at and you
Don't know
but-
where, and we'll discuss that. We'll have a look at
Can't let
all
the
that, and
standards
we'll
drop.
see where we're at, where we're not at. We'll see what's going on. But in Dando, let's
I've got to take
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. Cheers.
But cafe de coffee.
Yeah, here we
So
go.
open up the
To the
gurgler.
jumper punch.
Cheers.
Salud, how are you?
Ciao.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, that's got a bit in it. That.
Why you?
What the hell did you put in that? Panther piss.
No.
No.
That's
Is it? This one here.
the grappa. Luigi Francoli.
Francoli.
Grappa di erba luce.
I love that name,
Mother-
Frangoli.
Ooh, that's like fire starter.
That's your drink.
I'm
Yeah.
having a Nutella. Be ready. I've never tried any of these. Are
they're
these
good.
any good?
Yeah, they're good.
These
No,
tech?
they're
I never
Nah.
tried
They're
these.
I'm going
fantastic.
to use your one. They're tech,
They're
mate.
tech. They are tech. They are
They're
tech.
tech.
They are tech.
Hey, who's the coffee?
Oh, Melbourne Coffee Roasting Co.
We got it.
Use Carlton 15 at checkout.
What
Oh,
coffee do you use, mate?
Me, I use Melbourne Co.
That's the one. That's the one you're learning.
It smells beautiful.
So thank you to
Can you smell it or?
You want to smell it, Paul?
Mr. Baby Lacqua.
Only the best.
Only the best. And the other one is, of course,
Marino Bros.
All your fruit and veg and Italian stuff and all your lindiki.
Tell you what, I could go a bit of rape.
Rape.
That up, oh, that'll fix everything up.
How's the iceberg lettuce situation going for him? Yes.
Actually, I saw them the other day, $8 now.
That's not bad. Bargain.
Back with them.
Bargain.
Now.
Stocks.
What was it before? Like $1? Before
No,
that? $1, $2?
$1. Yeah.
I don't
Imagine
know,
if they
but-
sold them at the MCG. They charge you 25.
Yeah, no, they'll charge it.
Is it a bottle of water? Fucking ridiculous.
No, it's
50.
ridiculous, man.
Nah, yeah.
I did that not long ago.
You know when
Nah,
people
I was
tell
at-
me-
Nah, I was at the G on. We were at the G. It was at
Thursday.
380.
Is
on
it?
Mount Franklin.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
Still.
too expensive.
You know when people tell me, "Oh, can you go buy me a bottle of water?" I go, "No." You buy your bottle of water, go to the tap. I buy you a bucket bottle of water. You want a drink? Go get your Powerade or Coke or something. Make it worthwhile. Not a bottle of water.
That's it.
We'll keep that in
There's
mind.
sugar in there.
Keep that in mind.
All right, it's okay.
Don't answer a bottle of water.
We'll have to know that.
Top Dog Liquor.
Yes,
Yes.
Top Dog Liquor.
With our, well, thanks to Lyndon.
Lyndon
Lyndon
doing the
Hosking.
job.
Hosking?
Lyndon Hosking.
Yeah,
doing
thank
a
you
great
very
job out
much.
there. We've
And-
got 3 bits of items that we're sending out for Manjari Football.
Yeah,
which
so
will
they'll
come-
be going out to you.
They'll be out sometime at the end.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the end of this week.
Yeah, that's
It's
it,
like
that's
5 to
it.
7 business days for when we order
100%.
them.
We're
so-
getting Marino Bros to deliver them.
Yeah. No, he's going to deliver them.
Yeah, well,
that's it. The
time's
new
tough.
job, new job, yeah. So we have just one this week.
Oh, so
All right.
one
And
and
then
done.
what season is it?
Salami season, isn't
All right,
it?
let's have a look at this one.
Is it
here.
salami? It is salami season.
No, no.
That's for later.
That one there.
That's for later.
That's for later.
Oh, it's got a Carlton little beanie on
How's
top.
that one
They're
there?
nice.
Who sent that in?
They're thick ones too.
That's juicy. Bella tendera.
I'm making it this week, so there's going
Are
to
you?
be
Are
a
you?
vlog.
a
A
vlog.
vlog. vlog. Are you going to do a video thing
I'm going to do a vlog.
for,
A
for the
vlog.
show? A vlog.
That's what we're doing. A vlog next week of the salami making
What are you doing
process.
about here?
Yeah, we'll do it here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've got like.
You put a bit of fennel in it?
We have got a group at work, right? We call ourselves the salami slappers, right? So we make salami.
That sounds like it's got a little bit more than
Salami.
the salami going for it, I reckon.
You got to see the big dildo thing we used. That we used to put the netting on.
Straight down, eh?
So we make salami, prosciutto, cabragola, and the wine.
You can't beat a good gabagool.
Do you do
You
Gabagoo.
can't beat a
hot
gabagool.
salami?
Yeah. So we'll do a hot and a mild.
Mild.
Yeah.
And then he asked, do you
Bit,
put
bit of fennel.
Yeah, we don't put the fennel in ours, but I actually don't mind the
I
fennel.
don't like
like
it.
it.
I like it.
I like
It's a northerner thing.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
from
I
the
like
north.
it.
And some people, like we put the sauce, some people don't put
Some
the
of the,
sauce.
the capsicum
Yeah,
paste.
don't put
Nonno
it.
used to
Yes.
like the finocchio.
Yeah,
He
I
used
like
to
the
like
finocchio.
the-
Yeah,
I like
a
it.
bug of the finocchio. It's nice and little bella finocchio.
Yeah, it makes sense if it's part of the salami slappers group.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's exactly right.
Now it's making a lot more sense.
Salami.
Where's this show going? Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah. MA 15,
Hey,
nearly R rated.
get onto our channel.
Yeah.
Yes, get on to it. Who sent that photo in, by the way?
No way, we'll see
Oh,
the photo.
okay.
They didn't see it. You saw it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that photo.
Oh, okay, we haven't seen, what, the salami photo?
No. Oh, yes.
That's what I was
I thought
saying.
you were talking about the
Yeah,
other
fucking
one.
marbles.
Who sent it in?
Claudio Marotta.
Ah, that's
Good
right.
on
Yes,
you.
yes, Claudio Marotta. Yeah, that's
So
right.
Claudio
That's a
Marotta.
beautiful name, that.
It
Marotta.
is.
I like it.
Marotta.
Actually, one of my best mates is Marotta, so there you go.
Marotta. Maybe they're
But
related.
Claudio, you are the winner on default.
By default.
One and done. He would have won it anyway.
Well, hey, listen, he put the effort out, he's brought it out, and
Mate,
we'll-
you put the effort in, you win.
That's
and
it.
you're gonna get a choice of your
What you
top.
put in, you get
And-
out.
While we're here, the
Yes.
merch.
Oh yeah, we're going on. To
Everyone's got the merch on.
Have you got
Yes,
yours on?
Paul.
Oh, yeah, you got
As I said,
yours on.
working.
Yeah,
Well, you
that's
had
you
the
know,
merch apron on. Hey,
Yes, the apron.
should make aprons, shouldn't we?
Send in a picture.
There we go.
Send in a picture. I'm telling you,
Yes.
it's easy, man. Send
We
in
can
a
get
pic-
our own aprons now.
We can get the. I was thinking about aprons. I think aprons would be a good one.
Yeah.
I reckon
Nonna
aprons
would approve.
Yeah, I would have got one.
Get guts.
The merch, yep. And that's it, yeah. So that's it.
good.
The merch. All right. And let's before we start, we are 40. Now
This
we
is
just-
episode 4. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yes,
So
yes.
we like to know a little bit about our guests, don't we?
We do
Yeah.
like to know a little
So
bit
I'm going to
about
call
our guests.
this. Please explain. Let's have a look at this one here.
Oh boy.
Now we'll start with the one on the left. That's a young and handsome. Look at this Paolo.
2 roosters, mate. Look at that.
Look at this.
That
one.
ain't good.
Did you do all right then? mate? I reckon
Skinny
you
back
did.
then, Maloney.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Times have changed, bro.
Look at
Oof,
that. Now this
oof.
one here. Now this is at the Blue Oyster Bar. What was? What was going on here, mate?
I heard it was the flower drum. I heard they were at the flower drum.
What is the gun, mate?
Because the
I
gun.
really don't have anything to say. You haven't prepared me.
Hey,
for this.
if you zoom in to the left a little
Yeah,
bit,
that's
look,
you.
What am I eating something?
What
Am
were
I-
you eating?
He's wearing a fucking beanie in the club.
What's
Oh, you got a
goatee?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Look at Adrian.
yeah.
That's filth.
He's got the guns going on. I've done the hand motion.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's
Ah, that ain't a good
I
photo.
remember that night.
Look, it's,
actually.
we were young, dumb, and full of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
That's not good. I hope you don't have more. But it seems like you do.
We might have another one here and there. We'll see how we
Oh,
go.
God.
But that one there. So yeah, so we'll get a little bit of an insight
Yeah.
into.
Please
Michael
explain more
Maloney.
like
Please
it.
explain. Please
Hopefully the
explain.
missus isn't watching that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Steph.
This is all the prior
That was
age.
a different.
was a different
there was
Michael.
there was a different time. I think.
The different pant size as well.
Yeah, correct. Look, everyone experiments when they're young. Huh?
That goatee. An experiment that sailed a long time ago.
That's bad.
All right.
That's bad.
All right. If you are counting, how many all rights have I said? Apparently, I say,
Listen.
All right. Again, I
It
can't
should,
help it.
you know what we should do? We should do an episode.
Like A-listen versus
No.
counter.
The jumper punch speeds up 2 times every time Rocco says all right. And then it'll end in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's 30 seconds to be all over. All right, we are number 40 here. 40. Hey, 40. It was hard to pick some players there. We did finish off on a ripper, but let's start with this bloke here, Daryl Gilmore, 1983.
One game.
Yes.
One.
One game.
Did you do
3
your
goals.
research, Muzz? Yeah.
Look at that hair.
2 goals with his first 2 kicks.
Oh, see, I love that club.
3 goals
First
for a
goal.
game.
Yeah.
Never played another game.
Poor bloke.
There's actually another bloke that did that, and that
There
played
is.
against us.
100%. Yeah, 100%. There's only 2 people that have
Him
ever
and
done it.
Judson Clark.
Yeah, and they only play. I like him, mate.
Judson
On the
Clark.
research.
Muzz
That's
is-
good stuff.
Muzz is-
You were on
Muzz
it.
is on the board today,
I
mate.
know that though. I know that.
That's unreal.
on the
Yeah,
ball,
there
mate.
was. There was only 2. So there you go. What about this picture here? His name is Peter Kenny.
Peter Kenny.
Look at this.
Wow.
He's a
Look at
strapping
the
young man.
guns on him.
Yeah,
As a
no.
Foster's
He
mate.
should have had
11
the. He should have had
games,
the. He should have had the gun motion out.
11 games, 20 goals. Yeah, he should. 84 to 87, right? Didn't play in Premiership or anything. Kenny was one of the mandated free players that the VFL clubs had to provide to the newly created Brisbane Bears.
Wow.
How did you feel about that?
He got actual fangs.
You did?
Yeah.
So he was a foundation player.
For the Brisbane Bears.
Bears.
I don't think he played.
Oh.
But he was one that was nominated, so they go have to go, listen, man. We've
Brother,
nominated.
you need to go.
How
up.
bad? Well, I don't know how you'd feel about that.
Shit.
They do shitty.
How good? How good?
Was
are
that
those
each
Guernsey
club had to
sides?
Yeah,
nominate?
home.
Each club had to mandate 3 players at the time, so they could start off these Brisbane Bears.
I didn't know that.
Hey, listen, let's have a look at this video because there is actually in his 11 games there is some video here. Look at this. Look
yeah?
at it. Stop.
Is that him in the
That's
goal
what we
square?
need. We need him now. There he is.
Oh. Okay. Thanks to the spirit of Carlton as well.
The spirit.
Thanks for
And we thank
the videos. Thanks for the videos.
Here we
and
go.
the
Oh,
info
look at
and
this
stuff.
nice chest mark there.
There's 28 there.
Yeah, I actually think that he had to wear. He wore a different jumper here. But this is the highlights that they had.
Jeez, she's got a few.
Looks like we could go at the moment.
Look at that. Look at this kick.
Beautiful kick.
That's a chiseler.
Hey?
48.
They were good highlights.
I don't know who for. I'm going to get him for number 40. Who was that? 48. We're going to go
Nice pair of
chase
jukes.
him up. We'll chase him up.
Nice
Chase
pair
him
of
up.
jukes.
So there you go. So yeah. How about this bloke? Does everyone remember this bloke here?
Let's have a look. Oh, Jimmy
Oh,
Plunkett.
Jimmy Plunkett. He was a school teacher at Parade.
Wow.
Is he really?
Yeah, he
01
was.
to 03.
Before you came.
I know he's a parade boy as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he was a parade boy.
I think he was.
I haven't got
Is that
that.
right, or
But
right?
37 games, 14 goals, recruited from the Bulldogs after he played 10 games. Had his best games against the Crows in the finals. Everyone remember that?
2
34
goals.
possessions, yes.
Kicked a beautiful goal on the run. I was watching. I seen you the videos of that game. I was watching that game last week.
We
Actually,
thought-
because I've got so much time on my hands.
Yeah, that's it. And you remember every single detail. We thought we'd found a midfielder. After
Mate,
that.
he was
Yeah.
his
Okay.
2001
Actually,
season
not
was
bad.
I know,
strong.
that was his best season.
Yeah.
And then
When did he
after
retire?
He
2 seasons
retired.
later?
Yeah. So he retired.
2003.
Wow.
Exactly.
it was Pagan. Pagan just
Pagan got
Yeah,
rid of
one
him.
in Cenas.
Wow.
But is that what he's remembered for?
Probably the final. He's probably noticed the red hair.
No.
Tell me it's like an ad or something.
Let's have a look at this.
Is it ad? Oh really? Is it? Oh god. Oh my god.
It's hot out there today, Mr. Walker.
Him in the black hat.
Sure is.
That's him.
Don't the crowds annoy you, Mr.
him?
Walker?
No.
Jimmy Plunkett.
Anything at all bother you?
Yes. Batsman and flies.
That any good?
I reckon it works longer than the
Max
others,
Walker.
son.
Walker, yeah, Max Walker.
I used it too, Mr. Walker. Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.
Wow.
He's all right, Maxie Walker.
Maxie Walker. That was Jimmy Plunkett. He was a
Plunkett.
star.
Little young lad.
There you go.
Could
That's
have gone
what he's
into a
known
career
for.
in Hollywood.
He could have, but he didn't. He could have, but he didn't. Look, if he wants, he can come and see me. I can give him some tips. I can give you some tips. Hey, listen, let's talk about this bloke here. His name is Scott Howell, 80 to 85, 39 games, 12 goals. Not many, but Premiership player.
Really?
In 81.
Go.
He is the only third generation player in BFL AFL history. His father, Jack Chuka,
Oh, Chuka.
Chuka.
played in the 47 Premiership.
No?
Chuka. Who's Chuka? It's McLean. Brock McLean. Chuka McLean.
No.
Thinking of something.
And then Chuka's father, Jack Senior, those days they're no, like they call everyone the same name.
No,
Jack.
no creativity.
Was best on ground for the South Melbourne in the 1980 Premiership, so win over Collingwood. And in 81 grand finals, Selby was ruled out. So in the 81, Selby was ruled out, and that's when Howell was his replacement. And he played on Peter Moore,
Oh wow. Sheesh.
and Parkins gave him one instruction: run him off his feet, and he did. And Peter Moore had a poor game. Yeah,
There you go.
it was hardly sided.
Well,
Yeah,
David
and he won a
Parkins.
premiership. So in 81, he's our only premiership player for that number.
40.
Yes.
Yep. Good highlights, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few little highlights. There you go.
40,
Yeah, look at
bang.
him.
So how many games? How many games did he play?
He only ended up playing 39 games, 12 goals.
How's how you think these players
Look at
play
some of
for
these
premierships
players
and
here.
only
There's
play
Mark
like
Who.
30, 40 games?
Every
Yeah.
time, all these players.
It's just timing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh, there's a
Kick
goal.
the goal.
How many games did they have in the season back then?
20?
I don't know. How many?
Because obviously it wasn't the VF, it was a
Still
VFL.
24. But
Was
you
it?
had 12,
22.
22, yeah.
Or 20, 22. Yeah.
There was Bazasto, Ashman.
Wow.
Look at the goal square with the
Yeah,
paint in
yeah,
it.
that's
You
right.
remember the old VFL? They used to have Australia Post.
Correct.
The
Yeah,
VFL
that's
at
right.
Port Melbourne. You know, they kick out from Port Melbourne. You see Australia Post.
Hey, look at this. You know, this is
43.
David Mackay.
Ah, Swan.
Mackay needed to score. And a lovely kick assist from David Mackay right up towards the goal square.
There he is, good mark in the square.
Squares.
Wonderful mark. You have to take into
That's what
consideration
a play you were, Swan
the
Mackay.
circumstances. The wet ball, the heavy
Wow.
ground, and so
Number
it's
43.
great
There's an argument who was better.
the dry ball being a new ball used every quarter.
Who was better? Well, 1-1-1 premiership, 1-1-4.
That's
Very quickly in this second quarter. Howell's shot just got in.
Go! Look at that strapping young man there. So there you go, mate. So that was that bloke there. But
Oh, you missed one.
who?
Who'd you miss?
You didn't do your research properly.
No, well, there's heaps. I mean,
There was one good player that wore the number 40.
Who? Adam Ventic.
No.
oh, but what? He played one game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but you can't count him.
Doesn't
mate.
matter.
Radden.
Yeah.
Oh, Brett Ratton. Okay.
He did play one game in 40.
40, did he?
Yeah.
Yes, one game.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
He
game.
started his career as a back pocket, didn't
Yeah.
Yeah, with number 40.
he? Isn't that crazy?
I know.
He started his career as a back pocket and then become a star.
That's where they got the idea
Because
for Williams.
I only brought it up because you're going to have somebody in the comments that says,
Yeah, I know. No, you're right. You're right. He did play one game. He did one game, but I think he's better known for the number 7. What do you reckon?
Yeah, just.
but
Just.
Hey, who's this bloke? Look at this strapping young man.
Oh, Jammer. Big boy.
Look at him. He's like a Bella. Hey,
Chisel
listen.
jaw.
This is what we. Oh, there's a lot we remember. Jamo was a good defender, wasn't he?
I don't think. And we've been to the footy for years.
Yeah.
I've never said a bad word about that
Nah.
bloke at the ground.
stopped by injuries.
Ever.
Yeah.
Dogged
Loved
by
him as a
injuries.
And he
player.
still ended up playing
Loved him as a
150
player.
games,
Yeah.
right? He played for 9 seasons, and he started as the number 17 rookie draft, man.
Yeah, but there was a stage where he was probably,
Probably
the best
defender.
best
one-on-one.
fullback in the
Yeah.
comp. Seriously,
he
mate.
was so good. But this is what I remember him for. Let's have a look at this.
Let's have a look.
Here we go. Look at this. Oh, look at him
Good
leading.
mark.
Look at Ryan Shawmakers.
I remember this.
Keep chasing Taylor, brother.
Watch this.
That's
Hey, look
kick.
how straight this
It's a
is.
beautiful kick. Wheel behind that.
Yes.
You reckon
Right.
he's happy
Oh,
here?
yeah, take some Carlton. Sausage.
Hey, this.
Yeah.
Big boy, mate. He's a big boy.
He's a great person. He's just a great person.
4-12, 8-14. We came back and nearly. That was when.
Yeah.
What was it? Fucking, who kicks the goal?
Yaron.
Yaron kicks the goal on the
Ah,
run.
Yeah. This would be big.
Yeah.
He's a great person. And again, like you were saying, never had anything bad to say about him. Just
Ever. As a
played
player,
the
never.
was a good,
monogram with
honest
heart.
player.
Good, honest defender.
And like we found out,
Strong.
because everyone knows we interviewed him.
Did we?
Yeah, we interviewed him. As we found out, he started as a rookie, and he ended up like captaining the side.
He did captain, yeah.
A couple of times, which is I think a big badge of honour, man.
Bloody
And he
hell it
ended
is.
up 150 games.
150.
From a rookie spot.
Fuck, it's pretty good.
Got the most, and honestly, injury probably curtailed
Dogged
Yeah.
him.
the
And
shoulders.
he played
Could've
at
played
a
like
time,
200,
man,
200.
He
we
played at a time
were-
against some damn good forwards as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Nick Rewald, Jonathan
Yeah.
Brown,
All of them.
some big names back then, and Buddy Franklin.
Yeah.
And
Lloyd. Yeah,
Lloyd
Lloyd.
At their peak, you know.
at their peak
Football.
and could play against all of them.
No, he was really good. So we did this interview. Everyone's going to notice someone snuck their way into the interview. So let's have a look at this one here. All right, and here we have him. Mr. Jamison, how are you, mate?
Better now, good to be here.
Jammer.
Hello, mate. Excited
Pleasure.
really quickly.
You two know each other.
Hello, mate.
You two know each
And
other.
we also
My show
have,
photos.
And we also have Mr. Michael Maloney, very
Maloney.
close friend of my long-time high school buddy.
So he's been hanging around for like 4 or 5 episodes, and we had to put him in. So here he is. So we're here to do what episode are we?
Number 40,
Yeah,
obviously.
because you've seen 39.
Of course.
Hey, first of all, you used to do a podcast, yeah?
I was the OG, a podcast.
Yeah. You
Jam
like
Much
you
Junk.
used to watch it, and was Wigo once
Wigo
on
was
it?
the start
Because he
of it
told
with
me
me,
he was. Yeah, he used to.
Wigo was
used
the
to
best, actually. He used
Yeah.
to sing a song every
Yeah,
week.
no, he was good. So
Yeah.
you were like the OG. We used to get down there and listen to what you
Yeah.
had to say.
I should be featured in the credits of this.
You are going to be featured. All right, let's start.
Get into it.
Number 40, 150 games.
On the dot.
Did you ever think you're going to get to 150 games when you first started as a rookie?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought there was no chance. I thought Gavin Krasiska got me down to the footy club from North Ballarat, and it was sort of a bit of a get lucky sort of thing, I think. And anyway, Dennis Pagan gave me a chance on the rookie list. I was a rookie for 3 or 4 years. Nominated rookie so I could play. But to answer your question, I thought there was no chance in hell I was going to play under 50.
Yeah, especially getting were like in the rookie, like it's just we're going to make it.
Yeah.
And we had some fairly good players at the time, didn't we?
Well, I was going to say the opposite. I was going to say.
Oh, really?
I was probably lucky we weren't doing that well.
What year were you in?
I got.
Six?
I think we wouldn't
Oh,
spread
yeah.
my first
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah, no, you were. You're right. We started losing
How old
those
were you?
players.
You're just
Well,
trying to be
Libra-
nice, aren't you?
Liberatore on the footy show pointed at me playing my first year as a reason we were tanking.
That's comforting. That's very comforting.
Libra said
Check him out.
when they did the Cruiser Cup in the first year against
that's
Melbourne.
Yeah.
And he went on the footy show and they said, do you think the Blues were tanking? He said, well, I don't know about tanking, but we're playing guys like Jamis.
Like Michael Jamison, a fullback.
Thanks.
So that was the confidence I took out of the first
You're a pretty
year.
skinny, scrawny bloke, weren't you, when you first
87,
started?
yeah, 87 ring and wet.
How old
Yeah.
were you when you got drafted?
I was a bit older, so I was 20, which was like a mature age
Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now they're 26, 27.
So how did your footy story start? Were you always a defender, and then how did you sort of become the player you were at the club?
No.
So from junior years up through the.
What do they say
through
that
the AFL?
defenders are forwards that just don't make it?
Yeah.
Which is probably a bit true in my case. So I was born in Hamilton, in the country. 2 hours west of Ballarat.
Races out there, Hamilton
Hamilton
Races.
Races,
There you
yeah.
go.
Billy Picken was the secretary of the Hamilton
okay.
Race Club.
There you
So
go.
a bit of trivia for you.
There you go.
I just played footy like I'm sure you guys did growing up, just with mates. Wasn't a good player. Was just as you said, scrawny and dangly, and used to play. When I was 15, I played on ball, and then when I was 16, I played in the ruck. So I had a bit of growth spurt. Played 6 games of TAC Cup. So just a not regular, just a battler.
How'd you go in those games? You must have
No,
fairly.
not really. No, I think I was always one of those players that they potentially could be something. So they'd throw me a few games here and there. So TAC, I think I played forward. Then I went to the Roosters in the VFL under Gav Francisco, which I said. And then he was the one who threw me back.
North Ballarat.
Roosters,
Roosters.
Ballarat.
Yeah,
that's right.
Roosters.
So he was the one who threw me back. Got lucky on the rookie list. First year of VFL for the Bull Ants. I think Barry Mitchell played me on the wing and half back. So I was just...
Barry Mitchell, everyone says that he was a good coach.
He's a great coach. He's a really hard
I've
coach.
heard a few times,
He used to, I probably got my all-time best sprays off Barry Mitchell. And I reckon most who played under him would say that.
Yeah.
Could give a spray. But backed you in. I mean, that sounds sort of silly, doesn't it? Sprayed you, but backed you in. But great coach. Great guy, great coach. Ran into him in Tassie the other day, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's obviously breeds them pretty well, too. His son's
Son's a good player.
Yeah, no, his son wasn't a bad player either. That's true. All right, there you go. The
was
interview.
great.
That was great. How was that? That was
Great.
your first jumper punch interview?
It was, and it was his as well.
It was his first time.
He doesn't really go in front of the camera much.
Thanks for organising it.
No,
Yeah,
no worries.
that's
You can
right.
explain your relationship
Yeah, so
with him
explain
to
the
the
relationship.
jumper punch faithful
Yes.
audience.
Well, so I used to work at the club back in 2011. I was their chef. And we had a really close relationship. I had a close relationship with a couple of the players, but me and Michael always had a thing. It might have been a Michael thing. And, he took me under his wing. We just became, mates. We both left. Obviously, he retired. I left there, and we've always kept in contact with each other. I ended up starting a small catering business, and it wasn't for his real gusto behind it. I probably wouldn't have started it. He basically backed me in and said, Michael, go for it. What do you got to lose? And it was during COVID. Carpe diem. I'll never forget he said that to me. It's basically seizing the moment that you have in a time that you don't know that you have it.
Correct.
I like it.
Yes. He's just a great person.
I think Jumper Punch did that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
like
It's all
it.
carp diem. I have to
We've
get
had
it
some-
tattooed on me as well.
We've had some good times together. We've gone out and, as you'll see in the interview, one of the stories about when we were up in Brisbane. So we'll leave that one for there. But yeah.
So everyone get on to
The Jumper Punch
Yes.
YouTube channel.
now. It's last week's interview.
Oh, huge.
Ange Chris.
It's huge. It was
Hey,
huge.
there were 2 gents that came up to us. Yeah, you said we're walking back to the car after the game, father and son. Said, "Oh yeah, we watched you yell the one who did the stuff with Ange and blah blah." They loved it. It's awesome. How good was it?
No, that's like the best interview I've ever done. Mate, Jamo is the best one we've ever done, right? But Ange was just a special type.
Storyteller.
Yeah.
There's a storyteller.
We just went out and just started telling stories. And like he said, yeah, everyone wants to know about, I got 2 kicks and 3 marks that day, But everyone wants to hear about when you went to
Stories.
when you went to Chasers. That's what I want to know, you know, like, and it was good, man. So he was a star.
Characters back then, different times.
100%. 100%. So everyone get on and subscribe, like it. It was good. And get onto our TikTok. We've been putting up
Hey, the
some videos.
TikToks
Yeah, they got it.
I did see something
There's
come
something happening there with the
No,
TikToks.
no, they're liking it.
We're
They're liking
on
it.
there. We're just
No.
being a bit lazy, or I have.
Yeah, no, we're
We've
getting
hit
off.
we've nailed the algorithm, the TikTok algorithm, have we?
Yeah.
They're going to start stealing our data in China now. Is that what they're doing?
The Chinese are going to start
Get
doing that.
unsolicited phone calls now. Am I going to get?
So what happened was, so we found the Jimmy Plunkett ad, right?
Yeah.
And then I started looking, and I thought, let's have a look at some more ads. So let's check out this and get us pumped.
It's the kind of situation that gets your pulses racing. You're 5 behind and time's nearly gone. The coach is on the phone, but he's not ringing home. A tap on the back and you're on. Well, the bounce of the ball puts your backs to the wall. And it looks like it's good night for Swans. Good night, but even Pete can't believe what his eyes do see. There's never been a kick quite that long. There's a stack in the pack, but Reese flies from the back. He pulls it down and passes it on. There's a roar as a kick, and it's traced through the sticks. How do you feel? Now they're singing your song. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel?
Nah, it's like a Toggio, was it?
No, he never went to
Who was
Sydney.
that, bro? Look, he's got like a Toggio hair and shit.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what I want now? A Tuies.
Yeah,
Chewy.
I'm telling you, man. There's
Oh,
nothing
well,
like the old
Chewy.
ads, man. Mate, they got you singing. They made you feel like a
Good
bloody
jingles,
bee.
good
I
jingles.
loved it, man. And that was some good footage there, man. That was original Sydney.
No, they're all Sydney.
My
songs.
favourite ones are the 4 and 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a lovely pie. Me boys are 4 and 20 pie. Lots of tasty pastry in the 4 and 20 pie. Lots of lovely fun and meat the finest you can buy. Oh, what a lovely pie. Me boys are 4 and 20 pie.
Hey, that was a bonus there. We didn't expect that. Right?
That's Paul's goal.
That is
Paul's
Paul's
goal.
done.
Paul's goal, mate.
All right, what are we here for?
What are we here for?
Here we go, and let's have a look at this. 9, 12, 66 to 11, 15, 81, McKay
Disgrace.
4, and then once to Kernay,
Disgrace.
Hewitt, O'Brien, Martin,
Rubbish.
and Durden.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Let's have a look at this picture here. The Chingachenda has crashed.
The wheels fell off.
Look at the Chingachenda, mate.
It's smashed up.
Oh my God. 39 disposals.
Well, have a
13
look at this.
turnovers,
Look at some of these. The
6
main.
marks, 7
turnovers.
tackles, 2
Well-
inside 50.
Well, they're the
2
two.
goals.
They're the two. The 2 tackles inside 50 and the 2 goals. That's it. That's what we got out of them. And
The 3 of them are
you
lucky.
know those disposals?
All Fisher.
18.
All Fisher.
They're all Fisher.
All Fisher.
yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
brought all that up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? But he's part of, I suppose, that small forwards line. But the rest, really, come on,
Rubbish,
man.
mate.
21 from 3 players and 2 goals.
What else have we got?
Well, this is the one that us again stood up. The Great Wall of China,
Carlton,
of
mate.
Carlton's China.
The fuck, TikTok's already having a effect
100,
on you, mate. Jesus
101
Christ.
disposals, 28 marks, 14 tackles.
Look at the
49
intercept possessions.
Intercept possessions, 61 pressure rate.
Huge from them.
That's great.
Oh, fucking enormous, mate.
Again.
They were
3
relentless.
weeks, they've been huge, man. And they've been huge. And they're the ones who are holding it back. And this is why I say, like, everyone goes, oh, injuries and things. But it's not the
It's not
defence.
that.
Mate, 76 entries. They did.
Fuck, they with
That's like conceding a war.
so
That's a war coming
the
to you.
Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
It is.
An influx of water, mate. Fucking can't hold up.
And they did.
And they did.
And they did.
And mind you, some of the goals they got were some
Some
Cheap
cheap ones in
free
there.
kicks. No.
The 2 ones out the back.
Mate, fuck, like, just, you know, what do
No,
you say?
it's like, I don't know what to say about it. Look, I thought, like I said in my rant, I thought we were going to be ready when we get out there, man, and be ready for this, man. To concede the first 6 goals and to watch that, there was there was nothing there, man. You could see them. It's like they had nothing, mate. They had nothing, man. Like, I don't know.
The first 40 minutes was... I don't understand how you can come into the game
It was
playing...
raining.
like,
But it was
shorthand.
raining before.
Mate, I was losing my shit in the stands.
It was raining before we got to the ground. Like, all day it'd be raining.
You should have known.
Kick the bloody thing. Keep it in motion. Get
And
it
that's how
going
Richmond
forward.
play their football.
100%.
They're a territory-gamed football
100%.
team. They don't need to go out there and look fancy.
Nah, just tap it forward.
They just tap it
Ugly
forward.
style of play
And
would suit.
I got a lot of heat.
Cause
We
that
didn't
heavy.
adapt. We didn't adapt.
No. But we should have
And
adapted from the start. It's not like it just started raining
When
and we
we
didn't
didn't adapt,
know.
it was too late.
Correct.
The ground was wet before they ran
35
out there.
35 points down. You want to adapt when you're 6, 7 goals down.
That was rubbish.
It was like watching a carbon copy of last year's games.
100%.
They'd get 6, 7 goals in front, and we'd make a bullshit comeback.
It wasn't-
But it's a false.
Round one wasn't much different. Except
It
we
felt-
kicked 7
yes,
But
goals
we were
in
with
there.
them
We were with them the whole game.
It was
They
like
did get
it
the
ebbed
4
and-
goals.
Yeah, but it
20
ebbed and
points at
flowed.
one point, yeah.
It ebbed and
But this
flowed.
one where they just took it away, didn't they? They took it away.
You know. So.
Did you have...
Yeah, I did.
All right, let's have a look at
Oh,
this.
the journal. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, drop them off! Same shit every week, dude! It's garbage, dude! Absolute garbage!
You were
This
there
is
to
why-
witness
I,
that.
I was the videographer behind that video.
Yeah.
Some
There
people
you
don't
go.
know that.
There you go. Yeah,
That's
some
my
people-
footage.
It was.
Copyright it. No wonder why they've been copyrighted this whole
Some
time.
people didn't know. That's right.
That went
That's why
very
we
viral,
don't change that because it's very relevant.
Yes.
It just
this week.
keeps them grounded.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Carlton versus Richmond. Quarter 1. Voss, the Rains are here. This will be a huge win if we can get it tonight. 150 games with a big bull. Scrappy and gritty early. All about territory tonight. Sard High. Tom Lynch just gave Sard laser eye surgery. Oh, and here he is, the criminal blood. Should be locked up in Barwon prison. Picket goal, 7-0.
Did he kick the first goal, did he?
Just go fucking long. What's with these handballs? Cripps, caught holding the ball. Here he is, Bolton off the floor, goals. But wait, Doherty touched. That's hit the inside of his palm. Can see distinctively that his hand gets pushed back by the ball. Oh, bullshit, 13 love.
call.
Yep.
Wait.
Where's the small forwards? How is that holding the man on Young? You're a cheat, Lynch. 19-2.
Which one was that one?
Where he was running towards the pocket.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for their
Towards-
third goal.
towards
Oh,
us.
my God,
Yeah.
mate.
He actually defended him pretty.
He defended that
well.
well.
Yeah.
Took the body.
Jesus.
But he didn't he wasn't
No, he
like,
wasn't
he was
old.
just, like the body was on the body and he come
mate.
across.
I thought it was
and
just a good one-on-one
And that was the one
contest.
where Young and Williamson were having the chat. That
Yes.
the umpire and
Yeah.
Young were, and
Yeah.
Young's like, what did
going
I what did I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a disgrace, that umpire,
Yeah, he's
Williamson. But
shit.
go on.
Yeah,
Continue.
20
Go on, there's a couple, but yeah.
20-4 at quarter time. Quarter 2, need to start going long and the smalls need to be at the fall. Getting smashed in clearances. Noah Bolter secures the first of the second term, 26-4. Young just losing body position on Lynch. The cheat gets his second, 32-4. Starting to get ugly here. Where is this midfield? Another clearance. Rewalt points to the stars and does 38-4. I'm not writing anything until we kick a goal. Hewitt, finalmente, 39-10.
Just so you.
That's better out of the midfield. O'Brien receives, sidesteps and bangs it off a couple.
Goal.
2 in 20 seconds. Very good goal.
Another one.
39-16. Well done, Plowman. Big one-on-one with Rewalt where he was one-on-one and it was just them in the forward line. They're running towards. He got the ball.
Yep.
Been good since he's come back.
Harry, easy set shot for him. Yeah, that cracking 42-23. Harry O'Brien couldn't hit the scoreboard. It was a snap.
Yeah.
Step. Bring the ball over, Durden, and just reset.
Hey.
And here he is, the cheat out the back with 10 seconds left. Far out, 48-23.
Just how dumb was that at the half forward flank?
Bring it out.
Take it out.
20 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Take the bloody thing out.
Yep. Quarter
Mate.
3. Midfield needs to crank it up here. It's pissing down at the G. Here he is, this little grub Bolton touched on the line. It's when he went to snap it
Yes.
and then he got touched by thing. Doherty.
Yep.
He didn't make the distance.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, boy. To the parking lot. Charlie Marks plays on and goals 49 to 30.
That's when it was on. That's when I thought,
What a
okay, here we
beautiful
go.
kick.
Here we go.
Fucking
Boy.
slide
Boy.
beautifully inside the
Can kick a
Kennedy.
ball.
He showed
He's
something. He showed something.
He's a gun.
No.
No.
All right.
He's a fucking gun. I'm telling you, he's a gun.
Come with it.
I'm telling you, he's a gun.
Next week he'll fucking get caught holding the ball 4 times. You're fucking shit, boy.
He'll be at the gate there.
Got to get rid of it earlier. Durden kicks it down Rioli's throat. How's Mia Favola going, Daniel? He slots it through. 55 to 30. Sard been fantastic as well as the whole back line all night.
Yep.
Just kick the ball inside 50, Jack, you fucking idiot. Fisher misses 56 to 30. It was when, when Jack, they got the ball on the 50.
kept playing
around.
Yeah. Silvani tried to sell that.
Just kick the goal.
And I know that's what he does, but I said that on the night. I go, mate, this isn't the time to do that.
It's not the night.
Durden crumbs and slams it through. Where the fuck have you been, Durden? About time, 56 to 37. TDK flies. Missed that.
We missed all our set shots from that spot.
Bro, it
quarter
was
was huge.
25 out directly
They were
in front.
huge, man. They were huge.
56 to 38. There's only one Judson Clark, you little grub. 58 to 38. Well done, Boyd. Get it in. And here he is, the Enigma Martin. He gets his goal, 58 to 44.
We thought we were on here.
You're a fucking weak dog, Prestia. Break his jaw cripper. Put him in a ward. Piss off, Picker, you criminal. The green jumpsuit's waiting for you at Barwon. Oh, God.
That was
Mind
a good
you,
brawl.
he did fuck all night.
He did
after this
nothing.
guy.
But he did nothing. That was a good brawl.
Yeah, it was good. We were all into it.
He ran down the race.
Yeah,
I
you were down the race.
I was over the railing.
Yeah, you were giving
Level
it to
4.
him.
Over the rail.
His
Finger
legs were
pointing.
shaking.
It was weird because it was there and he kind of like, he
I
moved
pushed
me
you-
over.
yeah,
I
I
thought he had
pushed
to go to the
I
toilet.
pushed you out the way.
And he went straight down to me.
I pushed you and Taylor out the way.
Vile and vulgar things were said at 3/4
Oh,
time.
we do not want to be repeating
We
what
don't
we
repeat
said.
those
Nah,
things.
Q4, fucking lift blues. How is that not deliberate, you green maggot? It was the I don't know which player it was for. I think it was Baker. Where he
Baker.
He he just tried to dribble it and he
Yes.
dribbled it out.
Yeah,
There was no one there.
That's right.
Anyway,
They paid the one against
Yeah.
Cripps.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
He
that's
kicked
right.
it off the
That's
ground,
right.
come off the
He
side
kicked
of
it
his
off the
boot.
ground,
There was
Bounced
a
85
player. There was
times.
players 15 metres away.
There he is, the little cheat out the back. Bolton goals, and it's a carbon copy of round 1. Kicks the first to the last and to go 20 points up.
Yeah.
Same thing up.
The Omen.
Yep. Plowman wrapped up and gone. Rewald points to the Stars yet again. 71 plays 44, and
Yep.
probably that's just about it. O'Brien to Coleman Mackay, and that Kraken goes back and prods it through 72 to 51.
Oh, bit of a chance.
Boyd to the space, and Mackay, he'll kick it easy, and he does. It was a beautiful snap.
Yeah, it was a great snap.
Fuck.
Gun.
Freak.
There's a large...
Oh, is that the one on the inside
Yeah,
of the
yeah. We said he'll kick it.
What's going on here?
He'll kick
I had
it.
no doubt in
He'll
that.
kick
That was always a
He's
goal.
good with those bananas
That was
from
good.
about there,
It's
mate.
easy.
That was good.
He's a fucking star,
He's
mate.
a freak.
He's
so good.
He's our best player.
There's a large pulse here. Martin crumbs, and he goals. Mackay has gone fucking ballistic, and 4 minutes here. 72 plays 63. O'Brien launches from 50, and Nunes crumbs goals.
We're
going
going bonkers.
They
We're
were
going
bonkers.
bonkers. I'm doing the Quagliarellas, the Lucatonis, the fucking...
No.
But wait,
I think
no,
everyone that's watching was going crazy.
I think everyone was.
No.
Stop.
No.
It's not a goal?
What do you
Score
mean?
review.
What do you mean?
Surely that's not definitive. Surely that's not definitive, umpire. Richmond go from end to end and goal, an 11-point swing, and that's the ball game. Edwards sucks the life out of this place.
Yep.
78 plays 64.
What's he done this year?
Durden out with an E. Martin off. The curse doesn't end, then we go down by 15 points.
And you did.
And what did you say last week?
We lose by 15 points.
100%.
The Oracle
How many
strikes
times
again.
have you
He's
done
done,
it
he's
this
done
year?
it twice
Three
this year,
Not
exact.
twice, and the last
The
game.
exact total.
And the last game was Port Adelaide. 96 points or whatever it was.
And that was that time there, yeah.
The Empire strikes back.
That was the best one.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, so look, there's a lot to discuss in there. Like there was a lot to discuss in there.
Well, And
You
we
start
kept
from
saying
quarter
we
one.
lost the game in the first 40 minutes.
100%.
Quarter.
That's what I was saying. Like, how did you go into that game not ready?
And looking back at it, the opportunities in the third quarter that we
Oh,
missed.
yeah.
Charlie missed the first
Yeah.
shot of the,
First shot, yeah.
you know, to Conning.
Yeah,
You
you
got
can't
to seize
miss
your
that.
moments. And you look at Richmond on the other side, when they were having set shots, they just nailed every single one of them.
They take him. Yeah. Nah, there's
That
Very frustrating.
The midfield too, the lack of tackle pressure. I know we got the footy, but
No tackle.
in
Tackle
the
pressure,
wet-
tackle pressure.
In the wet, you'd think far right. What did we lose? I think it was like they had like 65 to 49 or whatever.
How many inside 50s did we have?
About
I'll tell you right now. I'll get
56,
it right
I
up
think,
for
or
you.
Yeah, we had
I'll get it
about
right up for you
50
right now.
odd.
How's that?
50
And
odd.
they had
They
like
had a club record.
Yeah,
76.
They had a club record.
That's ridiculous, and only to concede 80
It always
points.
happens against Carlton.
76 inside 50s to 51.
There you go.
Wow.
And the
It's-
tackle count,
60 to 49.
like,
And we're
We-
chasing
we
the
had
game.
more
I
of the ball.
understand that.
It was
we-
even.
no, but the thing, I think-
Disposals were almost
yeah,
even.
how can, like, and those tackles probably would have come in the last two quarters.
We had
Well,
four,
I guarantee
four
it would have
tackles
been
inside 50.
zero tackles
not
in the
good enough.
first quarter, because I'm telling you,
Like,
there
I
was
look
no
at all,
pressure.
like, I don't want to name out, single out players, but I look at like something like Kennedy.
Yeah, well, Kennedy
Oh.
had zero.
Fucking
Yeah.
banana, he had 0 tackles.
You
Not a
know,
single
there.
tackle.
This is here. This is the one thing that irked me. Graham and Prestia
Yeah,
had
oh,
14 tackles combined,
them.
2 of them more than our entire midfield
That's pretty bad.
rotation.
It was horrible.
Come on.
Look, they're known for that.
I know.
They
yeah,
are known
We
for
gotta
that.
bring up,
But
yeah.
also as
they
crits.
but they smashed us at our own game.
You
They
know
did.
who you said?
Clearances.
You know when we did that quiz about who's had the most tackles for Carlton?
It was Chera.
Adam Chera. You lose
Yeah,
him,
we
and
knew
you
that
lose
was
that
gonna be a
tackle
big
pressure
loss.
out of the midfield, hey? See, it's crazy.
He's that
isn't
1-2 player. He's that link-up player in our midfield.
But in saying that, like, he's replaced, not wasn't his full.
Cottrell
I'm
did
sure
well.
Cottrell, kind of, you can say, was his replacement.
The,
on
the wingers kept us in the game.
Yeah, they did.
He had
They
2
slaughtered their
tackles.
wingers.
I mean, he averages 4, so we lose a couple of tackles there, but the rest have to lift, mate. The rest got to lift.
And I kept saying, I said in the last fortnight before this game, and in the lead up to the game, the midfield need to crank it up
100%.
because they've been poor.
The last 3 weeks
Flogged
have been
against.
never gone.
They got
Yeah,
done
they-
against Collingwood in the
even-
midfield.
even
They
though-
got done by Essendon.
Yeah.
They got
Slaughtered.
smashed.
Clearances
To
and
three,
stoppage.
to 3 inferior midfields. Well, you look
You
on
would
paper
ar-
and
you
you'd
would
say
argue.
we
You'd
are a
say
better
ours
midfielder
better.
than all of them.
I kept saying that our midfield could be one of the best, but at the moment, they're...
But I think I
Yeah.
think they got a bit of like they're drinking their own bathwater a little bit. This midfield, they're thinking we're better than the opposition, but you're not showing
No,
it.
you're not.
All right, you're getting all the touches and whatever, but that doesn't mean anything.
Prestia
He mauled
freaking
us.
slaughtered
He's
us.
a gun.
How many
He's a
clearances
I'll
did
tell
he
you how
have?
many. He would have had 7 or 8. I'll tell you now,
He-
it would have been
mate,
7 or 8.
mate,
13.
13
He
clearances.
had. That's the game.
But that's his type of game. His kick.
And in that
gets-
first quarter,
He could, with the first half,
he
he
destroyed
fucking
us.
sliced us apart from stop. I don't think we've won a stoppage clearance at
Oh,
at
mate.
any flank.
No,
not in that
game.
one. Maybe
right.
one if you're lucky.
Not
Maybe
one in that first half.
And when you're up on the
ridiculous,
fourth level
mate.
and you're watching it, you
So
can
what's-
see what happens.
All right, so you're observing the game, especially from where
Yes.
we are. You can see him.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, they set up differently at the stoppage
They
to
did.
what they did. So they,
Yeah.
I think they may have had an out. So they had a
They had a
spare
spare
down back.
broad.
Broad.
Broad was a spare all
They had a
day.
spare down back. But what I was just, you know what it was? It was nothing too amazing. They were just harder at the
They were harder at
contest
the ball.
there. They wanted the pill, and their tackle pressure around the contest was phenomenal.
Ferocious.
Phenomenal. And that's what set us apart. It was the midfield tackles. It's amazing how you look at all these numbers and how it correlates to the loss. What does Voss keep saying? You got to win you got to control the source, control the
100%.
stoppage. We lost that. We lose the game. Our tackles inside 50 were down. We lose the game. You know, what do you do? You can't, mate. How the hell are you gonna?
Hey,
How the hell are you
game
gonna
like
win
that.
if you can't control the source?
I don't think they respected the opposition enough too, because
They
they
felt
try
a
to
bit like
try to
that.
play dry weather
Ah.
football in wet weather.
Hey-
It doesn't work. When the fuck does it ever work? What team has ever
All right,
played
so whose fault's that?
coaching?
To me, it's player.
No, I think it's still
Players
player.
and coaching.
I think it's a little bit
Both.
more player.
Both.
During the game, when you know what's happening,
I
you
understand
have to turn
that,
around
but
and
there's
say,
a
"Oi."
it should be a directive from the outset that.
But then we did change. Then
Yeah,
we did.
but
Too late.
we did it.
It was too
all
late.
over.
And that's why I say
It's
it's
all
at the
over.
start. I think it was the players.
Yeah,
you
mate.
go out there and
Yeah,
you
but-
fucking get it done.
Yeah, but we could observe it from first 5 minutes.
Yeah, you could.
I'm sure Voss and the coaching staff were in the coach's box thinking, Fuck, what the fuck are we doing? Send a runner out there.
No, you're not wrong.
Look at the midfield. I'll
Send
go
them
through the
out.
numbers
Tell
again.
them.
But
Boys,
the leaders-
territory.
Shouldn't the leaders be directing it?
It's a collective.
That's what I think.
In wet weather, the only player in our midfield to have a lot more, to have more kicks than handballs was Walsh.
Yeah.
He had 20 kicks, 14 hand. Cripps had 9 kicks, 25
Yeah.
handballs.
Too much.
Hewitt had 7 kicks and 17 handballs.
Yeah.
Kennedy was almost a 50-50 split, 11 and 10. And kicking is his strong suit.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
And what's the
mate.
main game in a wet game?
Territory.
Territory.
You gotta get
Territory. And if you looked at how many times we just kept fucking around
Now,
with the
when
ball.
we did gain our territory and we did go forward,
Well, the game changed.
right? But then where were the
Second
small
quarter.
forwards?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
They never had the
Not
forward of the
existent,
ball.
mate.
Missing.
And
That's-
again, it was like the Essendon game. They were just
It felt
sagging
exactly
off.
the same.
Or
you
Collingwood,
reckon-
sorry. They just sagging
mail
off.
Were
was-
they getting sucked into this fucking moving forward, like getting
I
sucked
don't
in
think
and
they
not
know where to
holding?
position
Little bit-
themselves.
I don't
little
think
bit
so
of it
because
all.
they were never in the right position.
Well, for me, and this is apparently from what they were saying last week, was that spray that Voss gave, a lot of it was to do with the half forwards.
Yep.
And their inability,
pressure.
their pressure and their inability to stay set up when the ball was going forward of centre.
So
Because
They lose
that's
their
your
way a
link in
little
the
bit,
chain from
correct.
half
it didn't
back.
work.
Well,
Well,
mate,
if you look
they've
at-
got to be dropped.
if
These
you-
players have got to be dropped, mate.
Yeah,
Someone's
I
gotta be
personally
dropped.
Martin's got to be dropped. Durbin's got to be
Well,
dropped.
he's got an out.
They've got to be
Martin's
dropped.
got an out.
Who?
Martin's going to be injured.
He's injured.
Is he?
Injured.
Oh, was it
He's
calf?
calf.
Was it, or was it just?
No, it's calf.
Is
It's
it really?
calf.
Strained his
They
calf.
said it'll be a test for the weekend, but he won't play.
Was it
He won't
calf
play.
or was it
Calf.
Calf.
But they've
So
said
this
it's
is
a test.
heart.
Heart.
Not heart.
He's
Not
got
heart.
a heart.
Where was his intensity?
He
But the
hasn't had
thing
it for
is,
weeks,
right,
man. He hasn't
then
had it
he
for weeks.
turned it up a little
Yes.
bit in
Yeah.
that third
You could
quarter.
see.
the
I remember we
fourth
spoke
quarter,
about
yeah.
this in the third.
But
He
where
tried
was
to.
that from the outset? Like,
And you know what was
First,
amazing?
second.
But is
In
that
third
standard for
quarter,
him?
you can't
We know
be
he's a
like
spurt
that.
type of football. We know
Yeah,
he's that
but
type
you
of
can't
impact
live
player.
off that.
But we can't live off that. That's not. I don't want that on grand
Is
final
that a
day.
bit of a? Is that a bit of a let out by him? Oh, he's a spur. Like you
bullshit. I think it is.
Is that a bit of like, come on, mate? You should be. What are you talking about?
You
Oh,
know,
I only
Impact
do it in
football-
Spurs.
What's an impact footballer?
The
Tell
whole-
me what an impact
give
footballer
me
is.
some the whole game.
Define it. Tell me one successful impact footballer. I don't know any because they do it over 4 quarters.
Correct. You're spot
I know
on.
it's hard. You might not get all the goals, but you bloody
Like,
got
if
to.
you
Everyone's
gonna
like Toby
play-
Green's an impact footballer. No, he ain't. He's a gun.
He's the whole
Yeah.
game. But if you look at a player, I take like both players. I reckon they're probably the same thing, but one he's probably not as gifted skill wise. Jack Silvani to Martin.
Oh yeah,
Bloody oath.
100%.
But he'll go all game.
He'll try all game. He'll
But
try
he'll
all
be
game.
there.
He'll
Always
be around
present
the ball.
Where you need
Because
him.
Martin's like he's not a small. He can
Yeah.
he can be a leading.
What
or-
is he? That's what I want to know.
Wow, that's the
Again,
other
this is not a
question.
hate. This is not a hate episode on Jack Martin.
No.
Because we all see the
Critiquing
talent.
his
We can
game,
all
mate.
see it. But what is he? Is he a small forward? Is he a tall forward? Is he a marking forward? Is he a crumbing forward? What
Look,
are
this is
you?
a soccer argument. What is he?
What is he?
No, exactly.
Tell
You're
me.
spot on. You're spot on. Well, they're playing him across the
Half
half forward
forward.
flank.
Yeah.
Okay, so
as a link
can't
up.
play
as a link
no
up
around.
forward.
But he's not hitting up.
He's
But
not
then he
linked
doesn't
up.
link up.
But he's not there.
No.
He's,
Yeah,
not,
no.
he's not an outlet.
No.
He's not an outlet.
If he wants to be that Tom Lynch of Adelaide's era, that type of link-up football that gets the next kick into the forward line, I pray that's what we get from him.
It's too.
But
I
he
think,
ain't
I
it.
think
Too
it
late.
could be late. Too late.
I reckon it's too late.
How old
I
is he?
don't like
27,
27.
28. He's hit his ceiling, mate.
I
That's
don't
it.
like
That's
it.
it.
And
It's
the
there.
ins- and
He
the-
ain't going up.
You would have thought him coming to Carlton from the Gold Coast. You think, oh, like provided
On the
that
money?
we had a bit of no, not even the money. It's like coaching wise, the players you're going to play with, they're better players. So it hardens your game. It lifts
think
it.
so?
It lifts that game, and
You
you think
think
he can
your
get
game-
better, but he hasn't got any
No.
better.
He was better
He's
at Gold
been-
Coast.
He's been worse.
I reckon he got worse.
At Gold Coast, he was better and better for longer.
Can't get his
But
body
yeah.
right.
Tell me one
And
game
that
he's
too.
played. I know the Richmond game will
That's
stand
it.
out,
That's
and
it.
we'll all be like, yeah, that was
That's
amazing.
it.
But that's the only game as a Carlton
Richmond,
supporter.
his first ever game
Full
for
game.
Carlton.
Tell me
That's
one
it.
game that you can
That's
sit
his
there and
full
say
game.
he was amazing.
That's it.
What about his the calf now you were saying?
He's-
I mean,
And it's an
so-
old man's injury
so-
as well.
That's reoccurring.
So
that
what
injury.
about the S&C stuff? How did they get that wrong again?
Oh, well, there we go.
Well, this is the other thing too now.
People are going to say because of the wet and that, but then everyone will pull up with a sore calf in the wet.
I reckon it's just whatever. It doesn't matter. He was.
Well, someone's got
He
to
wasn't
take
good.
it. Because you look at it now,
No,
and
yeah.
look at all these soft hamstring, Chera,
McGovern comes back.
McGovern, rehab he did
and he
it
goes
in.
to rehab and he does it.
Granted,
Cunningham.
Cunningham
calf.
does an ACL and then he does his calf.
Fucking
Marchbank did it, did he not?
Marchbank did a hamstring tendon ages ago during pre-season.
Still, it's part of it.
And Williams with the blown out calf as well. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know the injuries, what's going on. I mean, we've got some unlucky ones, but
the
that
small
sort of
forwards,
stuff. The small forwards have been rubbish. We gave them praise when they deserved it. We even gave them a name. Right, because we thought how good they've been playing, but since then they've just lazy. He's been like
They do seem like
running around doing nothing. Durden as much. Look, he's young, so we've got to give him.
But that's no
give him a
excuse.
chance.
You know what? I said he's young on the fence. That's not
no
an out.
excuse for effort.
Because considering where he set himself up in that
And
Sydney
this would have
game,
been a perfect game for him.
That's what I thought.
No, and look what happened on the other end. Look at their players, Richmond's
killed
players. Lynch wasn't impactful in that game. I know he kicked 3, but was he the difference?
No.
If you had
kicked
told
3
me that
cheap
we'd be within a
goals.
couple... Yeah, exactly. Rewalt, was he the
goals.
difference?
I don't
No.
even think if Wiedering was there, it would have made
It's
that.
their
made
small
It
it
would have been the
players.
exact
You
same.
know what it is? Get to the next contest over and
Over
over.
and over again.
How small
Because
they
sooner
don't
or
get to
later
it.
it's going to break.
They don't get to it.
100%.
I think as well, like Durden's drop off has been in line with our drop off.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
bit
a
of a
weird-
barometer for us. I feel like our forward pressure is
I
our
think-
barometer. And if we don't have it,
I think the whole team has dropped off from midfield to
100%.
to
Since
forward
the
of
Sydney
centre.
game.
To forward of centre. Like the
The only thing that's
the back
stood up
line
is the back
is
line.
far out. Unreal.
Yeah.
How many? Can you
Doherty.
go back? Go to the Collingwood game. Go to the Essendon game and Richmond game. How many inside 50s have they conceded?
Who, us?
Yeah,
Us.
us.
I'll tell you now.
Oh.
I know it was
Well,
quite
there's
even against
76
Essendon.
there, I reckon, mate. We're going to be looking at like...
46 to
It'd be nearly
54.
200. It'd be nearly 200.
It's going to be
How
200.
many?
It was 46 to 54 against Essendon.
Us more, obviously.
And
Yes.
then, and then against Collingwood, it was... I'll tell you how many it was.
That's 130 so far.
It was 51 to 56, so we had more than.
the 2 ones there, we even the ledger pretty much. But like,
That's the 180.
Well, you almost...
You're averaging
You
nearly
probably should have
60.
beaten Collingwood.
look, we all know the Collingwood won. What happened
One
that
that
game.
got away.
It was the one that got away. You don't
Essendon,
wanna
you
harp
have
on
more
about it.
inside 50s. We play better than
But
them. Obviously,
the
we're better
thing
than them.
is,
We win. And then
I've seen some
Thursday.
people give shit to our backline. I'm like, I'll give you a fucking stat. Fucking Lewis Young, he had 21 spoils in that game. In that
Crazy.
game. 21.
I think he's 1 or 2 off the record. No,
He's
he's
a
phenomenal.
great kid.
He's the fine.
Unreal.
I was very happy when we picked him up. I know some people weren't.
Oh, I didn't think he'd be good.
so. I wasn't
I
happy.
personally, coming off what,
Well, what I saw of him at the Doggies,
bro, coming off what,
I know,
bro,
I
just
know, no,
go-
you're
you
right.
know what? Go to the GWS game.
There was a
versus
few
the
bad
Bulldogs.
moments.
Bro, he cost him 7 goals.
you showed me those highlights.
He was
got him.
Vergonia.
Well, that's
But how, like,
When he came over.
Unreal. I
when he
can't
came
believe it.
over. They're the hill. That's the highlights you show me. And
No,
I go,
I've
what
watched
have
him
we
play.
got?
He was shit at the Bulldogs, but maybe you come into a better team, better system.
Aaron Hamill's
better
got to take
players.
some.
Yeah, well
Aaron
done.
Hamill's
Aaron
gotta
Hamill,
take some
good on
credit.
him.
It's been
the big one,
fantastic.
big one.
It's been fantastic.
Didn't play a second as a defender.
Yeah.
Strange, see, isn't it weird?
But look, Lewis, I saw somebody saying on the fan cams, it was in the comments, not by somebody, Lewis Young was shit. I'm like, huh?
Nah, that's just
Huh?
brother, give it up. Whoever said that, give it up.
He did say, he's like, Lewis Young was terrible. I'm like, I can't
What do
believe
people
it.
watch?
The fuck are you
Clearly not
watching?
the football.
No.
Watch the amount of inside fucking
He was
Oh,
just
He was literally the mortar.
Bro, we were getting mauled. The whole back line, mate.
They weren't even getting a break. Like
The whole game,
They
it was
repelled
in.
the kick, and then. Like you see, Doherty, he was just trying to get his breath back.
Yeah.
And he's
And
in
then go
the next
again.
contest
And he's
already.
going again. Back to
And
the
he was
flight of the
marking
ball,
it.
yeah.
You know what? It's the in out in.
Once that happens, you're screwed.
What do they say about repeat intro 50? Something's going to
It's
happen.
gonna
called
break.
hell.
It's gonna break.
It's called
That's
hell.
the
It
in-
breaks.
and
The
that's-
Hoover Dam will break
And that's
sooner or
where your
later.
half forward line and your small forwards have got to work up and lock
Now,
the
I
ball
know
and
it
start
probably
again.
was, but
Get a contest and get a stoppage and go
what's
again.
happening with, again, like with the switching of play?
This is Mars's favourite.
Here we go.
What's going
Who
on?
the fuck switches in the wet? Right, for starters. And then when they went to switch, right, they led to the same position. O'Brien and Boyd. Deal fucking carney. One go there and one go there. Open the ground up a bit. And so you can create the space for the switch. They led to the
Something's
same
wrong with this.
position.
Switching is bad.
And that was the only switch they attempted, mind you, for
Is
the
it a
night.
directive? Maybe. I don't know.
To lead to the same
I don't
position, two
know. No.
players,
Is the switch a directive? For us?
whatever it is, they don't know how to switch.
Yeah, I don't know.
I listen to that every week.
Yeah, I know.
That
I know,
there.
I know.
They don't.
And he's not wrong.
They don't
He
know
ain't
how to
wrong.
switch. We don't know how to switch the footy yet. Not yet. In some patches, when we get it, mate, we can't
We
real.
do it at Marvel a bit.
Yeah, we do a lot
Yeah,
more Marvel.
But what if MCG, Marvel?
Yeah,
At
no,
the
it
end of the
doesn't
day,
mean-
grand finals played at the fucking MCG and not Marvel.
You got to play in all conditions.
You
Look,
got to
we-
just change the ball game. Oh,
No, but with the
man.
switching too, like sometimes you have to switch a couple of times
Yeah.
to open them up. And
Of
I don't
course,
think they,
yeah.
I'm not
I don't
saying
think they can do it.
I'm not saying every time you get a halfback to
No, of
switch.
course, of
Fuck,
course.
you become predictable. But
Yeah,
the way
exactly.
we're playing at the moment is predictable and it's up the line. But in the wet, you need that. Get a
You need to
stoppage
do
goal
that.
again.
Yeah, that's fine, but not.
But oh my
No, there was
god.
some.
Probably, and it wasn't the conditions to calm.
No, it
Wasn't
wasn't
the
the
conditions to
conditions.
do it
But
either.
again, like even when we kind of like attempted it, or like, we can't do it. Like I don't
No, we
know.
can't.
I don't know what's
I
going
think that's
on.
the next phase.
The next development of that
Course.
of this
And don't
club
get
is
me
that.
wrong. Look, we're talking about
We're Carlton in
we're talking about
13
this
games,
week.
14
We're talking
games.
about the last few weeks. Yeah, we've improved, and we're going to get better, and we're going to like get
Are we?
some players and all that.
Hopefully.
You'd hope.
I don't know. By
think we
numbers,
will.
you'd have to say we've improved. You know. what
Yes,
I mean?
I think
Oh,
we've
no, yeah,
improved.
no, we have.
We are definitely a better team.
We're-
No doubt.
But I think it's up here now, man. Like,
It is.
As
If
I
they
say,
believe,
when you
if they believe,
don't get-
if they believe they can
Oh,
win
mate.
anything. I'm not talking about just one round of football. If they believe they can win the flag this year, who the hell is who is anyone to say they can't?
no one, anyone.
And this
they
is for
can do it.
anyone in the top 8. Anyone, if you make it into the top 8 this year, you can win the flag.
All right, so you heard my rant at the start, right? I was just saying about the supporters giving me these, not me. I was just, reading some stuff, and you hear all these excuses by people. You know what I mean? And I understand people make excuses in life. That's what we're like. Oh, my mum didn't kiss me. That's why I can't be a good person or whatever. And it's true. Are the players? Because I've always said that the players feel what I feel. It feels like what they're going through. Yeah. Are the players doing the same thing and going, oh, bloody hell, I wish the umpires were on our side this week. Instead of going, you know what? That's on me, mate. There wasn't enough bloody pressure. His boss going, this is on me, mate. Like, really, you lost the game because you didn't put enough pressure onto the ball. Full stop. I don't care about that last decision, you know what I mean?
Neither do I.
I do think
It's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's just nothing.
You know what I mean? And I'm feeling like I hope that the players aren't feeling that. And I hope the players aren't expecting this just to happen.
I do think on that point that the players, they're only human, so they probably do think that at some point. That when is the rubber of the green going to go for us? But I don't ever think that they would see that as an excuse.
I
would hope not.
Do
we know? No.
If you go across the first 7-8 rounds, mate, we've had some bullshit.
We
calls
had some
go
bullshit
away.
calls go our way.
Yeah.
So-
Some 50s I've seen that would kick goals from.
Swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
It does.
Wasn't it
How
one
many
year when we
50s
got
did we
like
get
4
against
50s?
Richmond?
Yeah. Was it like 4?
3.
It was
like
one
ridiculous.
3 or 4.
Doherty's
Sydney
goal,
game as well.
Chera's
Yeah.
goal,
You know,
Hewitt's
It all
goal.
comes.
It all comes and
That's
goes.
right,
You're
yeah.
going to
Get
get
some,
shit.
you know.
No, that's right. When you look at it in a big enough picture,
But you
it
should-
all evens out.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
even Stevens.
As I always say,
Yes.
you
Swings and
you
roundabouts.
can't give the umpires a decision to make.
No.
That's
You've
a
got to
fair
take
point.
it upon yourself. Take the onus and go. And we didn't go from
And even if
from
we
the
got
first
that goal,
second.
does that mean we're going to win it anyway?
Exactly.
Like
I think it would have been hard to beat.
Look,
I think it would have been
No,
hard to beat.
no,
We don't know, but
Momentum.
hindsight's a beautiful thing. We did win.
But we shouldn't.
So-
We shouldn't.
I
have
said
been
the
in
game
that
was
position.
decided in the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, you can't be letting 6 goals go through
35 points.
in the wet.
Playing catch up.
Playing catch up in the wet. Come on.
But
Why weren't they ready, man?
does that say more about
Us than Richmond or Richmond.
does it say more about Richmond that they weren't able to?
Put
Let's
us
be honest,
away.
they slaughtered us
Oh.
around the
I
ground.
think-
Like in
and-
general play, they slaughtered us.
The only, I
40
think,
minutes was.
like, if you want to go off injuries or whatever, I just look at the teams, and I think they only missing one player.
Yeah.
Martin, that was it.
And he was sick.
That was
He
the
was
best
sick.
22 was out there.
Yeah.
They had their best 22 out there.
And we didn't.
But
what
I
should they
still
have done?
believe that we had a better side than them out there.
Talent,
Yeah,
on
okay.
talent,
On
wise,
talent.
Yes.
Talent. You know, just if you look at it, you go, mate, the
But-
midfield
well,
should
but I
match
think
it.
of
Yeah.
hunger
The
and desire,
forwards
though.
are better.
I think
our
the ti-
backline's
I
holding
think the
up.
timing for them to get
Perfect,
us
perfect.
was
they did it
perfect
perfect.
for them.
Yeah, of
Okay?
course, of course.
Perfect timing. Everything worked out
Rain,
well for them.
injury,
Raining,
yeah.
injuries, all these.
We're a
And
bit
again, they're not
down.
excuses.
I think we're a bit down at the
They're not,
moment.
and we're a bit down as well. Did we? I think all of us went into that game saying it's going to be a tough game to
Oh,
win.
It is, yeah.
I don't think anyone
And I
thought that we
reckon-
were really a
Everyone
hot
thought
chance.
within those couple of goals
And-
here and
Yeah,
there.
I never
Was
thought
it
we'd
The
win
Richmond, the
this game.
Richmond form line at the moment's pretty hot.
It is.
Like you
7
look
out
at
of
like
8,
that
I'm telling
Richmond,
you.
like they beat Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide
Seemed
thumped
to be
Sydney.
good. Yeah.
You know, and
It's
Well, you
reminiscent of their
Of their
grand
19
final.
you said
yeah.
it. You
The
said it just
19 year.
before then. Is that the players we had on the park? There was no way knowing that we weren't going to go into the game thinking we couldn't win.
Of course.
No,
You know,
no.
it's not. Oh, hold on. Oh, geez, look at the blokes.
Yeah, I know.
We can't win tonight.
That's right.
As I say, I'm not scared of other teams. I'm scared,
scared
of which
of Carlton.
Carlton's going to fucking turn up.
All
I
right,
don't
so
know
we
which one's
didn't
turning up.
show up, right? We didn't show up, and then there's no pressure, and we kind of like our. Do we look at the coaching and go, man, you've been out-coached the last 3 weeks?
I don't know if they've been out coached. I just think it's.
Well,
I just think
being
it's
a bit
little.
slow.
It's just being better for longer.
Collingwood out-coached us.
They slaughtered us on transition.
Well, I actually reckon Voss.
I thought
is
Voss got us back
okay
into the game.
because mate, when you lose Wiedering, you're like,
Yeah,
oh, shit.
shell shock.
I don't think because I think that the coaches have beset upon the club a foundation to play with which you can win games of football every single week, and we've seen that. They've got that underlaying foundation.
It's going to change.
Contest hard,
Yeah.
but
I've got to be
we've
able
got
to
a
do it
brand
now.
now. But
We have
now
a
you
brand.
got to add
Yeah, got a
layers
brand.
to it.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
You got to
I
add layers
personally
to
think
it.
that we are. I look at our coaching, and I can't really criticise them just yet. At the moment, when you go from eating mutton for the last 5,
Yeah,
6
I know.
years
I
to
know.
now eating some form of prime rib,
And I think like
Really?
Voss,
No, you're right.
Voss,
You're right.
and you got to remember, even though I almost want to forget about his Brisbane time, I think this is a brand new,
it's a brand new person.
brand new thing. So he's going to learn from all this, and he'll get better. You know,
Yeah,
I don't think all of
I
us.
think in game it can switch and you can see the game come back to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just
I do think it does.
Sometimes in those first moments, I feel like this.
I was just disappointed in the
it's a
group.
leadership.
I was just disappointed in the group because the midfield
They don't
didn't
play-
step
yeah,
up.
correct.
For Cripps
For Crippers 150.
Not just for that.
No, but the Carlton
but,
way.
like, it's just, you
we're
know.
frustrated there because we know how we've been winning football games and going, oh,
So-
fuck. And you go there and you look at them like, bro, we get absolutely belted at our own game.
Yeah.
We got belted.
Yeah, 100%.
Every
And if we
contest out of
can,
the
like,
middle,
that's
smash.
one of our strengths. We can't get belted.
When
like
it goes
that,
back to the 6-6-6, we're probably the best team in the
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Hard
when,
to stop.
when a goal's kicked in
Hard
a
to
game,
stop.
when it
Best
goes back to
forward.
the middle of the ground, we're probably the best
because
because
we
it
can
goes
win
in
it.
and you got those two big boys
That's
there.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
And if the
Game over.
Smalls actually did their
But
job.
It's adapting when there's a stoppage in play, and then you go from there and you go.
100%.
You know,
You know
where
what
do
I
we go?
found?
And sometimes we go too Harry Mackay centric up the line all the time,
And I think
and
it'll
that's
be
why I
hard.
say come across the ground, then work it.
And let Harry run back.
Yeah, work it a
know,
little bit because you've
now-
got players that can use the football beautifully by foot.
Thursday night was a game that showed me why Harry Mackay is 10
best.
weeks better than Charlie Kerner.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's
We don't have to start.
I
because
think we've said it. Like, Charlie is exciting.
he is a
He's
gun,
X Factor.
Right? I love him.
Of course.
That is
Yes.
why that
great.
game there on Thursday night is why
4 minutes.
Harry
4 minutes of
is that
football.
much better than Charlie because you look at the game that those two played in throughout the first three quarters. It was just a slog. It was tough for him. It was tough but Harry just kept
Kept
presenting
going.
and
He
did.
presenting and presenting.
And he was
I reckon
marking
did
some
Charlie
shit.
just sook it up a little bit. You know, I don't like when it's I don't
Getting
know if
held.
it's kind of not going his way, but
And
he
he
just
runs
he
back.
gets sucked into staying. I don't like when he's too deep. When it's not like get on your bike, mate.
They
Get
both
out of
have
there,
to do
mate.
that. They both have to. It's not just always Harry running up the field
I think
onto the
Harry
wing,
does it a lot.
marking.
Take
He
turns.
does it a lot more.
Take turns,
It has to
yeah.
turn. Charlie has to be doing it. Harry has to go back, and it works both ways. That's all about leading patterns.
on your
It's
bike.
what the best forwards have always done.
And he's quick too. He can leave a defender for dead and
The
get
amazing
out.
Charlie-
Kurno.
Yeah, Kerno can.
The other thing is when
Harry.
Harry
Harry's
wasn't
quick
there.
when he's up and running.
Well, he's one of the
hard to-
fastest.
He's hard to stop.
When Harry
and as I
wasn't
said,
there,
he
Bart-
did that training at the
Yeah,
start of the
that's
year.
right.
The
Oh, the
pace
running
training.
training.
Pace training.
Hey, it comes in when
And
you.
those hands.
He's got the best hands in the comp.
In the
Don't worry about
business.
Norton.
Nah,
Okay,
yeah.
mate.
Harry
I'm bemused. I
Mackay
look at
is-
my social medias. He's the best forward in the comp.
And if he actually gets free kicks for holding on, he'd get.
Oh, he
get
don't
a-
kick 12 goals a game.
He gets raped every week.
Bad.
Every week.
Bro, he
Every
gets
week.
slaughtered.
Every week.
Bad.
And when you get one, you go, oh, finally, it's like a 1 in 5, 1 in. Oh, fucking, he's getting
The guy's a
held.
gun. There's no doubt.
I
I
think
think
you've
he's
got
the
to watch
best
it because
player.
they hold him early on. You know, they hold
Yeah,
him
it's because they don't want him to get the separation.
100%, and that's where he gets a lot of holding. You got to watch that, man. I'm telling you.
And
He's
Redman was a culprit of that last week. He couldn't
When he
go
gets
with it.
when he gets that separation,
all over.
there's no one
It's all
better
over.
in the league.
Mate, the bloke's marking
running
it at
in.
250 centimetres in the
Yeah,
air.
ridiculous.
When he
You're not
jumps,
going
yeah.
to.
And then when he jumps,
Max King.
don't worry about Max.
Max
King.
All right, let's get a little bit excited here. Let's have a look at this video here. Right? Let's have a look at this video. I think this got us a little bit pumped.
See?
It'll be.
Yeah, I got it.
Got it? Yeah, wait. Oh!
He was pissed off here.
Oh, look at
He
this.
was
Oh!
Look at him just.
Look at Lynch, the win. Fuck off.
Look at Plowman. Plowman got into it, mate.
Mate, Plowman's
He
been
loves
getting
it.
involved
I'm
in them,
telling
mate.
you, Plowman's a different player.
Mate.
Man.
It was all in. It was
Oh,
just,
yeah.
and you can hear the crowd
Oh,
in
yeah.
the.
If you think the players were good, you should have seen Paul.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
no, Paul wanted to get out there, man.
I would have gone out there.
Look at the security guard.
What's he
What
gonna-
are you gonna do?
Look at Big Harry getting
I'm
involved.
waiting for the umpire with the tracky pants on.
Yeah,
Where they come
Yeah,
up.
they always come out there.
Yeah,
Right.
bro, there's an umpire that comes in and he blows the whistle when the bloke's on the floor.
Oh my god.
Like that. They're on the floor and he's blown it right in their faces.
Can't beat it. We've been involved in a few little
Like a pick.
frackards.
Fucking
No, it's
green
been good.
jumpsuits waiting, you prick.
And then it picks
And
up
Jack
again.
goes again. Jack
Picks up
goes to
again.
Nankervis. Look at Jack. Look at Sauce. Ready? Comes into Nankervis. Ready? Bang!
Ah!
And
Here
it
he is,
goes
the
again.
trackies.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
That was great. I see.
Yeah, it was on.
And then they didn't throw another punch.
And
Mate, no, well, that's the whole thing. Now, we were all pumped. I'm sure they were pumped out there. But that's good. And this year we have showed some fight.
Oh, yeah.
Some balls.
Some balls.
Fine. We haven't
Gutsy.
seen that.
Yeah,
And that's good.
Gutsy.
That is great. But,
You gotta
response.
come out and back it up.
so what happens? Let's have a look.
Bolton.
Don't.
Like, obviously at the game, you're gonna fucking rage at this, but I don't really care. Oh, look at the fucking look at this. Look how easy it is.
Game over.
Done.
And this is what I mean. I know, like, all right, maybe there was a few little things that went wrong there. They got the ball, whatever. But it doesn't matter, man. You can do as much fight as you want, but if you don't come out and kick that first goal or whatever, you've done nothing.
Yeah.
For me personally, that there, complete and utter disrespect, obviously, from the player.
Yeah.
I'd be taking a photo of that. Next time we play them, you make an example of that stuff.
Whatever. Yeah, like I said in my rant, yeah, whatever. If you want, you can do that. Who was the one who said that was our grand final? Was that
Edwards.
Edwards.
See, that's
He's another one, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Look, they have won. They've beaten us.
he's telling you that while he's got premiership medals
Exactly.
around
True.
you. You know what I mean? So yeah, all right. If you want one day when you do eventually beat him and that, and you can say maybe in the final you can beat
That's
him and then you can do it back to him. But at the moment,
They
mate,
can
so
laugh at
what?
us.
That's what they
Love
think
it.
about us.
But
I
that's
reckon I would be like that.
It's not about
I
the
would
player.
sign the ball and hand it to him before I kick it, man.
But it's not about the player. I'm not saying there's a hatred. I'm not saying the club should hate Shai Bolton.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at it and saying, this is what they think of us.
Yeah.
Now start thinking, oi, if this is what they think of us, look at yourself before you start throwing stones at other people's homes.
100%, man. That's the
Okay.
disrespect. He would never have done that to Melbourne or something. I'll tell you now.
He would have
But
never done
did
that
it
to the
us.
95 team.
Cripper's all about earning respect back in
We
the
got
club.
to.
And
So
it-
now
We
this
got-
week here coming
That's
up.
why we come
Make a
out this
statement.
week and we're tough this week.
Make a
right?
statement.
So that was it. All
Don't,
right. So
don't let
then,
your midfield get bullied.
all right. So they kicked the first goal. Let's not let them kick the second one. This is the one.
Plowman got caught holding
Yeah.
the ball. Yeah.
Tried to take the game on.
And he
As
points
well.
to the
Oh,
sky.
he got salt dirty there.
Yeah.
Fucking the ball.
The
just
handball
kept
came
coming.
in
Yeah.
and he got tackled perfectly.
Yeah.
Had the arm pinned. and-
100%.
We were
Don't
trying to
let it
take it on.
happen. What's the ball doing in their forward line?
Yeah.
Like, let's be tougher. And then we get the goal overturned, right?
Yeah.
Now, so we are set up.
No,
Then we go back. So we've had like 3.5 hours to set up
So
here.
that's what I said on the fan cam.
100%. And what happens? Let's have a look at this.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Straight out.
This from a kick out. Like,
We
Look
got
at the
it.
score.
It's unforgivable.
Look at the score.
It's unforgivable.
Bro, who was at the fall of the ball?
No one.
There's no one there.
Bit of a push.
He falls
Maybe.
over.
Well, it fell
He
over,
gets
though.
up. He does that.
But you're just
this and
chasing
that.
tail from
He
another
stuffs up the
contest.
kick, but they
Rubbish, he
still
stuffs
get
it
it.
up. He can have a cup of tea and fucking finish.
You know what's amazing about that? I'm looking at.
Mate.
I personally, when we lose, I can't watch it because it gets me angry. So that's the first time I've seen that.
Okay, right.
And look at the two blokes that are running at Rioli, Walsh and Hewitt.
Yeah.
So what's that telling me?
Yeah, exactly.
The midfield
Where's
pressure.
everyone?
Where's
Yeah.
the midfield pressure?
But it
What
was,
are they doing?
Look where it sort of started from that when it dropped for
Yeah.
the fall from the mark went to then Curvis. There was no one there.
There was no one there. Doherty.
That's where you got to
Once
lock the
Doherty
ball
was
in.
gone, once Doherty was gone out of that play, we were
But
stuck.
you got to lock the ball in there when it comes to the
You can't
forward.
let
Like
it get
that,
out.
if you go back, they had 4 or 5 players out the back that were free.
100% ready to go.
They were all free. I'm going to take it back.
at the stoppage
Look at that.
here.
There's one Carlton
him getting
player.
forward
1,
of the
2,
ball.
3, 4.
That is
They're
Richmond.
all in front.
That's Richmond's game style right
Look at
there.
him get goal side.
They're all in front.
Look at him get goal side.
Yeah, that's exactly
Because if it
right,
wasn't
mate.
Edwards, it would have been another player. It was in the
all
league.
in
all the
front.
lines just
The
failed.
only one probably in front of his man was Doherty, and he unfortunately
Just-
slipped over, cost him.
Yep.
It's all just a complete
And then all of a sudden,
breakdown.
And
now
then
you
they're all
just,
chasing.
Sard has to come off his
Now
man
you're
there.
just chasing
They're all
tail now.
chasing tail, and it's everything's out of whack.
It's a complete breakdown of play.
Yeah. And they were fuck.
So, you know.
And look, at the end of the day, as I said, you can fight as much as you want. You can complain about the goal, but mate, you can't let that shit
No,
happen.
that shit there you can't. There's no excuse
Can't
about
let-
that.
And now, hopefully, they learn from it.
What could have been?
It's happened a few times this year.
That's happened a few times.
As I
That's
said,
why I
it's-
don't like it.
Isn't it funny how the areas where we think that we're weak at the moment are actually all
Holding up.
being probably the best part of like our back
Defence.
6 and 7, and our wingers.
Yeah.
Mate, no, absolutely no knock. Now,
Oh, from the Collingwood
Let him
game.
have it. Let him have it. About O'Brien. I can't.
can I bring forward Paul's call?
No.
This is going to be my call. It's going to be a rant now.
You want to do the
I want
call
to
now?
do Paul's call now
All
because
right,
it's
let's do it.
it
All right,
makes
pause
it makes
call.
it.
Oh, it's called. All right. All right, we got it. All right, Paul.
I love it when he says that.
Now, are you? Hold on. Are you in my camp with
I
Lockie
am.
O'Brien?
I am.
Are you in my camp now?
Yeah, he's playing very
Are you in
well.
my camp?
100% now.
Yeah.
He's earned his
Yeah.
money.
I don't
Could
want
only
to see,
go
I don't
one
want to
way.
see good players not play for our club.
Yeah, well, that was it.
could
And,
only
he,
go-
and it went. It
He
went
went,
that
he
way.
went his way.
Now, I just want to remain calm for the first couple of moments because, as a winger in the competition,
Just gonna get himself ready. Let's do it.
as a winger in the competition, right? And I want this is me trying to. I don't want to have a go and belittle people and supporters and fans and all that. I want to educate you into understanding what the role of a winger
An
is.
educator.
If they let you.
But that's what it's about. That's
Of
what
course it
content
is.
should be about,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So, wingers in the competition, there are 3 to 4 main things that they have to do week in and week out to be able to get a game and to tick their role, to tick off their job every week. It's distance travelled, so kilometres
100%.
covered, the amount of inside 50s you create, and the amount of scoring chains as well is another. And disposal efficiency is up there.
How well
as
you can
well.
kick the ball.
How well you can kick the ball, and I would vouch to say that Lockie O'Brien does that pretty much every week, right?
Yep.
And he's probably, he's probably one of our, probably 3 of the best kicks at our club.
We've always said
at our
that,
club,
yeah.
right? Now, for the love of God Almighty, and for the love of God's green earth, if someone comes up to me and tries to make the argument again that he doesn't get contested possessions, he doesn't tackle, he's not hard at the ball, his contested possession counts went up, his tackles went up, he's not in the team to do that.
That's right.
He is not in the team to do that. Why is everyone so obsessed with contested possessions?
That's
Why?
not his job.
But that's not it.
Because everyone just does the same
He can
thing.
have 0 contested
not his
touches
job.
and have 25 uncontested touches, and I'll be happy. Because if he has to go and get contested possessions, something's wrong. Something's failed.
That's like going on a plane and the air hostess is meant to be a fucking pilot as
She's
well.
the flight.
She's just there to serve you.
Why aren't you flying the plane?
She's serving you. She's not flying the fucking plane. And that's what Lockie
The
O'Brien
player, the player that he would, if I was him, I'd be looking up to. I look at 3 players as a wingman: Isaac Smith, Langdon, and probably Brad Hill at his peak.
Even Sidebottom.
Brad Hill at his peak.
and Sidebottom.
Yeah, at their peak. Okay, Do they get hard ball?
They don't need the hard
Do they
ball.
need to get hard
not
ball?
his
Sorry,
job.
the other area is metres gained. Territory gained. I think he gained 494. It was nearly 500.
He probably
He does
won.
it week in and week out.
Yeah,
And
he
then,
works
you know,
hard.
people come up to me, oh, O'Brien's no good, O'Brien's no good. I'm like, okay, why? Oh, he's not hard at the ball. Okay, how many players are hard at the ball?
No, I've
We
seen
should put
comments
Dow
where
in.
he should be dropped. I don't get it.
Fuck me, seriously. Like, I just,
He should play down.
I don't. If you know what, if you're gonna have an opinion,
Give me
Don't.
do your research.
Yeah. And then
Do
come.
your research, right? Because I'd vouch to say that Michael Voss understands what he's doing when he picks the team every week, and O'Brien's almost the bloody first bloke
Well, we
listed every
always
week.
say that we need like
This one
good
game
wingers
is
and that. He's
he had
actually doing his
24 and a
job.
goal.
Yeah, nah. Hey, can you do something
And
for us?
arguably could have kicked
Call,
it.
call his goal. Call his goal now.
I can't remember his goal.
The
What
one
was his
where
goal?
he came back inside.
From 50
and he
right in front of
sidestepped
us.
In front of us.
Well, I called it. I said O'Brien will kick a goal.
I said O'Brien
you?
would kick a goal
Oh,
before
you did.
I said,
You did.
I grabbed it.
You
I
grabbed me like
grabbed him
this.
in front. I grabbed Paul in front. And I said, he'll kick it. And he'll come in. He's got a beautiful
O'Brien will
left foot.
swing round on the left and he'll put it through the high net. But that's what he's in the team to do.
That's it.
Distance travelled by kilometres with his GPS data. Inside 50s, scoring chains, score involvements, uncontested possessions, and bloody metres gained.
Yeah.
That's what he's in the team to do. He does it every week.
He's not the
He
problem.
does it every
You know what-
week.
You know what people do? They go on
What do people
the
want?
AFL app and they go contest
Oh,
it.
but they just look at
Contest it,
possessions.
and
They look at possessions.
Everybody has to be
Oh,
consistent.
if you looked at
I
possessions,
can get 100 possessions.
Cripps and Walsh had all the touches in the world,
And
right? And we'll
impact
poor.
was
Walsh was
poor.
probably our best, and I thought Cripps was not great on the night.
Well, Cribs
You
wasn't
know,
that great. No.
He was okay.
No, he wasn't
Cripps'
bad.
game was good, but
Yeah.
Great.
too much fluffing around with the handball. And
Too
much fluffing around.
O'Brien. This is the thing with O'Brien. Voss has come in.
Leave him alone.
Defined roles. Defined roles. You're a winger. These are the boxes you need to tick every week, and he does tick them every week. So stop bloody saying he's not hard at the ball. Or it's not his game.
No.
That's not what he's in the team to do. That's it.
Our problem
The
was
O'Brien
pressure
argument's
in the
done.
midfield.
If you think
Our
he's no
problem
good,
was
I'm
small
sorry. No.
forwards. That
If
was
you
our
think
problem.
he's no good, seriously, you don't know anything about what a winger has to do week in and week out in the modern
the
game.
heat's vibrating off this area
But I'm
of
serious.
the couch.
No, but it's not. It's you need to educate yourself.
Profusely.
And you just have.
radiating.
Educate
You
yourself.
just have. You've
just did.
educated
You just
everyone.
did.
Thank
You
you, Paul.
educated the people that will
The
do
people.
that.
I'll just get angry when that happens.
No.
I
He's
get
been good. He's
frustrated.
been very good this year. You can't.
It's been
fault
very
him.
good.
And mind you, I did say he would be our most improved.
And that's why you extra defend him.
No, but not even that. It's not
No,
even
but you're
that.
absolutely right, man. I was. Look,
Look,
at
I'm
the
gonna have to
start.
stop you there. He's second most improved. Lewis Young's number one.
Okay, all right. Okay, fair enough. That's a good
100%.
Yes,
That's a
I
fair
agree.
But he's
But,
definitely fuck. He's got
at the
levels.
start of the year, before he had played a game, everyone had doubts about him because
oath, yeah.
in previous form he's been an merda, right?
Because they wanted to play him as a midfielder.
Maybe, yeah.
They wanted to play him as a half
Yeah,
back.
100%.
They didn't
But
know where to
this
play
year-
him.
His role wasn't
Defined. Now they found a spot for him. We knew he was always going to be a wingman.
To tell you the truth, I don't even really notice him. And
But that's a good thing.
Yeah, I know.
How good's
he
that?
does what he has to do.
You only
That's
notice him when he hits up that 40
Yeah.
and what a beautiful kick.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what it should be.
Yeah,
That's
of
it.
course, of course. And
He's
he's
got a beautiful kick.
the other thing is he's the whipping boy. So as soon
Bloody
as he
oath.
does a,
It's
as soon
easy
as
to
he
get
does a
on.
mistake, everyone goes.
Every
"Ah!"
club has one. Every club has one. And he might be that for the rest of his career.
Plowman
Plowman
used to
was
be
that.
but he's kind of taken that away. Man.
So
I'm telling
that's
you,
that's
Plowman.
my call for
Hey.
the week. So
What are you doing now?
Nah, do you ever get like upset at the footy?
No, yeah, I have a few times. I'm not going to lie.
Number 26.
You want to
you
explain
want to
that?
explain that one?
Mr.
I really
Maloney?
shouldn't,
Okay, all right.
but I will.
I think you will.
Again, working at the club, I had a man crush on Jared Waite. I had a real man crush on Jared Waite. He was probably my favourite player after Fev left.
Oh, yeah.
And I
we
saw
all love
things in him that a lot of people didn't see. I just thought he could be anything. An enigma.
Yeah.
He really was. He had talent
Yeah.
everywhere. And I loved him. When he left to North Melbourne, I was very upset.
Oh, I think a
Very
lot of people
upset.
are.
And obviously not watching your interview, so obviously I didn't have that
Yeah, well,
understanding
that's
of
it. You let
what had
everyone
happened.
know.
Yeah, but obviously I knew that he wasn't happy with Malthouse and everything, but let's not worry about that. The ball came around and I just made a V-line that day that if Jared Waite came in front of me,
in that vicinity.
I was going to run down the aisle and gave him a few words, and
Choice words.
I gave him a few choice words, and it came up on Channel 7. My mum texted me and said, "You're an idiot, you're on the TV." Then my Facebook blew up, and I will forever be known for that.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Right.
It was passion. I think BT actually said it during the call. Wow, that boy's got a bit of passion about him.
Oh, that's it.
There's a bloke just before you.
Yes,
He's doing
the
as
point.
well.
He's
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
the
yeah.
point.
Look, I think a lot of people had that against Jared White.
I did.
And I think a lot of people didn't understand because all you saw was him leading.
Oh, yeah,
Until you revealed what
We
happened on
revealed
the
what really happened, and I think
on
that
the
was
show.
good for him. Yeah, and he
Closure.
It was great.
It was closure, and he was really emotional about that.
He was.
He's a
wasn't he?
Carlton person.
100%.
There's no denying that.
You know,
His dad played for him.
Yeah, so when they do the past players like functions, he's always there
As his
representing
dad.
his dad.
Yes, yeah.
always.
It's fantastic.
So in the
100%
last
so.
one, that they were all there, he was there, and they always mentioned that he's there. And he said, "I'm a Carlton person." He never wanted to leave, and he did it. So good on you,
Circumstances
Jared.
occur. Things
Nah,
happen.
that's it.
That's the way.
Hey,
Oh well.
Votes.
we did have votes.
I did have votes.
We're going to start with.
Malana.
Oh, yes.
Do you
My
remember?
votes. I do remember them. I gave Young 5.
No, you
Did you
didn't.
give, did you give Doherty 5?
No, I gave Young 5.
No, you didn't give Young 5.
Oh, no, sorry. Do we have edits?
This
Oh,
is
no.
perfect. I'm going to
Okay.
highlight this bit.
I had Sard 5.
Yes.
Sad 5.
I thought he was best on ground.
Okay, yep. Good
I was happy even though he made a couple of mistakes.
Yep.
4 to Mackay.
Yes.
I thought if it wasn't for him, we really wouldn't have been in the
doing
game.
good.
Love that.
Then Young 3.
Yes.
He's just amazing.
He's been great.
Doherty 2.
Yep.
And I had Boyd for 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. That was
Okay,
a lot.
what did I put? What
want
mine,
me to
did I
give
put
you-
the first ones or the second ones I sent through?
No, the first one.
Okay, what did I have? Hold on.
Because he changed his mind, then he
I
went
changed
back.
my mind, but I
He
can't remember.
flip-flopped.
I can't remember what I put. What did I put?
Yeah, Doherty first.
Doherty 5.
Yep.
I'm trying to find my votes. I didn't write them down.
You want me to
I've got
tell
it on
you?
the-
Yeah, you could tell
Or do you
me.
want to read them?
Yeah, I'll read them out. Here we go.
What do I have?
On the
The
left.
first one, yeah.
Doherty 5, Sard 4, Walsh 3, O'Brien 2, Cripps 1. But really, I probably shouldn't have given. I don't know.
It's too late.
I
They're
thought
there.
I was- yeah, I know,
I've
they're
done
there
the
now.
graphics.
Yeah. I've done the graphics. Looking back on that, I reckon I got those wrong.
Yeah.
Looking
Oh,
back
me,
at it,
I
reckon
had
got those
Walsh for 5, Doherty 4, Sard 3, McKay 2, and Young 1.
Nice.
I like his votes are good.
He's going.
he's a good
outside
Look
the
at his
box.
eyes.
Look
They're,
at
they're,
him.
they're,
He loves
they're
it.
Fucking better go on you from forward of
Yeah,
centre and
that's-
everything.
that's-
Shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, mine's got a beautiful twist on it. 5 to Young, who was fantastic.
Yeah.
4 to the Mabruk Sard,
Yeah,
he's very good.
very good.
3 to Doherty,
Yeah.
just courageous.
He was
2 to Boyd,
Yeah.
fuck his feet, his
Mate,
footwork
yeah.
is beautiful.
got a beautiful kick.
And 1 to Plowman, who
There
I
you
thought
go.
was good on the
I
right
reckon
as
they
well.
got-
So.
and
Between us, I reckon we covered everybody that should have got.
That
votes.
should have got him.
and what
100%.
all your votes? What are they all?
Defenders.
They're all defenders.
I love that twist. Love that touch to it. It's good.
No, they deserve it. And you know what? I'm happy.
If
you mentioned Plowman.
if we had won the game, Mackay would have been in there, but because
Of
we
course.
didn't, bad luck.
Yeah.
So,
Of course. No, that was good.
So what have we got? Leaderboard.
Have a look at the
Yeah,
leaderboard
who
here.
is leading? This is interesting. Is Walsh?
Cripper? Yeah.
Cripps. Oh, it's close. At the, 80. Is that 86, 85?
86 to
Wow, that's
85. Doherty 77. He crept up nicely. And then Hewitt and Curnow 16 57. But the top 3 players there, really, they are really a top 3
I
players.
wonder where
pretty much.
Sard is stiff to
Sard
not
is
be
playing
right up
amazing.
there.
He's been on
Sard's
about 50.
down, but he's had a few good games. Yeah, no, he's in that 40 odd range.
Okay,
So he's had a good
been
year. So
phenomenal
there
this
you go.
Is
man.
he an All-Australian Smoky?
Yeah.
Not
Sard?
a, not a
Not in the
smoky.
smoky.
Could be a
Well,
lock.
Him and Doherty.
Him and Doherty. Would he get in the squad if it was announced tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
definitely.
I think so.
Both would.
I think they both
Doherty
would.
would have to.
Both them, Mackay and Curnow, definitely.
Yep.
And we're starting to use Sard
Mackay.
right.
We're starting to use Sard a lot more too.
Yeah, and Curnow, yeah, 100%, 100%.
Oh, he was fucking. He got us going again.
If it
Sard.
wasn't for him, like he did in the Collingwood
That's
game.
how we should. That's how it should be, though. He
Collingwood
should
game
be
was
getting
similar.
us going.
He got a whole thumb in his eye too.
Yeah.
I know.
He was losing
I wasn't happy.
it at the game.
I wasn't happy
Losing
about
it.
that.
Oh, that's, yeah.
You can't, how can you see it? You can't. I know he's
wasn't
gone
happy
down.
about
They go,
that.
but if the umpire can't see it, what are you going to do?
Umpire can't see a lot of things apparently.
I know.
Neither could Sard.
Like had laser eye
Neither
surgery.
could Sard.
Are they still sponsored by?
No, OPSM.
I am now.
Specsavers.
Even they gave up.
You've got the glasses.
I
now.
do,
You've
actually.
got glasses. Yeah,
Even they gave
They
up.
prescription now.
Yeah, they are.
They're prescribed.
Yes.
All right, we got
Next
a
week.
game next week.
Morals.
Round 15, Carlton, Fremantle, Marvel Stadium.
Morals.
Saturday, 1:45.
Unbeatable.
Good. You go there, then you go out.
Unbeatable.
We'll be having a nice dinner if we win on Saturday night.
Unbeatable.
Why would you say that?
Because we're unbeatable. That's why. Hey, we can't lose.
On what form guide do you
Or
have
what are you
that?
tipping then?
Silvani is back into the team that we lost to against Fremantle. Mackay is fit. Kennedy will be in, right? It just negates them as well. And it's back on a Marvel deck, a dry deck. It's what we want.
Okay.
Retain the ball.
Done then.
It's
And it's you know what it is? It's a case of the midfield's been down, but when you come up against a gun midfield and you know you have to stand up, you
might
stand up.
Yeah.
You hope so.
Yeah.
If they do, we're in business.
You play
That's
with
all
balls,
that
you
has to
become a ball.
happen.
What do you reckon? Well, this is it. This is the result.
Carlton by
Oracle.
This is the result.
16 points.
Carlton by 16. Oh, I'm going to put these thing up.
So Dern will be out this week.
Yep.
Do they get Tabernar back this week?
No.
No.
No. Don't think so.
Which Durnan's out?
Sam.
Dern.
Big one.
So Kemp comes in.
Correct.
Kemp will
He was
come
good.
in.
He was good in the VFL.
Yeah.
So
which
Kemp
we'll-
comes
which we'll
in.
get
All right,
to.
so we're done there. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
So Kemp comes in.
Yeah.
Who else
Martin
comes?
goes out.
Martin definitely
Honey
comes out.
in.
Honey comes
Reto
in for
Honey.
Martin.
I like
Reto Honey.
Are we going to get rid of? Not rid of. Are we going to drop one of the two
Durden.
Storms?
I would.
Durden.
Absolutely.
No, I think always.
Always.
Absolutely.
I think always.
Absolutely.
Either one of
For
them.
Motlop.
For Motlop.
Motlop or Phil.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
Phil,
find out
yeah.
about all that.
I'm gonna. Oh fuck! I'm gonna go. Oh, it's gonna be a title. Our assholes are gonna be 10 Storm night. I'll tell you that.
Afternoon 1:45.
Oh,
maybe.
sorry.
It'll be-
Well, it ends in the. Yeah, fuck.
I'll tell you what it'll be. Oh, man, if they can get up
Carlton.
gutsy win.
By 7 points.
Wow.
Nice. All right.
I'm backing us in because we have always responded this year.
Correct.
I think we're a damn good team. I think
Correct.
we'll win by 21 points.
Whee, I like it.
And I think Harry
Hey.
will have a day out.
They were not good against Hawthorn.
They won't.
They were not good
They
against
did
Hawthorn,
enough.
mate.
Our midfield has to lift. I was there when we versed them at the start of the year in Perth, and they had everything right go for them. Again, injuries out of their bum.
Home game
We
for
come
us.
back home. You know, remember the last time we played them here? Mackay bloody had 15 shots on goal.
Chera might play this.
So
maybe.
if we
Maybe
got
he's
Chera
a
back,
smoky to play.
he's a smoky to come back.
I wouldn't risk it. We don't need to risk
Don't
it.
need to risk
What do you
it.
think?
I think it's going to be like less than the goal. So I'm going to say 3 points.
I was thinking like
Titanic
yeah.
battle from
Yeah.
the very onset. I think we'll win.
It'll ebb
'Cause
and
I don't
flow.
think we're still
I-
good enough to like
Smack
smash
someone.
them.
Because
Oh,
I'm
well,
of
fuck,
this.
what are they? Second or third?
Yeah, well,
They're
I-
a good team.
They're a damn good
Five,
team.
mate.
You've got to pay respect
The
to them where they
spiritual
are.
leader.
And don't forget, it's the golden switch. We open up favourites, markets are flipped, so we're the value.
Yeah.
You know,
It's,
but I will also say, mate, the crowd's just, you know, that Marvel crowd when it gets going.
does go
It's our
raucous
first
there.
home game in a
One
month.
thing,
God, we haven't
One
had a
thing
home
that-
game.
Saturday afternoon, mate, you got to
Is it-
be there.
How long
one
is
thing
since
that
our last home
hasn't
game?
let us down is our crowds this year.
Mate,
Yeah,
We've
we'll
been
be there.
We've been.
I think we
Saturday
averaged
afternoon.
40,000.
We're
Hey,
good.
no excuse.
Home crowd is
Saturday
actually-
afternoon.
Oh no, you got to get.
It's under the roof.
You got to get
40,000
40,000.
minimum.
has to be there,
You
and there'll be 10 of
Lift
them.
them up.
They better pump. Because I'm going out that night. I'm going to the trots that night.
Lift it.
Oh,
we go to the
where?
trots.
Melton.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're off on basic.
Oh, they're off and
I think
pacing.
so, yeah.
Here you go with Vince.
The
Yeah.
Elder Baron
Oh, I come
Park
along.
Mile.
Come down. We're going to
We
go
going to
dinner.
Melton.
I think so, yeah.
The Elder
We should
Baron
go.
passing sprint.
We should
Wanna
go.
We'll go.
Bloody oath.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I love mate. Hey,
Drag
that'd
them
be a
down
good
in
night.
Mountain.
All right.
Yeah,
the,
Dan Malecki.
The jumper punch. We'll do a vlog.
Yeah, and we'll do a vlog. Yeah. Hey, why don't we? From the start to the
All right,
finish
we'll
of the
do a
thing.
vlog on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Chris Alford.
Chris Alford, mate.
Getting up the Elder Baron Park
Amanda
Mile.
Turnbull.
Yeah, Amanda Turnbull in New South Wales. I know them all, mate. Chris Alford, Nathan Jack,
Done. All
Armour
right.
Tabor.
It's probably going to be like fan crowds there.
The,
waiting
the
for-
Lang family. He passed away, the father. They're all Carlton supporters. See?
No, that's good. All right. Yeah, no, we're going there. So the game
So we're all
is
going
going
to
to be big.
win.
Yeah, we're all forecast to win, so it should be
Yeah.
close. All
Chris
right.
Barsby will be
That's
calling
good, that's good.
he'll be calling the
Oh, what's
Queensland
that?
shots. The phone's ringing.
Hello. Hey,
Is it me boss?
you already... Yeah, you brought the stuff down. What do you mean he hasn't come back? I don't know. He left. He's not here. Yeah, I know, helps hard. What happened last time? Last time he told you he was going, and you saw photos of him in Bali. Is that what happened last time? I don't know, man. All right, we'll see. All right, mate. Hey, that was your boss, mate.
Bloody hell, Bali.
Well, apparently, yeah. Last time there were photos of you took off, and you said you were in Bali. You were partying there.
Yeah, with the goalie.
The goal, yes. The goal, yes.
A bit of trouble.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a job
boy.
there. Anyway, I said you're not here, so let's hope he doesn't watch the show.
Oh, God.
Hey, listen.
There's one.
Let's have a look at this.
What's this?
Who is it?
Benno.
Is it Richie Benno? Nah, that's cool.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy. Look at him go.
Bella.
Oh,
No, we changed it.
Cookie, where are you?
Don't know. What's up?
Can you make an Australia Day barbie at my place? Bit of cricket, couple of lamb chops. You in?
Yeah, all right.
I love those cutlets.
Yeah, is Bert coming?
Barbecue? Yeah, I'm keen. Wills?
Yeah, keen.
He's keen.
Sounds lovely, Richie,
around at the Wills.
Get in touch with Brad. No answer. Typical.
A barbie, Richie. I'd love to.
Brilliant.
I'll make the lemon cakes.
2 for 22.
Billy Birmingham.
Australia Day barbie at your joint, I hear. Nope.
I'm busy, Richie.
Come on, Sam.
All right, I'm in. You know what I'm bringing, and it's not tofu.
So everyone's in?
Yeah, stoked.
Too right.
Affirmative.
Fantastic.
Hang on. Ned, haven't you gone veggie?
That's a shame.
No, I'm gluten intolerant.
It's not even a real thing.
It is a real thing. It's in the family. My mother had it, my father had it. No,
You're delusional, Ned.
I'm not a veg jock. I like lamb.
Marvellous. Lamb's on.
You're going to need some ice.
Why don't you bring ice? You never bring anything.
Barbecue, Richie!
Spin this bad boy around.
You never lamb alone on Australia Day. You allowed to say Australia Day?
What a voice.
You allowed to say Australia
What a
Day?
voice.
I don't know. Can you say Australia Day anymore? Or are we still
You're allowed
Australia?
to say
It's
that?
fucking Australia Day.
It is.
Might as well just said it.
Hey, listen, that's a question. Lamb is like a bit of a people either like it or they don't.
Love lamb. My dad hates it.
I love a bit of lamb.
My dad
A lot
can't
of the
stand it.
old wogs don't like. They don't like the smell.
It's la pegora because
Yeah.
it
You
smells
like
like
it?
Yeah, I
barnyardy.
love lamb.
It's the barnyardy gamey.
But naturally, because they used to kill the lamb and put it straight in the fingers and smell like, but now it's different. But I'm telling my dad was the same, mate. Lamb.
Yeah, that's
I love a bit of lamb.
They can't stand it. I love
Leg of lamb.
chops.
You love the lamb.
Yeah.
You do. He does cook a good lamb, this fella.
The spit.
Yeah, beautiful.
Bella tendera.
No,
Beautiful.
that big one.
I love venison.
You know what
Yeah,
I
that
like
venison we had that night.
Oh, the
at my
venison.
place.
You ever had venison sausages?
Yes, yeah, the salsicha.
You
I
did.
had
Was that
sausage.
venison?
Yeah,
the
the
deer you
spit.
did the other night.
Yes.
It was it?
Yeah.
Did the
Beautiful.
venison.
Venison's grouse, bro. Underrated.
I love meat.
I'm a meat
Yeah,
person.
Mate, yeah.
I love
Mate,
meat.
we're carnivores.
Molested.
Legit carnivores. Like,
I couldn't date a vegan.
I don't
No,
get it.
no, nothing to them. But
what's the saying?
No knock on them. Do whatever you want.
How do you know if someone's a vegan? They'll tell you.
My missus ain't a vegan, I'll tell you that. And she's a Carlton supporter now.
Now, good.
Hey, what do we got here?
And my goodness gracious me, what a result it was. Good bounce back by the
We had a
boys.
win, yeah. we had a
Very
win.
good bounce back. We've got the scores up here. 11-9, 75, Ida, 8-8, 56. Brother! Come back from the boys. Josh Honey with 4 through the high diddle. Crocker with 3. Glass, McCasker, Hayes, Murkov and Setterfield goals. And look, the doggies had some good players come back. Josh Bruce came back from his ACL. Granted, I mean, bloke's missed fucking nearly a year of football, so Ken played on him for bits and pieces.
That was a Friday night too, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. They had Lockie Hunter come back into the team as well, who looked okay. I think they were sort of on managed minutes from what I was looking at and got told, but a very impressive performance. And we looked out on our feed earlier. I was looking at the game. I was watching it on my phone, and then went there at half time. I was watching it on my phone. I go, man, what's going on? I go, the whole club's just going through a slump, a lull. I go, what's happening, man? It didn't rain.
Oh, but it was wet.
It was really wet. The ground was like soaked.
You were saying you went on Did
It
you
was
say-
soaked. Ground was soaked. And what the big thing for me was that they learnt from the night before. As a club, you could see that the mindset was, well, boys, mate, it's a wet, ugly night. Like, just get the bloody thing forward. Like, stop piss farting around by hand. And Will Setterfield was fantastic.
Wow,
He was
yeah,
really,
I heard
really
that.
good, man. And this is not just because he had 35 and a goal. I thought his defensive efforts to start or to intercept and create scoring involvements and scoring change was...
Where's he playing?
He was phenomenal. He's playing midfield, but he did a lot of defensive work as well, which was fantastic. So
Where would you see him with our senior team? Because it seems like he might be the
Look,
next one in, but
my take on him is that he's always been an inside and outside midfielder, a pure midfielder. I know they tried to set him up on the wing last year. They tried to do it a little bit this year, which I get, because he does have not a bad tank from what they were saying and GPS numbers and all that. But I just feel that he's more of a midfielder. You know, because remember there was that season, was it 2020?
Yeah.
He had that really good game against Adelaide.
That was the best game.
And I just thought, they go, we've got to
the
play
back end of
something
2019 he was good as well.
Yeah. So look, I mean, it's, you know, he had a pretty solid game. I thought he was probably
He's had
our
two
best.
2 weeks now.
Yeah, I
in a row?
thought this was his best.
I would
game of the
definitely.
year.
I think he's a perfect substitute at the moment.
Yeah.
Sub.
Yeah, I
Same
think he's a
thing.
perfect sub. Like if
He's
we come down,
versatile.
yeah, he's versatile. You know.
Yeah, he can play.
You know, and look, mate, 23 kicks and 12 handballs.
Yeah. So he
kicks the ball. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, but that's what they had to do in those conditions. Look at the kicking numbers. 243 kicks, 155 handballs. That's a sensational ratio. That's perfect. That's exactly what you need. Tackle count up 74. Inside 50s was 47 each of 2, but we made the most of our opportunities going forward. So, and Josh Honey, fantastic. Just reads the play so well. He positions himself so well up forward. And look, the three goals he did kick were sort of, you know, like a little bit out the back and all, but he was just smart with it. But the fourth that he kicked, ran that straight line through the contest at the stoppage in the forward 50 that I love.
Yep.
So clean, picked up, snapped the goal on his left. It's a fantastic goal. And I think that's what we lacked in the AFL team through those stoppages across half forward was
Jack
we needed...
Martin.
Yeah, well,
Someone coming to
someone
attack.
running straight through, running
That's
those
right.
straight lines through the contest.
He's actually a big boy. Deceptively big.
He's definitely in.
He can't not play.
I don't think
He
he's
has to.
he
He
would
has to.
almost be a shoot. Which, not that I was worried about him, but his couple of games back was a bit.
They weren't the best,
His
though.
head was out of the game against Essendon, and he was giving people the knuckle.
Yeah,
and
you
it
were
just,
saying that,
He was
yeah.
just not in the game.
Probably had to find his touch.
And look, he's missed with the knee. He's missed with the calf. I think he had a calf or he had a
What,
niggle
nearly
where he
a
was
whole- nearly a
sore.
whole year? Nah.
Yeah, he hadn't played the whole
The
year.
last game he played was at St Kilda last year,
Yes, and he was fantastic.
and he was great. I feel like he's a player that will be better off
in
playing in an
AFL.
AFL football side
Could
compared to a VFL side.
There's a lot there to like with him. You know,
And who out? And Kemp?
Setterfield and Fogarty are trying to battle for the spot
yeah.
in the team, and Kemp was solid. He had one or two moments, but all defenders have that in the where you get outdone by
course.
your opponent. It happens. Even it happens to we do.
Well, guess what?
He's playing.
He'll be playing. Well, we've got no choice.
Doesn't matter.
He was he had some moments where you thought, and then he just get an arm in, or he'd get a leg in, or he'd just get the fist in. Yeah. So, you know, he's taking that role in his stride, but I think he needs to, the way I'm looking at it in the reserves, they're trying to play him a 50-50 split, forward and back. At least we have that luxury too with him. So he's a case of, I know we always talk about, what's his role? Just get him in one role and keep him there. But at least he knows, he knows what he is. Okay, when I know I'm needed down back, I'm down back. If I know I'm needed up front, I can play forward. So we've got that versatility with him, which is fantastic to have. And I was worried because he went off with a knock, apparently. I didn't see the knock. Tommy was saying it didn't look good. And then Dom Akoi, I can't remember. I can never
got concussed.
A coup or a Koi. I think it's a coup. He got concussed. He had the concussion
that's
test,
right, he did,
concussion
yeah,
protocols,
yeah.
and came out. I'm like, another key defender
Yeah.
gone down. So, but he seemed to be okay. He was in good spirits. So, good
I
bounce
think
back.
touching on Kemp, I think people have to give him an out because we're teaching this kid two positions. He's 19 years old. This is literally his second year of football with us. Okay, so literally, give him a break.
Yeah. You got to give him a spell with all that and let him give him time to develop. Hayes was good again. Jeez, he's a good player, mate. I would be shocked if he doesn't come in within the next week or two.
I think so. Like,
I want him in. I want him in, mate. As
this
a
week, you
midfielder.
couldn't put him in this week.
Do you hit the iron
Well,
while it's hot?
if Chera doesn't come up, I'd be taking someone out. I'd be going Durden,
Like
Durden. I'd go Durden, Durden, and who was I dropping?
Martin.
And Martin.
Martin.
And I'd almost go Honey, Setterfield,
Kemp.
Kemp, Honey, and Hayes. I want Hayes to play,
Hayes
mate.
for Durden.
Yeah, and then just shift someone else up front, something like that. Because I know Fisher had been playing a little bit more on the ball.
He did play a
Maybe
little bit
getting
more
him a
midfield.
little bit deeper involved, deeper in there, and Honey can go through
It's not a bad
stoppages, which
idea.
we
I'm
saw.
telling you, we definitely. I think one of them has to get dropped because
I think so.
You got to make a statement.
you got to make a statement.
Yep, I
And
agree.
there's nothing wrong with going back.
There's nothing wrong at all.
And Dow was
that's the one I
probably
want
not a
to know.
game. He won't.
What's going on with him?
He'll get
it's all
traded.
over.
He'll get traded. You can just see it, mate. I mean, every time Voss gets asked, Voss got asked about him in the post game.
You could see it in
post
his
Collingwood.
face, man. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, mate. They asked. He's like, well, and love how he tried. Not that he got it out, but he just said, Paddy would have wanted more out of his game.
Yeah. In other words, I want more. He was going,
That's
yeah,
it.
no,
It's
100%.
exactly right. Do you trust his ability to, or his knowledge to understand what our midfield needs at the moment? Look, I will say, maybe they, in that game on the weekend, his surge out of stoppage might have actually been.
That's what type of footballer he actually
And
is.
that was probably what we needed too. But then you look at the bigger bodies.
We always hope
that
that and he does nothing.
He wouldn't have even got
When-
up to the standard of that game.
That's right. So
Not a
when's he really
chance.
done that?
That's correct.
Never.
That's correct. The
We're only
Fremantle
going
game.
on what he hopes.
So
The Fremantle game last
the
year.
pressure of Richmond
Yeah.
would have cracked him in half.
The one that I personally like, and I know he had a lot of the ball,
Yeah.
I personally like Lockie Fogarty.
Yeah, he was good.
I like him.
He was solid.
I think he's a good footy player.
Yeah, he done the backup.
Yeah.
He was the sub
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Thursday
He
night.
was a sub. Yeah, he,
He
did
came
the
on,
backup.
didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
come
he
on in
came
the
on
last
for
and
like
then
5
played
minutes, something like
VFL. So.
What did he do?
They got nothing.
But only for 5 minutes.
He had 31 in the reserves,
31.
31, and he was pretty good. Him and Setterfield are fighting out that
Keep plugging
spot.
away, mate. I
And
think
Jack
Keep doing
Carroll again. Jack Carroll strong in the contest.
Keep
Good
plugging
spread.
away.
Forget about Carroll.
Good spread and run away
Keep
from the
plugging, mate.
contest.
I don't want somebody in off one good game. That doesn't work.
So,
Give me
look,
5-6
it was a game that they really had to bounce back from, and they did so, and now they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th on the ladder, and there are a couple of teams behind
Like
them
us.
that have
Where's
games ahead.
Carlton?
But look at our percentage is 125, so our percentage is keeping us right up there.
I'd love that percentage in our senior team.
So you know,
Yeah. Just let's
but
get the
but
points.
that's that for the
Just get
boys,
the points.
and we've got Coburg straight after the AFL game next week at Icon Park at 5:05. So
Oh, wow.
if you're done from the AFL game, head down to Icon Park. 5:05.
That's a rubbish time.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Saturday.
5:05.
night, yeah, so that's all right. Go there, then you can go for dinner
Couldn't just
on
make
my
it
goal.
5, could you?
Just train time.
So that should be another win against Coburg.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
VFL this is the team. We're playing them at home.
We
Anyway.
should. We should.
Should
All
be
right,
good.
good. That's a
But, yeah,
good
that's
wrap
that.
up. All right, so it's good. We've got a couple.
Yep,
that might be
some
coming back
blokes
as well.
pushing, which is good.
100%.
And that's the wrap. Cheers.
All right. We just do a little bit of AFL talk.
Yep.
I had this on the agenda.
Okay, yep.
The Goey.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
What are your thoughts about it? I got my thoughts about it.
So the woman involved apparently had nothing
Apparently
bad
nothing,
to say.
Nothing happened.
She actually didn't. She was okay with what happened, so I don't really see the.
Well, I don't even care about the woman. I just care about
The Goey.
Well, I care about
The
what's
Goey.
been going on with the media and that. Is this justified?
Bro, if
That what the media
How they
Going
slandered
overboard.
him.
is it justified? No,
No.
I don't think it's justified.
I think it's a low blow on the Goey, to be honest, because of the reputation he has. Well, that's what
So,
the
I wanna
reputation
know,
of
what
the
did he do
media
wrong?
has put
No,
on
I think
him
I have a
too.
different
Look,
opinion.
I haven't read
No, I
heaps
think I've got a
into it.
different one.
But he didn't
No,
do
from what we
anything.
saw in that, what did he do wrong?
He hasn't done anything.
He's gone overseas. They
But
said
he
he
told
could.
the club he's
I'm
going.
going overseas. He's 26-year-old going to Bali. So, you know he's going to have a good time. You can't. What's he going to do? Go there and sip tea, right? He's going to have a good time.
He's had a pretty good season for them, hasn't he?
It wasn't like, it wasn't like bloody last week. What's his name? Bailey
Smith.
sniffing drugs there. He's having drinks which are legal, right?
From what we know.
No, but that's not the point. You can't see anything, so you
Yeah,
assume
it's fine.
only
We'll
what you
assume
see.
it. We'll assume it.
Well, but that doesn't matter. You can't just say he was on that. We didn't see anything.
Yeah,
So all I saw was he's having drinks, he's at a bar, he's having a good time with adults who are consensual, right? What are we talking about here?
No, I actually do. have
I know.
something to say on
I
that.
know the.
I do.
I know what you're going to say is why is he going overseas
Yes.
to Bali?
So
Why can't
I look
he?
at it this way. he's done what he did at the start of the year.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was very bad.
But he went to court.
Yeah, he went to court. He went to
but was he
jail.
made guilty
He got
over
sacked
that?
by the club.
He wasn't guilty over that though.
No, he didn't go to jail.
It doesn't. He
No, he
did.
did
He
go
was
to
in
jail.
jail. He was in jail.
No, he didn't go to. He didn't go to
Did
jail.
he get locked up?
He was
Maybe
locked up.
I think he might have got
Yeah,
locked
but
up.
he wasn't guilty.
No, he was charged.
There was an accusation.
He had a holding
was an
period in jail.
accusation.
Nah, he was never in the
Kane
clicker.
Corn said it on the Sunday
In the
Footy Show
clicker,
today.
was he?
Regardless,
I don't know.
Whatever happened,
got in trouble
but he
there.
did what he did over there. Okay. Now, if I'm a Collingwood supporter, I don't want someone who holds my brand.
Yeah,
I'm
of
going to get a
course.
shitload of
Yes,
hate.
yes,
I'm
yes,
going to
yes.
get a shitload of hate from my Collingwood supporter mates. I don't want someone who holds my brand going over there, especially after what he's done, because at the end of the
doing
day,
what?
we can't trust you.
And doing what?
I don't know what he's doing, but at the moment, he is an untrustworthy person.
Why?
Because he did what he did last time, and until you show us the proof.
What did he do this time?
If it's, I'll tell you
Forget
right now,
about last time.
If it's
Let's
Scott Pendlebury doing it, I don't have an issue. Scott Pendlebury can go over with his family and do it.
Well, that's
But
not
like
fair. You've got to
the
get
Jordan-
everyone on their merits for that thing. You can't, like if you go to court, you can't bring in previous.
No. I'm not
things,
saying
right?
that he's.
But that's what you've just done.
No,
you said
what I'm
because
saying
of
is
that,
I just don't
you
think it's
can't
right
do that.
timing. The timing of this
What
rubbish.
timing? All he done, he went out and
Mid-season, do it
partied.
at the end of the
But
year,
he
brother.
played good footy.
I know that.
I
Do it at the
understand
end of
that
the year.
argument.
Do it at the end of the year. Go enjoy yourself
That's
at the end of the year.
argument.
Yeah.
Go
That's
do it
the
there.
He
argument.
asked.
Not mid-season.
But he asked. He didn't get up and just.
If
let
I'm the
him.
club, I wouldn't have let
Yeah,
him.
but they let him.
I don't think
Yeah,
he did
so
anything.
my
what
problem
about-
isn't really with him. It's with
I
the
don't
club.
think he did anything wrong.
So what about if players? And this is the flip side.
There's
What
a whole lot of players that have got. There's actually a couple.
What
that
about
have
players
talked
who
about-
go to
Did Paddy
like
Cripps
Noosa?
go over?
Huh?
What about players who go to Noosa on their break?
Yeah.
Or they go to like WA or I don't know. I'm just saying for argument's sake.
There's a reason this bloke isn't a top. He's never been in the top 5 of best and fairest, and these are the reasons why.
Maybe.
And I get heated about this with John DeGo because the guy's got more talent on his pinky than what most players do in the
Maybe.
league.
It's a freak.
And what pisses me off is that you've got all this natural gifted talent by God, and he's doing nothing with it except being a top 10 best and fairest. winner.
Maybe that's all he wants. Like we don't know. But what I'm saying is, are we going overboard in this bit of footage that
probably
he's
are,
at
yeah.
a bar? I bet if they took footage of you the other night,
They wouldn't want to
you
see
would never
footage.
be on the jumper punch anymore. We go, oh, I can't have this bloke on here anymore. He disgraced us. Why? Because I had it. I don't know, man. To me, he did nothing wrong.
You're allowed to live your life. We're not denying
Well,
that.
this is the whole thing.
Is it? And people can correct me if I'm wrong. The woman involved as well. She didn't have anything. She didn't have anything.
She dropped everything.
No, not that.
Oh,
not
the
one in
I
Barbie.
think she said nothing happened.
I don't
They're
know.
just having fun.
They're having fun.
friends.
They're at a bar, man. They're having fun, you know.
That's I just think
he's a good-looking rooster.
Oh, he exposed her
You know,
breast
that's
or
the problem with these.
But someone would say that
a picture can be taken out
If you
of
want to go,
context.
go and go. My mum always says to me, Michael, if you want to do the wrong thing, just be quiet about it.
I know.
just-
I understand.
These phones are la cattiveria of the
They are.
world.
Yeah.
If he wants to go, don't do that shit and put it like. Don't get people
But he
taking
did
photos
it,
of
but
you
he
and
can't
crap
stop
like that.
him. He
I
did
understand
Did
that.
he wasn't the one.
He wasn't the one
that
taking
pulled
the photo.
He wasn't the
was.
one who pulled
Nah.
the girl's top.
All it-
though, was it? I think they said there was. People saying it actually wasn't his hand. Or
Maybe, so I don't even know that. But regardless of the thing, it was still consensual. It was all good. He's done nothing wrong. He's having a few drinks. He's going out all right. I think people are just making a big fuss about this, man.
Now,
I don't
next
get it.
week, if he comes out and has a blinder, no one's going to care.
No one will talk anything.
But if
he
he has a
does
shit
it,
one, they're going to say,
100%.
Bali.
because he went to Bali.
It's not.
Bali, like 5 hour. It's a 5 hour plane
Well, that's
trip,
what I say. I go, what's?
man, you
what
go
if you go to Noosa?
you go to Perth, it's 4
Perth, yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for me. It's just he did what he did at the start of the year. I'd be he doesn't even have a contract yet. Play nice, bro. Play nice.
I understand. That's a different argument. That's saying, all right,
For
your
me,
own
the
sake.
footage, I couldn't give a shit about it. Do whatever you want. But with everything that's going on in your life, I think it's time to screw your head on a little bit. What's your priority? Your priority should be staying here, training your ass off, and doing the good
I think
things
he only went
instead
for
of going over
the
to Bali.
weekend. He
He's
only
come
went
back
for
now.
the
He's already back.
He only went for like
He only went for
3 days or 2 days
I
or
think
3
it's
days.
maybe a head clear, like he just wants to
go,
clear
have
his
a bit
head.
of fun,
you
man.
know.
I don't
Some
think
players.
Go to the Grampians.
Yeah, but every player is
why?
different. Every player is different.
Just for what's going on
But
in
why?
his career at the moment.
No, but he's played a good season this year. I
If
think.
when Fev was going through his stuff, when Fev was
Mate,
going
us
through his
look like
stuff,
idiots.
yeah, he did actually. When Fev was going through his stuff,
Yeah.
would you want him at a poker table?
Yeah, but that's a club directive too.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying to
Yeah,
you about
The
Collingwood.
club allowed it.
They allow
Would you?
him.
That's what I'm saying. And what happened there?
But he did nothing wrong.
No, but he did. He
What?
did it. He shouldn't
To
be
go
doing
to Bali,
He
he
did-
hasn't done anything.
Just play nice while you're
What if he
not
did
in
that?
contract.
I know, but fuck
If he
yeah,
did
no.
What if he did the exact
It
same
wouldn't be.
thing?
It wouldn't be broadcasted. It wouldn't be broadcasted.
Well, I'm saying, well, what if he went to? So what if he went to Gold Coast?
No, what if
Probably,
he did it
there's
here
probably
in the
more
city?
to do up in the
Oh,
Gold
if he did
Coast.
it here
to be
in the
honest.
city, yeah.
He
if
just
did.
went there and they got
Nothing
the
would
same
happen.
footage of him drinking.
You know what? If he went to the Gold Coast, it would have been fucking worse, though.
It would have been worse.
Because
Gold
there would
Coast
have
is
been
worse.
100 people with phones.
Yeah.
No one in Bali knows who the bloke
That's
is.
why he probably went to Bali. No one knows who the fuck Jordan De Goey is.
He wants to have a bit of like time, man. As I said, he's done nothing illegal.
He's a limelight
Zero.
player.
He is.
He's always in the limelight. Bailey Smiths, all those players. Dustin Martin, they try. Even Dusty in his hate back in his
As far as
day.
I know,
He hasn't done anything.
He hasn't done anything wrong.
if something comes out and courts convict him,
Yeah.
all right, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't judge the man based on
I just-
on
I'm
a
not
couple
gonna
of,
judge him,
a couple of
I'm
photos.
not
It's like,
judging shit.
but if it's like, I know you boys had a go at Smith and all that, you know.
Smith's different, though. That's
But
a
he got
different
caught doing
argument.
something illegal.
Well, of course, yeah, correct.
Like, that's different. Like, if there's Jordan De Goey did something illegal, you go, what are you doing, mate? You can't do that, right? But if you're just having a fun,
Yeah.
remember, two boys.
And you can't assume.
He's 26 years old for
I've done-
crying
I
out
did a lot of
loud.
fucked up
Let
shit
him
when I
have
was
some
26.
fun, mate. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. And all these, like, commentators, these sour, what should you be doing that? Shut up.
What about
stupid.
Ange Christou?
What about Cooter?
Cooter.
It's
What,
Were
you
out
think
every
Cooter-
weekend and they
what,
won flags.
Cooter was a
Lucky
fucking
there was no
saint.
phones there.
They're a fucking saint, man.
And they play like stars.
They would have been racking lines the size of this fucking table. You tell me they're saints.
We don't know that,
You,
right?
yeah, see, you know what I mean?
No.
So you can't assume that. You
No,
just can't
I'm not
assume
assuming.
it.
I'm assuming he's done
Well,
nothing wrong. He's
let
gone
me
out
tell
there.
you what
It
it
is
right?
what it is.
Let me tell you what it is. All these people go, oh, it's
He
just
wouldn't.
all.
Recognise
It's
that
all.
Herbalife.
I want to take the moral high ground,
Of
so I'm
course.
going to type a couple of words as a status
But
to
it's
make
not
myself.
even just
No,
them,
to make
it's
myself
TV commentators.
to make myself look good,
Of course.
because you know that's the only way I can put my own
You
status.
know
up.
what
That's
my
it
take
is.
on this is?
That's what it is.
They wish they could do it, and they can't, right? And they just
They're trying to leapfrog off something.
They
that
put
isn't
everyone
there.
else down. Let him
I don't
go,
have. I don't
man.
have an. Okay, let me tell you.
Can't shit
I don't have
journalism.
an issue with the
Shit
player. I don't have an
journalism.
issue with the player. There's no issue with what he's done. Go enjoy yourself. Trust me, I'm the first person to say, go enjoy your life, have a drink, party. I love it myself. But with everything that's going on in his life,
And I
is
understand
the
that
timing.
argument. I understand
That's
that
what my argument is.
I
to you,
understand
is the
that.
timing right?
Yeah.
Okay, do it at the end of the year, brother. When you've signed your contract, when you're at
I reckon
Collingwood
he
or you're
would've-
somewhere else.
He would have got the same backlash.
He
Maybe
might have,
maybe
he might
he
have,
needed it
but
now.
he's got the contract.
Maybe he needed
Maybe
it
he
now.
needed it now.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he comes back refreshed and he goes on a blind to the rest of the season.
Again, he's
We
done
hope he
nothing
doesn't. We
wrong.
hope he doesn't as
Oh,
Collingwood.
He's
as a
done
Collingwood player.
nothing wrong.
He's
mate.
done nothing wrong. We're not
Personally,
saying-
Man,
I like the
wish
player.
He told me I would have gone with him.
Would you have been happy?
I would
if
love
you
to
were
go to
Collingwood
Bali
supporter?
now.
Would you? That's
the
probably
warm
the
weather,
right
huh?
question.
Imagine then the warm
Would
with
I, I mean, would I be happy? I don't like
the best.
if he's playing good footy.
For what he did at the start of the year.
Yeah, but that's
When there's police charges and stuff, and,
And
you're
then
like,
he's
mate,
done
what the
this
hell's
again.
going on?
Would you have been happy coming up and you
Again?
see it all over the media?
I don't know.
2 days in a row they've been on the back page, Collingwood, and they're not even playing this week. Now I know they're one of the biggest. If we're not, they are.
They're trying to
We're
get a
two-
fucking story. That's why, because
Now-
there's no other stories.
Sometimes, look, everyone says, media is good. Any media is
Well,
good media, but
Of course, yeah, any publicity is good publicity. But when and you'll see it in our chat with Jammer, even he's like, he goes, these players are,
yeah.
it's tough for
Mate,
them.
they're
It is,
human.
they need an
But it's not
outlet, they
because
need
they're
an outlet.
footballers.
They're
It's just-
human beings.
they're human.
For God fucking
We want
sake.
these kids, especially like 18-year-olds, to be like our role models.
And this is, all right, so we had a party last night, time of recording,
Yeah,
we
we
were
had a
talking to a
party.
good second cousin of ours.
Yeah, the
and he's
Cugini.
best mates with Peter.
Peter.
Anyway, we're having a chat about
Dorian.
the Goey and
Hello,
all
mate.
this shit, and about Bailey with Smith, sorry. And we're going, these players are not your role models.
Nah.
They're not your parents are your role models. Your nonnas.
100%.
Your nonni.
Which famous footballer said that?
I don't care. Was
Chris
it
Judd.
Chris Judd,
Chris
correct.
Judd said it. He goes, "Why are we your role models? Your parents should be your role models."
I look up to
I'll-
my mum. I don't see her all fucking week because she works all week.
Alternatively, though, is that way to absolve them of being responsible?
No,
you know?
no.
I'm just saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
It is a little
You know,
bit. It is a
Is
little
that
bit.
a way of absolving you from if something goes wrong?
No, but that's like anyone in
I
life.
didn't say I influence people. I'm not trying
There
to
is
influence,
no,
but
for
you,
me
you
personally,
do.
there is no.
They are
denying-
role models.
They are role models. They are. They are. My role model.
They
When I was a
should.
young kid,
Personally, I don't look
when I
up
was
to
a
them.
young
I
kid,
never
I did.
have. I don't
Everyone's
care.
we looked up to them.
I don't care.
Just their full footy ability.
They're
That's
just,
all.
you know, at the end of the day, you're a football player.
Yeah.
You play for my club.
Yeah,
our
100%.
club.
We've said that. You play for us.
The club.
But
not
I
the
think there's something in that.
Well, now social media.
When you see a human,
Yeah, of course,
go
they got
to
an aura.
go to the brink of their physical capabilities.
It's an aura.
It is just, it's the most amazing thing, and that's why people flock to stadiums, because they're like, what, mate? Of
course.
Well, these 18 blokes on a team going around kicking a pigskin
Yeah.
every week.
When we were,
What's
when
so
we were
good about
15
that? You
When we
know,
were 15, 16 and watching Juddy go out and do his thing, if that didn't give you goosebumps,
Oh, I
and
love
if you
it
weren't
all.
inspired
As
by
the
that,
player, though.
As the
As
player.
the player.
As the player.
The
Not the
person,
human.
I don't care
Not
about
the
you
human.
as the person. I actually
Just
don't
look at him
care.
as a
and as soon as they
gladiator,
take that
that's it.
Carlton jumper off,
I don't care about the.
it's
I
all
care
this,
about
isn't
the
it? It's
player.
all, how do you?
Of course.
This is live.
So I don't care if he wants to go. He wants to go.
And
As long as you're
some
not
of
doing
these
anything
people
dumb.
who are
Well,
these keyboard
as long
warriors
as you're
and
not
that,
doing anything
right,
stupid.
They're talking about him, and then they're probably going out doing worse. You know what I mean? And then they go out talking about, oh, he shouldn't be doing it. Shut up.
He who was without sin cast the first stone.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
listen to you, you prophet.
Yeah.
He always
Mate,
brings out of.
he who was without
prophet.
sin cast the first
He goes to
stone.
church one Sunday and all of a sudden he's
Mate,
freaking
it's
Moses.
true.
They
Fucking
run that
Nostradamus.
Sunday.
You're never going to church on
And we
Sunday
lost
again.
that game too against
I
Collingwood.
could see him being Ulbreda.
Yeah, no,
I
he
could
could
see him
actually.
being a priest, huh?
Hey, actually, speaking of which,
Yeah, you've inspired him.
I went to see Ange during the week.
Oh, yes,
I went
yeah,
to, went to
yeah,
go
went
have-
to the fish and
went
chip
to
shop.
the fish and chip shop, and he was telling me about this Greek priest called Father Themi.
Yeah.
Just Google him. Unbelievable story. It's fantastic. He
Oh,
told
is
me,
it?
he goes, yeah, he was getting, because, you know, Ange's got that raspberry. He's going, yeah, he goes, mate, go Google. Go and Google. And, mate, fucking Father Themi, he was an atheist, mate. He was an atheist. He was in a rock band, and now he's priest in Sierra Leone.
Love it.
It's a brilliant story. Oh, if you want to go have a
We
go
had
have a
the
look at the
best
story.
priest. Father, you.
You.
Father, you.
Not
Father,
me.
you, not me.
Not you.
Not me.
Father, you.
How do you
At
just spell
St.
you?
Joseph.
Why you?
Just you.
What do you mean, just you?
I don't know how you spell
As
it.
in
You, me, him, everybody here.
Everybody.
Rush hour. Get on.
But he was Father, you. He was full Chinese,
Oh, really?
right? And could talk fluent Italian. The Italian.
Isn't
No
that
one-
wow?
was the
Isn't that
best.
That's
amazing?
He used to come over your house with the thing, man, and fluent Italian.
That's
like
amazing.
This Asian talking fluent. That was the best. Father,
Oh,
you.
right.
Father, you.
On
And
your
then
Father,
he,
you.
And then he used to leave in his Mercedes. That's true. That's true, man. So,
Anything else?
all right. That was a
That's
good discussion.
good chat.
Hey, listen, we've got. You tell me about this one. You were you said you were keen about this one.
Here we go.
I loved the clown. He loves the clown. He hates.
I
the
hate clowns.
I used to.
I hate clowns.
See something wrong.
It's probably because we're a clown.
There's something.
No, I don't like. My dad's got a phobia of clowns.
Yeah, my mum's the
No,
same.
he actually, my dad's got a phobia of clowns. He does.
It's
Yeah, he
unbelievable.
does.
Just paint with a nose. Anyway, the arc.
The arc.
Oh, the score review system.
Oh,
Cummy's
yeah.
area. Oh, Cummy's area.
Yeah, oh,
What does
this-
the ARC stand for?
I'm out of it.
Na merda. Na merda.
The cameras. The grainy footage.
I
Now,
don't get it.
I know Terry's brought it up in his review, and if you've watched it, of the Carlton Richmond game.
Yes.
But I've been harping on this for quite a while behind the scenes with Paul.
Yes, because he's the tech head.
Yeah. Is it hard?
No. We live in...
Look at this.
We can record in 4K if we want to, but we decide not to because the
Just
file
because
size
the
of
file
the
size of
fucking
TV, yeah.
as big as the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
But they film in 8K cameras.
8K.
8K. I know this. They
Alright,
film in
yeah.
8K. Now, the slow motion footage, how the fuck is it grainy? How? It looks like it was recorded by us, Jumper Punch, round words.
First episode.
Episode one.
Shit. Now, I don't get it. And the angles, the money they spent, Channel 7, they got a quadrillion-dollar bill here, there, a meteorite, that meteorite, we're going to sell it here. And they
Get a
they
camera.
had 3 fucking angles.
Yeah.
They had 3 of each one.
Are we talking about the Nunes?
The Doherty and the Nunes.
yeah.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you... Australian Open, who we got? Roland Garros.
Yeah.
They had no linesman.
No, they don't
No,
have
they
lines
don't.
with now.
Correct.
No. It's all called on thing, yep.
With the camera.
No, 100%. It's all
Down
called with
every
camera
single
now.
line.
Yeah.
It'll pick up to the
Yeah.
millimetre. It's quite amazing if you go over tech and you have
And
a
it
good
is.
look.
They do pick it up. And it's also in the cricket, isn't it?
In the cricket.
Cricket,
And this
DRS.
This
DRS
is
is amazing.
This is my gripe. They use hotspot.
Why don't we use
Why can't we use hotspot?
It is expensive, but they have the money.
They
have the money.
You're an AFL.
But they ask for the
you
big
are
bucks.
the elite.
Correct.
You're
Yeah.
the top. You're the elite.
You are.
This is not
Elite
the
sport in
EDFL.
Australia.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What a complete injustice
No,
of the
it's
whole
ridiculous.
system.
The biggest sport in the country,
Well,
and
it
that
is.
is that's your out.
So everything's in 8K. We've got all this footage.
Snicko.
And
What
then
the
you get
fuck's the
this.
Snicko doing on a goalpost?
Well,
There's 50,000 people
No,
there.
I think it measures the vibration on the post.
Oh wow!
Correct.
Right?
So if I go next to it and the ball hits,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
do
well,
that,
it's going to feel that.
get fucked.
No, that's shit.
That's shit.
I don't
No
get.
one gets it.
And if you look at the Sam Doherty when he hit it right. A player doesn't go up if he never hits it.
No, they're
right?
pretty honest,
We know
yeah.
they're pretty honest, pretty spot on most of the time. You can see his hand. It goes like that.
The point with that was, why did they?
But that took 8 years.
Yeah.
Now I don't know who's touched
Broad.
Broad.
Was it
Now
Broad?
the momentum when he jumped up, his
I know.
finger and in slow motion, like
His hand
that
was
looks like it's
fluttering.
not fluttering, but you can see
You go up like that. Look at your
never
hand.
hit that hand.
Yeah, I know.
Hit this hand.
Jason Dunstall was spot on with what he said.
I don't
What'd he
get
say?
it.
Spot on. For that to be overturned, there has to be definitive.
And that's the whole thing.
Okay.
And it
Was it definitive?
But-
Tell me.
but-
But the one before that you did with Doherty,
Correct.
was that more definitive than that one there?
Well, who knows?
That
So
was-
they're both not definitive. One's called a goal. One's called a
Well,
behind.
what they were both
But
umpires.
it's
One's they're
Oh,
both-
one was our one was actually overruled.
Yeah,
Our one was overruled.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it?
Yes, yes, ours was called a goal because they went back to the
Yes.
centre.
Because he called it a goal, but
Correct.
he wanted to make
And then
sure,
they've
and
told
then
him
they
in years.
overruled it. So for them to overrule it, there must be.
So
Conclusive.
ours was overruled.
Conclusive.
Ours was
Ours
overruled.
was
Yeah.
Yes,
overruled
correct. I
and it
know
was
that.
deemed a goal.
An
And what was
umpire called-
Bolton's?
A goal.
A goal.
And it wasn't deemed that because it was
But
umpire's
I'm
call.
telling you, if you look properly, and if you didn't have grainy footage, I'm telling you, you'll
You'll
make
see it.
a definitive decision.
Could we, if you stood behind the goals with your iPhone, could you get better footage for serious?
Fucking tell you what, probably.
100%.
But,
But then you can zoom
but
it in and
they,
everything.
Three
but they
angles,
got,
but-
they got.
Of course,
They
but I'm
got-
saying this is the most
Those
basic.
cameras are worth 100 grand.
So we could hire like 10 kids to sit the back with iPhones and we could get better footage.
In slow motion, resolution comes down.
Of course.
But you see in any other sport in the world that when it goes to slow motion, it's just perfect footage. I'm like,
Look
how
at the
don't we have
NFL.
it?
The
Yeah.
NFL slow-mo is ridiculous.
I just don't get how we don't have
No,
it
no,
in a
it's a
national
good-
competition. That's the elite
it's
and
a
the
good-
elite.
Imagine that happens on grand final day.
No, and
For
Not
me-
just to us,
but
anyone.
For me, I don't care about our
There'd
game.
be-
It's every game.
If that happened to us on grand final day, there'd be a riot.
I'm
There'd be a riot.
If we miss out a grand final,
But any,
Someone be dead.
but it doesn't matter. Any.
then
grand
I will be blaming the umpires.
But that's what I mean. You've got to fix this stuff
And they got
before.
like 3 angles. Maybe they got 10 angles in the arc or whatever. I think they do.
They
But-
only showed 3.
so what are
No,
we?
it's the worst footage. It's the worst
We're
footage.
getting dumbed
We
down
can-
footage of what they see.
We can see, they can take photos of the fucking moon, and we still can't get like
just don't
footage.
get it. I don't get
footage.
Because I know.
And
the
it's like it's not
technology
like
is
it's a 2-bob sport where you go.
Nah,
yeah,
man. It's
what
a
do
$1
you-
billion industry.
It's not.
Fucking 1 billion dollars they
What's a
get for
couple
that.
of 100,000 at every stadium?
Nothing.
What's you bring it with you anyway.
Get McLaughlin to empty out his ashtray and pay for the phones, mate.
And it's not like we're hampered by technology anymore. Back in the 80s, it was, it could only get to a certain level. Now, mate, technology is far beyond what we think
Actually,
it is.
speaking of technology, what did you make of the whole people aren't going to the games because of digital
Well,
tickets?
I actually was thinking
Oh,
about that.
okay,
because,
yeah.
No, well,
Oh, do you write that down
I didn't
or
write it, but I was thinking about that.
I've always said this.
What's that?
It stops the older generation from
What,
being
the
able
technology?
to... No, but having a physical ticket and a barcode
My dad was confused at the start of the year. My dad's a pretty hip bloke.
Yeah, and imagine a
He's in it.
60-year-old.
He's 55 and he knows what's going on a phone.
67.
And he turned around to me at round 1 and said, Michael, how do you do that? How do you put this on?
How do you
do
go
I have
from
to
here
do
to
it every
there
single game?
Mate, you
Every
can't
single
do
game
that.
you
I
have
do
to
it
do
to
it.
Dylan every week. I go, can you get the ticket
There you
up
go.
for me?
Exactly. So,
There you go.
look, I miss the old times when we had our membership card
I love
and we
the membership.
zoomed.
Why can't you use the
I love
membership
What's the
card?
fucking difference?
Every time I go through the gates, I fucking lose. I'm like, I should be able to use a fucking membership.
And they bring it back to
barcode.
paper.
I
They
know
bring
it's
it back.
Well, they have.
It's
They
just
have to bring it
something.
back.
It's.
I reckon
Is
that-
there some feel that you got your lanyard
What about
around
the cut?
you
You know,
and
It's not even that.
You
man.
know,
remember
I
when you
like
got a
that.
ticket back to grand final day? You know,
Oh, yeah.
did you ever want to keep one of those? I know my old man. He's kept his
I wish I
87
kept
grand
mine.
final one.
Wish I kept the 95.
He kept his one. You know, I think he has the
I think
95 ticket.
I reckon they've lost about maybe 10 to 20% of the older generation. Because you used to see a lot of older people.
The Melbourne people.
Yeah, like all those old supporters. I don't
the
even
old
see them
wogs
at our
and stuff,
games. Like, you don't see them, maybe because they don't have
And they probably
phones,
don't even have an iPhone.
No.
My nonna didn't have an iPhone. He had a Nokia that you could throw at the wall and put a ding through
They
it.
pay for a membership and they go, it was a fucking scan the
No,
button. What's so
100%.
hard about
it's
that?
Definitely, I
it's
think
yours.
it's definitely an issue.
Interesting.
And the umpiring.
I always said it from
And the
last
umpiring.
year.
Yeah, the technology. All right, very good. Hey, you said that also. No, before we go on with the molecule,
Oh, yeah.
what are we going to do? So remember we did the molecule?
Right.
It's not working.
That's brutal.
You know what I'm starting to think?
Here comes the money!
You know what I'm starting to think? You know
Here
what
we
I'm
go.
starting to think? The WOG scheme, this molecule isn't real.
Scared.
They
I think
hoodwinked
it's
us.
not a real...
They hoodwinked us.
They hoodwinked us.
Did you put extra virgin olive oil or just put canola?
Extra virgin.
No, it was extra virgin.
Wasted.
And the water
Was it filtered water, boiled water,
No,
was
we
it
blessed
still
it.
water?
We got it blessed.
Blessed by who?
I'm telling you.
It was from.
I
St.
reckon
Paul's Cathedral,
we've been
wasn't it?
hoodwinked and it's a lie. This molecule never really worked. There's the curse. I don't know.
Speak
Man.
too soon, man.
Just
All right.
open them all.
Speak too soon, my friend.
Banana.
Of the week. Coming down the stairs, bananas in pajamas.
All right. Proudly sponsored by.
Yes.
Merino Bros.
Well
Fuck,
done.
He's back on it again.
Well
Bravo.
done. Yeah.
Free shipping over $60,
I've
and
been
if you order
practicing.
before 12 a.m., they'll deliver the next day.
100%, mate. They are the stars, the bananas. Go out and get your bananas. I'm going back old school here.
Yeah, I like
Oh, back old school. Jack Martin. Ooh, you're a banana. Seriously. You know when I first started this, the episode was, or this segment was called, You Should Have Stayed Home.
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it went to banana,
Banana,
right?
yeah.
You should have stayed home. Seriously, you did nothing. He had 8 possessions, 5 were turnovers. He had 1 tackle inside 50 and 1 goal. That was the whole thing.
Remember, in front of us, the guy, what's his name? Josh?
Josh,
Josh,
yeah.
but I think he left a comment. Did he leave a comment on our... did you
no.
get... What was it? What did he leave a comment
It was
on?
on Instagram on the
Blue Broad
Blue
official
Broad,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, what did he say?
You should
Yeah, I got it.
What did he say? He said, you should see Mars at a game. He goes, it's unbelievable. He
Oh,
goes, it's the
yeah.
greatest experience.
Well, we actually because actually, I got
Where was I getting with that? Oh, yeah, he goes, Jack Martin's kick. That high kick up in the air, that Kerno. Was
Oh,
it
the one
Kerno?
that- yeah.
He goes, he gets an effective kick
kick
for
for
that.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
So he said sitting in front of Marzi when things aren't going well is a unique viewing experience.
Yeah.
And I said, you can confirm you'll never see a crew like ours at the footy.
Nah.
And
Well,
then he's like, wouldn't have it any other way, mate.
we were sitting at the bottom, it was raining. I was with my daughter. And then I thought, let's go upstairs and sit. And I go, oh, they're sitting in we're sitting in M11.
Yes.
And then I spotted you, and then I come down. And I said, Taylor, we're going to sit down there. And then I said that, and she just went, they're crazy. But then if you notice, like she was
She was
going...
getting into it.
That's
That's what we do at the footy. When
Yeah.
we all go, the whole bay
the whole
launches.
bay, the
we
whole
launch.
bay. But anyway, he's my banana.
Yeah,
He
was
seriously
mad at
is. For we were talking about the go, he's so much talent. What are you doing? He's the same, man. With so much talent, he really is a very
Does he-
disappointing player. He doesn't know.
My question is, does he have the talent?
Maybe
He
he
does.
hasn't.
I think he does. I think he does.
I think he's got that silky skill
I just wish
at the
I
end
could
of the
see.
day.
I wish I could see
I don't
6
know.
games in a row from him.
I wish I could see it for 2 quarters.
But he's not. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I picked him up before coming to the club. I've been burnt by him.
Reliability is your best asset at a football club.
Absolutely.
He's not reliable.
Spot on. Spot on.
Banana of the week.
I got one. Was going to go for the coaches, but I'm not. And I was going to go at a player. Kennedy will cop a banana this week.
Okay. 0 tackles.
I mean,
0
yeah,
tackles.
21. But I didn't really notice him in the game. Did
He
you?
No, I didn't
lifted a bit in the fourth with a couple of clearances, but
In the
yeah.
game
He actually
from-
did.
He was not impactful.
But he wasn't the Kennedy of pre.
Is he carrying something? No excuse for that.
come on.
Well,
He wasn't the Kennedy of
Start of
pre-
the year, yeah.
You know, so and he
Pre-bye.
had 0 tackles, una bananas. But I've got one here now. It's a comment, and we're
Oh,
going to rub
lovely,
the name
actually.
out. Make sure
So
you
we'll
rub
put
the
that
name.
up. We'll put that
Oh,
up.
what's happened here? Okay.
We're rubbing the name out.
This is pretty bad.
Oh, I haven't seen this. Have I seen this?
I think you have now.
Oh, okay.
So we'll
I'm
put
not
it up
gonna name the
now.
person. Rub it out. All the it's all rubbed. Put it up now.
Let's have a look.
Well, an option next week could be to move Charlie down to centre half back, have Kemp or Honey up forward with Harry. You, sir, or madam, banana of the week.
Yeah. Have a look at that. Google. What's going on here?
Oh, you know.
I understand you have an opinion,
probably
but
Lockie O'Brien
That's
needs to
pretty
get
bad.
more contested possessions.
He'd be the same way.
Well,
I'd play Mitch McGovern on a wing.
Oh, Michael, don't get me,
Mitch
mate.
Wenger.
I lost that at him the other day.
Oh.
He goes, oh, yeah, my dad goes, fuck, you know, maybe McGovern, like, maybe we should get him on a wing. I'm like, mate.
Listen, it was a
don't.
stupid call, but
I'm like,
he was
don't.
trying to find something for him.
I understood his sentiment. As in, like, we got to try to get him in because he's actually part of
I
our...
feel like we're a better team with Mitch McGovern in it.
he can hardly run fucking 300 metres at like
I feel like we
15k.
Yeah.
But again, reliability is your best
That's-
asset as a
that's
footballer.
correct, that's correct.
And I can't go against that. So unfortunately, Mitch, my banana of the week, Mars stole it in the molecule, was the arc.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Oh,
It was pretty bad. I just can't get over how you can overturn something
Mine's
on
a
that
whole
decision.
thing of the arc, but
Yeah, yours
could
is
be
the
this week.
yours is more the viewing
Yeah,
of it, the camera
technology.
angles, the technology. But I just can't get over that call. How you've paid the Doherty won a goal when Shai Bolton kicked it out of air and he said, looked to be touched, whether it was or it wasn't. I'm not denying whether both of them were touched or not.
Yep. How quick it was.
It's
called,
about
though.
it's about the cold call. I want everyone to know that it's the cold call. If the cold call is a goal, that's the umpire's call. So it has to be
why I go-
definitive. Now, if you're telling me off that evidence that Broad touched it, no, I must be saying something you're not.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
you
must be
definitely
saying
can't.
something you're not.
No one can say that was definitely.
Okay, so
Should
how's
never
it
be overturned.
how's it overturned?
No, it should
And the
never be.
thing is, shame on the AFL for teasing us. Usually in that situation, the umpire goes up to the goal umpire, they speak to each other, yeah, it's a goal referral, umpire's calls a
Because
goal,
the-
it's touched, and they brought it back to the freaking goal.
Because the umpire didn't
He didn't
ask
even know,
for it.
exactly.
He didn't ask
They
for
didn't
it.
know.
It was the arc.
The arc was in their freaking ear
That's right.
saying, hey, bro, you need to go back, we think it
And
might be
the
touched.
only time, and I've seen that actually before where they've done that and then they've bounced the ball and
Yeah.
it was actually like touched or whatever
Yeah,
it was
and
and
they
they
brought it
couldn't
back.
ball
Me
it back.
personally,
But
if
they
it-
kind of waited.
They
You
waited
hit,
good
you hit
20,
the
30,
iron while
40
it's hot.
seconds.
That, for me personally, in that situation, you hit the iron while it's hot.
You
If you're
usually
going back,
know.
it's not right.
Yeah, but
it's not
if
right.
you're taking that long already to go back to the umpire in the middle and go, oh yeah,
The players
it
all
took
set
him
up.
like another 30
That's not
seconds
different.
already.
Yeah, that's not
so
different.
in your mind you're going,
The players
"Fuck,
all set up
whatever."
that that was a goal.
I
Now,
agree.
you know what? I'm not harping on about it. Banana,
Yeah.
piss off.
Love it.
First one, and I enjoyed that.
My banana of the week goes to umpire number 22, Nathan Williams.
Oh.
Shocking. Just every single game he umpires with us. Shocking.
Was there that decision this week where Kerner, do you know the 50 he got?
Yes.
Was there a 50
On the
against
wing.
Kerner on the wing?
Yeah, and the
You know
third.
what that was for?
Was it because he didn't hand the ball back quick
Yeah.
enough?
But
He
the
didn't even
Richmond
know.
player was facing the,
The other
other
way.
way.
They didn't know whose
That's
ball
what
it
So
was.
how do you throw it to
But they
him?
didn't know whose ball it
And
was.
that's what he said, but he couldn't say it again because he would have given a 100-metre penalty.
So what do? You throw it like what do? You have to wait for the play to turn around?
Correct.
Yeah, horrible. It's
So you can't put it down.
What am I supposed to do?
That was probably
The Noons one?
Yeah, but the whole just the whole
game itself was shit.
game in itself. That's the worst umpiring I've seen this year. Just in a game.
It was.
The
And
Nunes
what
one
about
was
the
bad.
doc?
Just in a game.
What about
like
the
that.
doc?
over the shoulder?
Over the shoulder.
Hang
Oh my god.
I'll trump you with that.
All right.
Fisher below the knees.
Yes.
Oh, that's the other one.
Oh, I fucking lost it.
Now
And you
again,
know what goes the
And
other way?
I'll trump that. Cripps hold.
yeah.
Bro, his jersey turned fucking white. It went that colour. Went from that to fucking
It's
that.
stretched out. It's stretched
Bro,
out.
he like this. I'm like, it's white.
No.
Oh my god.
It was pretty bad.
And again, in
I
my
don't
rant, I
blame
said I don't want to blame
umpiring
the umpires,
ever.
but there were some bad decisions.
They didn't cost us the game.
No, they didn't cost us the
We
game.
cost ourselves
We're
the game. but
critiquing
it was
the umpires, not saying it cost us the
Yes.
Is that particular number 26? What's his name?
Number 22.
22.
22.
Williamson,
Nathan
Nick Williamson.
Nathan
Nathan
Williamson.
Williamson.
Williamsons.
Yeah, he's got a.
Williamsons.
No,
Yeah,
he's
well,
got
very
lift, mate. But he always rims us. And he was shocking in that West Coast game back in 2019 or 2020.
Far out, we got
Is he a West Coast
He was a
member?
West Coast member. That's the gripe that I had with him. That was the gripe I had back with him in 2020.
That was a bad.
Remember that game?
So he gets mine this week.
Some good bananas,
And I reckon
yeah.
the Carlton Cheer Squad Twitter page will love that because every time it's announced that he's an umpire for a
Yeah, they
game,
lose it.
the Twitter, oh no.
Hey, we should have seen that, and that's. I would have picked against him if I'd known he was the umpire. Now I'm going to be looking at that.
Well, they were saying that like someone needs to actually look at this.
He is hoping that we don't get him on Saturday.
It's like, well, I don't think we will, but anyway, we'll probably get a Lenny.
No, you're not going to hear nothing about it because they don't want to bag the umpires. So you're not going to hear nothing about it, and he won't get dropped.
No, I don't know.
I don't reckon he will.
I don't know. There was an umpire there was a game that was umpired brilliantly on the weekend though.
Friday
I can't
game.
remember what it was. Might have been the Melbourne Collingwood game. It
Oh,
might have been
Monday.
the Friday game. There
I
was a
watched-
game. I can't remember what, but there was a game that was umpired so well.
I can't stand
well.
watching a play, and you watch it obviously when you're not watching your own team, like when you watch another team play, and I can't stand watching when an umpire puts the whistle close to his mouth and then pulls it
they
away.
don't call it?
Rosebery did it
Yeah.
on Friday
I
night
remember that,
in the
yes.
Essendon
Yes,
St Kilda match,
yes.
and it was a clear free kick
Well,
to
that happened a
Redmond,
couple
and he went to
times.
go put his whistle to his mouth, and then he let it go. Like, brother, commit. You want to have kids? Commit.
That's it.
It's like when you're going to commit when you're driving through an intersection. You either go
Go
or you
through
don't.
the orange or you don't.
There's no two ways about it, mate. You go or you don't, because if you don't, it's going to be a disaster.
Hey, umpires in cricket, they don't do the...
Karate
Don't
Kid.
do that. It's straight up.
Remember Karate Kid? What he said to him? He goes, you go to the left of the road, go to the right of the road. If you walk in the middle, you're just going to get squashed. You know?
Correct.
You've got to make a decision, you know? All right. Hey, listen, we love World Series Cup ads, don't we? They
World
were
Series, the cricket.
The cricket.
Yeah, he loves it.
Love a bit of cricket.
The Kiwis are back to seek revenge. And there's Willis and Botham and friends. Things are hotting up in our World Series Cup. The game will never be the same again. It's gonna be the greatest show on turf. You can bet your hat you'll get your money's worth. Every ball counts. Attention really mounts. We're out to give them just what they deserve.
Got him.
No one ever knows who will have
How's the umpire's jacket?
I love that.
Crowd will all be chanting. Cricket's national anthem. You know the words. Come on, I'll play the chords.
I love at the MCG when you get a late back off the off spinner and it just goes to the back. Punter was the best at that.
Yeah.
Ricky Ponting.
Love a bit of cricket. Love the ads, man. They're the best ads, man. I'm telling you. Get you
Australiana.
pumped up. All right.
I love it when he says that.
Talking blue.
Oh, yes. What have we got this week?
All right, this week what we've done is...
Which Freo game?
Nah.
No.
Oh, no, okay.
Because we've already done a Freo game, and I'm telling you, I can't get any vision of it. Everything
right,
is
it's
copyrighted.
okay,
Out of
fair
all
enough,
games,
yeah.
the Freo.
They're going to
Who
take all our
cares?
$2.57.
Wow, so that's it.
rather
So what
than
we done is we had a look at the celebrities who follow Carlton.
Oh, okay.
So we went through that. So now this goes for a fair whack because there was that many celebrities. So we'll just show 5 or 6 minutes.
Can you name a few?
Josh Frydenberg.
That's not. Is he a celebrity?
Well, he's
Robbie
a
Williams.
public
He's
figure.
well known, he's a
public
Robbie
figure.
Williams.
Adam Gilchrist, my favourite cricketer.
Bill Gates.
My favourite cricketer is
Was he?
yeah.
He's got a thing with the coach.
Really? I didn't see that one.
But he's got a thing with it. Jeannie Pratt,
Alice Cooper.
Melinda Gates.
You're joking, Alice Cooper's a Carlton supporter.
Yeah, he was in there on stage.
ABBA.
At the top. ABBA's the big one.
ABBA.
Kiss.
John McEnroe.
Yeah,
John McEnroe.
Wow.
And Bjorn Borg.
And Bjorn Borg, yes,
Because
both
they
of them
both
together.
wore it,
Is
yeah.
there one with Lance Armstrong?
Oh, that was
Yeah,
the Guernsey.
that was the
was the
Guernsey.
yellow Guernsey.
Still.
Yeah.
We'll take him. We'll take him.
Yeah, it was too.
We won that game.
Still.
We won that
We've
game.
got, who were the
Freo.
others?
Freo.
The other
Olivia
two.
Newton-John.
Olivia Newton-John. We've got...
She actually sang in the 87
Grand
The
final.
granny.
final.
At the granny.
Yeah, at
That's
the granny.
entertainment.
We've got the two other politicians, Robert Menzies and Malcolm Fraser.
Well, we got
Robert
them.
Menzies has got the car
Yeah.
at Princes Park.
Well, we mentioned that.
You
He used
did?
to have his own cars while we used to
Awesome.
park the car and watch the game.
Oh, wow.
Adam Gilchrist, your
Yeah,
best
Gillis,
mate.
yeah.
Yeah, Gilchrist a big
That
one.
was in that. Which stand is it?
I think.
Was it the Heatley stand?
I think it was the Heatley
Yeah,
stand.
yeah.
It was.
Who else? I'm trying to think what other supporters.
There's heaps. We went through, like, I'm telling you, there was that many we could do a part two. There was that many of them. There's Woodford.
Oh, the tennis player.
Yeah, he was. He's
okay,
a
yes,
thing.
yes.
Danny Minogue.
That yes, she is.
there you go.
She is. The head of AFLW, the former swimmer, Livingston, Nicole Livingston.
Nicole Livingston, yes.
Nicole Livingston.
Delacqua.
Casey
Casey
Delacqua,
Delacqua,
yes,
really?
the tennis
Tennis
player.
player.
She is, yes. And also Sandra Sully.
She is a
She is a
Carlton
Carlton
Sully.
supporter. Sandra Sully's a Carlton supporter because she did a speech at the final game, Princess
Yeah.
Park.
Oh.
It's actually, I
Oh,
would
you know,
recommend.
I think Dylan
We don't have
Alcott's
to
a
do-
Carlton
Dylan
supporter.
Alcott-
Dylan
We don't have to do.
Alcott's a
We
Carlton
don't have to do
supporter as well.
talking blue. We
No, we
just
don't have
go-
to do it.
Yeah.
We just go through all of them.
I think Dylan
But
is.
we show you the pictures of everyone, so it's a good talking blue. There was a couple of other interesting ones. Biden. When he
Oh, yes, I saw that, yeah, Joe Biden with a number 9.
he
Number
came
9,
here,
yeah.
they dragged him to. He didn't know where he was.
No.
He doesn't know what day it is, that bloke.
He didn't fall off a bike. I think he fell off a bike. He got the day before.
I reckon he falls off
There
his
was
bed.
footage the other day. We're going off top. There was a footage the other day. They're walking him to like his thing as they usually do, and it was a blind man holding him. Right, and then stopped, and Biden looked. He didn't know where he was, and the blind man just took off and walked off and went to his spot. Like, that's how bad he is. Yeah.
I enjoy watching him.
No,
I
it's
do.
good.
It's quite funny.
It's good. All right, let's go and watch
Have a
this.
look. Bang.
We are the Navy Blues. We are the old dark Navy Blues. We're the team that never lets them down. We're the only team old Carlton knows.
All right, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talking Blue with Rocco Mintz. How are you, mate?
Great to see you, Rocco.
Yes, it is.
Nice to be back in the studios.
We're in the
of the Jumper
studios today, yes. We're going straight to like the top level because we've got a special episode.
We do.
Because Carlton's it's like a massive club, but it goes around the world, doesn't it? It's not just
We
like,
attract supporters from all walks of life, don't we? And that's what this episode's about.
It is. It's about the famous people who support the Blues.
Yes.
Hey, and there's heaps
Some
of them.
famous, some infamous. But
Yeah, some infamous, yeah.
celebrities, politicians,
Yeah, so there's
sports people.
Yes, gangsters, whatever. You know.
Well, I think someone plays a gangster. That's one of them anyway.
That's a lot of gangsters. The Carlton crew and all that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that
Gatto,
we're
is
gonna, I
Gatto?
don't think we'll be profiling them. No,
No.
Gatto, I think he's Collingwood.
Is he?
Yeah.
Shit out.
I could be wrong about that, but I think I'm right.
He was a part of the
If I'm
Carlton
wrong
crew.
about that, sorry, Mick. No offence.
He was part of the Carlton crew.
Oh, he might have been part of a crew that might have been around the Carlton area, but I'm not sure that
We
he's
know
a
Alphonse
Carlton supporter.
was.
Yes, Alphonse Gancitano was.
He was definitely one.
Mm.
He was one. So anyway, we haven't got any photos of them.
He ain't a supporter anymore.
He supports for another world.
Anyway,
Yeah. So, but,
he's supporting something else.
Yeah, no, that's
Bunch
it.
of daisies.
Yeah, no, that's it. But we've got
Anyway.
some other famous ones around the world wearing tops.
Carlton tops everywhere.
Carlton tops, yeah. I reckon some of them will just hand it a top.
Well, we're going to go through a whole
We'll go through
host of them. Maybe not all of them, but
No, we'll
some
go.
of the more
Yeah, no,
well-known
we definitely
ones.
won't go through all of them. So we'll go through like some of them because there are a lot.
Yeah.
There are a lot.
And some that you might not have realised.
Yeah, so
For
let's
those
have a
of
look
you
at
who
his
are
first one.
Watching for the first time.
And this one is Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper, the rocker.
Look at him. This was just before he ripped the head off the chicken and he bit it off. He did it with the Carlton top there.
Well, there he is on stage wearing the Carlton top. So,
Yeah, he was, so
some smart person at Carlton decided to go along to the concert.
He's full on Carlton support. He watches it every week, and he watches his jumper punch. He told me.
Does he really?
He does. He does. And yeah,
I believe you.
No, that's it. So let's have a look at this next one.
Yes.
Oh, this one's a famous one.
Well, those of you who are into politics will know that is Mr. Malcolm Fraser, former Prime Minister of this country, on the, second from the right.
Yep.
And he's sitting next to former Carlton President Ian Rice.
That's right.
He's second from the left.
Yeah.
And the one on the far right there is former Victorian Premier Mr. John Cain.
Yeah.
And of course, he's got an arena named after him now.
Yeah, he has to. John Cain Arena.
Another
right
guy,
there.
I'm not too sure who he is, but
he just stuck. Maybe
any of you watching that know who he is can send us a comment.
Photobomb. Look the way he just went in. Look at him. No one knows who he is.
Well, Malcolm was a very tall, imposing figure, and you can just tell how big he is compared to the others.
Massive, a massive Carlton support. Let's have a look at this next photo.
Yeah.
And you can see him there.
Yes.
Holding the Premiership Cup. I reckon, I don't know which one that is. That'll be 81 or 82 there.
It'd be one of them. It'd be at least, that of course was when Malcolm Fraser was our number one ticket holder.
100%.
And he promised the players that if they won the Premiership in 1981, that he'd take them, well hang on, it first started with 1981. That he'd take them up, fly them all up to the lodge in Canberra and give them a big party.
100%.
And boy, did that provide some motivation.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, they did it the following year, and he promised the same thing.
We did. And that famous...
and there he is with Alex Jezelenko. What a great photo.
There was a famous story with Alex Marcoux. Yeah.
Yes, that's a whole episode on its own, I think. The famous... Fabulous story. It was a fabulous story, all right.
It was.
Yeah.
So you look at... There's another one here you can see with Jezza.
Yes.
This would have been after probably the same.
Yeah.
Nah, that would have been like 679.
That would have been...
Because he wasn't involved.
That would have been 79 or before. That's probably after the 79 grand final.
Yeah, it could have been.
I'd say
He looks about that old. Yeah, no, this is definitely the 79 grand final, I'll tell you now. He was injured, remember Jezza?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, so look, he's having a beer with
You're supposed to have a broken ankle or something, or a knee injury or whatever.
Doesn't look like-
All the pain went away all of a sudden.
Doesn't look like a broken ankle there, drinking skull and those.
That was his painkiller for the day.
Yeah, no, he did well.
A bottle of beer, I think.
Well, yeah, let's have a look at this next.
All right, how's that? That's a little bit of a glimpse of what's in store. But as I said, man, they're all over the place. You know what I mean? Sid Vicious.
Oh yeah, there's one with him like that. There is one.
Definitely is a Carlton supporter.
Yeah,
Can confirm. Him, yeah.
There's a big photo of him like that.
That's right. Kuda looks like me.
He looks
scrawny,
tiny.
like a dweeb, mate. You got to see, man.
That bloke there was 6'8", 320 pounds.
Yeah.
He'd eat you.
Yeah.
He probably did eat you.
Riccardi, I think.
Who?
Paul. The race car driver. What's his name?
Oh no, not Daniel Ricciardo. He's not. There was
he's a West Coast supporter.
He's
a West Coast supporter.
He's not a
He's
Carlton
from
supporter.
Perth. Actually West Coast.
He's holding a Carlton jumper.
But he's not a Carlton supporter. Can confirm.
Definitely West Coast.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a West Coast supporter.
Bit overrated for mine, Daniel Ricciardo. Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
It's a bit off topic, but
anyway.
We always go off topic. This is a footy show, people.
Correct.
All right, this one.
Che bello. Ma che cazzo sta a fare? Ma che cazzo sei? Ma che cazzo? Ma che cazzo lo so? Ma che cazzo lo so? Fatti i cazzi, guarda.
Ma che cazzo! Is the best.
That was said with gusto.
That was said with gusto. Hey, there was a few mucket cuts on Thursday night. Hey, let's have a look at this first one, and this is why, right? Society's gone to shit, and we've got to take warnings off everything here. All right, look at this one here.
Open box before eating pizza.
Well, mucket cuts, mate. What's going on
That
here?
is a mucket cuts.
That would help.
That would help.
Where the fuck are you going to eat it? Who needs to be told that instruction?
Depending on how good the pizza is, people don't really know the difference. If it's a good pizza or a bad one.
When I see these sort of instructions, right, it means someone did it.
I know.
You understand?
I know.
For them to do it, someone had to do that.
Someone ate
someone
the
ate the
box.
box.
Someone got paid to do that. Someone got paid.
Wow.
Maybe.
Well, hopefully they didn't.
Maybe.
Oh, boy.
You know, once there was one where one of those camp events, the
Winnebagos.
Oh, yeah.
So the bloke wipes it off, right?
What do you, oh, right, he writes
He
it off,
writes
crashes
it off,
it.
fucking
yeah,
off the fucking cliff. Man almost dies. He sues him because it's got automatic fucking cruise control.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So he puts it on cruise control and he goes to go and make a coffee and the thing crashes. And he said to him, "No one said I couldn't leave the seat."
Wow.
And he sued him and won money.
Wow.
This is what we're coming to.
What
You
was
should have
this?
just decided, look, I don't want to be rude, right? So everyone just block your ears. This is what should have happened there, right? As soon as he brought that up, it just quietly behind him just go, duck. And I'm telling you, let's just finish. No, and that's it. Let's just finish it because they belong to this.
Godfather style.
We're the only animal kingdom that look after these people.
Hi, Jimmy. Bye, Jimmy.
When you get you, because you did the guns before.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
Just quietly go, oh yeah, that's a good idea, Pop. And they just
We
move
don't
it
condone any of
no,
that
No, we're
action.
only joking. This is all a big joke. We don't do that sort of shit.
With
We
mortar
don't do it.
pistols.
Hey, listen, you know when you go to the beach, right?
I love the beach.
You know, everyone loves the beach.
Get cotolette.
And then you
stand-
swim between the flags, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to.
Because I'm not a great swimmer, I don't want to die. But if something happens, mate,
There's a rip.
Yeah.
mate, I want those lifeguards.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at this.
Oh, God.
What the fuck's he going?
Already the bloke's drowned.
Flippers. So the flippers are on.
Oh, God.
Far out.
Okay.
The guy's dying.
No, he's already dead.
He's gone.
Now look at
water.
him. He's actually a pretty good swimmer. Look at him. Like he's
you'd
starting
hope so.
he's starting to rip through. Yeah, isn't he? Starting to rip through.
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, that's Rye Beach.
Oh, no.
That's when the tide goes out at Rye Beach.
Now look at the bloke. You can see if he's dying and watch he disappears.
Oh,
Oh, no.
he's gone to
He's given up.
He's given up.
Oh, no.
That's when the low tide happens and he's gone to catch pippies.
Fucking Altona Beach. Oh my.
That's like
That's
at Rye
Rye Beach where
That's
you
Rye
walk for
Beach.
like
You gotta
two
walk, at Rye Beach, you got to walk the length of the fucking pier to get to fucking some deep water.
Correct, exactly.
That's another gun, mate.
That is making guts.
Hey, listen, he actually.
One's presuming
That's when
bloke's
you
dead.
lie on your application. Hey, listen, you know, sometimes you got to always be aware of your surroundings. Someone gives you a compliment. It's be aware what's going on. Let's have a look at this.
Hey babe, I just want to say thank you so much for making it out. It means the world to me.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Whoa! You're here! You're here!
What's this?
Whack
Look
them
at
with
this.
the tail.
Look at this one.
Bang,
Look at this
bang.
last one. Boom!
Far out. She copped a nice.
That's a
Yeah,
nice.
Did you see the handshake she went for? She went
Yeah,
for it.
nah,
She
she was
tore-
all right
She tore
there.
out half his knuckles.
That was beautiful. Hey, listen. Sometimes you go down to you go down to the garden centre.
Oh, Vasilis. Something like
Because you
that.
go, you want to get some sand.
Maresi.
Maybe you're gonna get some sand.
Like
You
the
don't, want,
quarry.
you don't want to pay. Yeah, you go to quarry. You don't want to pay for like the delivery.
That's
Yeah.
it. Oh, yeah, that's
So
it.
you stick it on your car.
Why
yeah?
not?
All right, let's do it.
Don't do it. But he's talking like he knows what he's on about. Look. Oh no, it's gonna break.
On the top of a Ford Focus.
Now that is a ton of sand there.
That's so bad.
This car is going to explode the top.
There you can hear the bloke.
car's not gonna
He's
hold.
cracking. He's going,
No
come on.
Oh, it's going to implode.
So the whole top's going to go.
It's not even evenly. It's not even evenly
I feel like
distributed.
someone should say something. I don't know.
Exact should be a little bit further ahead.
Come on, it's like playing Tetris.
Doesn't matter the age.
It's screwed. The weight's fucking
great.
Okay, here we go. Goes back in again. We're going to go.
Oh my god.
This is never going to end well.
I love the blokes watching. They're going like they're not going to say
No,
nothing.
like you know what's worse? They're actually not.
Look at this. Listen.
Did you hear that? Oh
Is this someone in the car?
I think that what he also.
What in the driver's seat?
What's he gonna do now? God.
He's cracking it at him now like it's his fault.
Just left it there.
What is he going to do? You told me to do it.
Sounded like it doesn't extra.
His hands on hips.
Oh,
He's acting like it's his fault now.
Oh, he's real chiefed it up. Look at him. What a champion.
Strut too. Now that was Carlton's forward structure on the weekend.
Yeah, crush.
Barring
barring
Harry.
You know what? I want
to.
to. What about the people recording? Why
They're
didn't they
the
go
best.
out and tell them?
I wouldn't.
You know,
Would you?
I wouldn't.
I would record.
I would record.
You just
That
want
is
it to happen.
funny, man.
You need content.
Hey, listen, sometimes you go to the ocean, right? And you're sitting there, the beach, but this is more into the ocean there. Yeah, you're sitting there and you're like, and sometimes you know you're stuffed. No matter what you do, you're stuffed. Let's have a look at this.
Wow.
Get away.
Look at her trying to get away, right? See the noise too?
Absolute beast.
Wow.
Now see how she tried to, where are you going?
Give up. Sit there. Just stand.
I'm telling
Accept
you,
you're
it's
the
actually
fuck.
safer to be in the water.
Yeah, accept what's happening.
Far out.
That's it. Hey, listen. Have you ever been
We're
to
listening.
like? Hey, listen. Have you been to like a Christmas party?
Yeah.
And the Wogs start playing school?
Scott,
At a Christmas party.
Huh?
Oh, like that.
Like
a
a
family.
the family.
Yeah.
All the
The
time.
Wog.
Every Christmas and Easter.
So I saw this. Now people might not understand what he's saying, but you'll understand what he's going on about. All right, let's have a look at this.
Oh, Francesco, Vindino, Vindino. Avete parlato fino a mo. Ha scritto un libro fino a mo.
Wow.
Dovete centro a parlare. Ce l'ha, let's go. Come on,
He's pissed, man.
That's angry. Look at the tan on him.
Oh yeah.
Ja seudolo.
That's proper
Oh, casale, cancello, un pasticciotto,
He's starting to breathe like
He's
this.
getting angry.
Breathing heavy. The neck.
Avete scritto un libro.
No, that's when he loses it.
Did Carl send that in? I think Carl sent that to me too.
He might have.
Yeah.
He might have.
I think Carl sent that. Well, maybe you sent it to us.
For some people who don't experience
I don't know.
that,
Someone said, but people do send me so.
Is that
I'm
Napoli
I'm sorry.
dialect?
that
I
it's
reckon it
probably
is not.
Napolitano. It sounded
So for
southern.
all the
Calabrese.
Australians, for all the Australians, that's Italian, and I didn't understand the word
I think it's
he said.
Calabrese. I think
That
it
is, but street.
That's proper dialect.
Proper dialect.
So
That
for
is dirt.
for anyone who's not Italian and has watched that, that is literally every one of our families at a Christmas function.
That's how
and
it
they
ends.
lose it. My nonno was that.
Yeah. Well, I only ever once filled in, right? Because I went to Christmas party. It was my uncles and my grandfather and someone, and my other uncle wasn't there. And he goes, "You want to?" My uncles? No, I was the two uncles, my grandfather, and I had to fill in to play with my uncle because if you know this game, you play 2-on-2.
Yeah, 2-on-2.
You
Right.
cross, so you kind of play with each other,
like a tennis
but you're
game.
not allowed to tell each other what cards you got physically, right? But you can say things like throw a high card or throw a low card.
You give them hints.
You give them hints. Oh my God, I threw the wrong card.
And he would have lost it at you.
I'm going to get killed.
This shit,
You're gonna be the
and half of the time it's not even over money.
Nah.
It's over pride.
Nah.
That's what it is.
It's pride.
That's what it is.
This
I'm
bloke, I
telling
guarantee
you.
you wouldn't have any money on it. He just
Nah.
loses it just
Nah.
because this is what
Pride.
our blood is like.
Yeah, no,
Especially if you watch Carlton.
Mate,
that's what
He
they're
wouldn't be
going.
there.
He wouldn't be
An
there.
heart attack.
That was
Now.
quality.
Kids.
Oh, God.
Well, we don't really have much experience in that, but you do.
Nah, well, we grew
Your
up.
cousins, I guess.
So we grew up like early till now. This is the difference in how kids grew up. Watch this.
Hey Dad, can I ride my bike across the road?
What do you reckon, Dougie? Reckon you're right?
Yeah, of course it'll be alright, mate. Actually, get my kid to jump on top of your handlebars. Give him a dink. He loves fast cars.
But he'd at least need a helmet, come on.
What? Hey, don't be ridiculous. They look stupid in the helmet.
Yeah, true.
Actually, have a sip of the beer. Make it right faster.
Oh, thanks. Can I ride on this nice soft grass?
Do you reckon you'll need a helmet?
Of course you need a helmet and more bubble wrap. Is that enough?
Nah, more.
It's like curly.
Emmy's right to ride. Ready? Go, ride all by yourself.
I'm telling you, that's fair income, man. That's
That
fair
is
income.
society in a nutshell.
No, well, we grew up, like my parents didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Right? But you know what? I stir them, but I'm part of the problem. Because I did the same. I wouldn't let my kid go out.
Not
Like
now,
no, when they were little kids, I wouldn't let Dylan just go right in the street. Where you going?
Where you going?
You're running the thing, man. I'm going to the park, yeah, no worries, I'm watching. And if anyone comes like in the vicinity, I'll kill them. That's how
We were
I
lucky. We had a court.
Yeah.
We lived in a court.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So we'd go and play in the court, and then you'd hear my mum,
Yeah.
Michael, and then
Yeah.
Julian,
Yeah.
and we'd come in.
I used to get the rock!
I used to get the neighbours.
You used to get the whistle?
Nah, when the ball went into their day, so look.
Oh,
at I used to do it. Oh, fuck you, like that. That's it. My mum used to come out and rage at him because we weren't allowed to play in the street.
Without the
If the
Karens.
ball,
Yeah,
because
oh,
my
the
dad
Karens,
had
actual
my dad had the
Karens.
garden in the back, he had the garden in the front, and on the nature strip he also had like his
What?
trees on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
If the ball happened to
Don't.
go into his garden,
forget it.
Oh, it's
Oh,
done.
I almost got killed.
Done.
I almost
Forget
got
it.
killed because of that. We used to play cricket
it.
in my nonno's backyard, and I'll never
That's all
forget. I
over.
hit a beautiful cover drive chitch, bang, and I hit one of his tomato plants.
That's all
He
over.
came out, and I swear to God, if he could have killed me, he would have. I jumped into the fig tree, and I made sure this bloke was never catching me.
We used to play in the street at our
Nonners.
Yeah, and if we hit the garage
Oh,
door,
Ah, the
fucked it
ball
over.
over.
It's my son.
If it hit the garage
Come
door,
out,
you're
you'd
done.
it
was a look.
The gate open and the look,
Yeah.
and like,
See you later.
Good night.
and you just go inside.
Yeah.
Game over.
That's it.
Nah,
Didn't even have to say anything.
that's it. It's different world. All right. So Paul's call's done.
Yes.
But is there a multi?
There is a multi. I've
right.
scrambled up one together.
How did we go last week?
No good again.
Oh,
Shocking.
Carlton was
Shock and horror.
We have Carlton.
That's why I don't bet multis.
I don't bet.
We're winning. Doesn't matter. We're in profit for the year.
Where do you go?
That's
It's a
all
bit
that
of
matters.
fun. It's a bit
It's a
of
long-term game. It's a long-term game.
Yeah, see, it is a bit of fun. But
Nah,
for
it
me,
isn't.
This is serious betting.
Yeah,
for
but
serious
this one's
punters.
a bit of
Yeah,
fun.
bet
Deluxe gamble responsibly.
Nah,
Cool.
you do. Carol.
Carlton head-to-head. Melbourne by 6 points or more against Brisbane.
I think the Demons will bounce back.
Me too.
And Richmond 3 points or to win by 3 points or more against Geelong. I think Richmond are a good.
He's gone kind of safe this
good
week.
play.
He's
I don't know
kind
about the
of.
Richmond
There's
one.
no,
That's
there's
not
no
safe.
such thing as a safe bet.
The Richmond game is definitely not a safe bet.
Where's the Richmond game?
It's at the G.
At the G.
So you'll
Two
get
good teams.
combined odds of around about $7.30 to $7.50,
And we'll have $30 on it for the kitty.
Nice.
So
Nice.
hopefully we can.
Boost that green
I hope
figure up.
Bet
that
Deluxe
win.
don't watch this show because
Oh,
I
they
don't know
watch.
how long you'll be getting a job
No,
for.
I hope they don't watch this show either because it's in profit. They don't want people like me.
yeah, that's right.
Hey, Adrian.
They don't want winners, mate.
No, that's
So,
true.
no, it's
true. A bit
as
like
we say-
casino. A bit like casino.
Casino.
Yeah, they get the hand and they belt you if you start cheating.
Or when
remember?
you win,
Oh, when
they
you
make
win,
sure
they don't-
See you
the
later.
plane doesn't work.
See?
No, did you
If
remember
you win
that?
it too much, don't.
Yeah, remember when the bloke, the Asian one,
Oh,
like,
casino.
in casino.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then, the plane, something wrong with the plane, will give you a luxury suite.
Yeah.
And they kept him at the thing. And not only did he lose that million, he dropped another million of his own money.
That's what they
after
keep
that.
you.
And that's why you don't bet at the casinos.
No,
that's
that's
why you
right.
gamble
And you bet
responsibly.
at Bet Deluxe. All right. Hey, listen, this is our last part of
yes.
when we were kings. Do you like racing? The motorsports?
racing. He's
I
not a
don't
fan
mind it. I can deal with it.
If you have to pick a driver, you say Michael Schumacher, wouldn't you? Would you?
Are we talking about racing?
Oh,
Not,
as in
I thought you
like-
said horse racing.
No.
No, I'm
Formula
not a
One
huge fan
racing.
of Formula One.
Nah.
No, I don't like it.
But you are a huge fan of Schumacher. He was one of the greatest.
Good name,
So,
Michael.
yeah, Michael is a good name. Last week, we were talking about who was better.
Lewis Hamilton or
Schumacher.
Schumacher.
Thing and that, you know.
Sure.
I think at the end of the day,
Sure.
I think he's sure. So this is the last part. It just finishes off, his career, and it also talks a little bit about.
What
Current
happened?
events.
Yeah, which is a shame.
All right, let's watch this.
But he still won.
Who wants to be king?
I'm not saying he's perfect, in fact, far from it, but it becomes much more easier to understand where us the fans find admiration towards him when we can relate to the driver. It's those imperfections that built the reputation for this Grand Prix king. It's those out-of-this-world mega drives and relentless on-track ability which inspired a whole generation of motorsport enthusiasts. He was a champion for the modern F1 fan, the truest people's champion that I can remember, and he'd done it all on pure instinct. There is something quite unique about watching someone give their absolute everything in a world that only exists for a few. We see it very rarely in different spheres, where one individual effort makes all the difference between champions and great champions. It's an individual who believes in the higher power of collective efforts and rallies his team around him. It's even rarer when the barriers of entry are so much higher, where the possibilities of performing at one event and succeeding to then come to the next and then crash and end it all. On the 29th of December 2013, while enjoying his Christmas with his son Mick, Schumacher came within moments of his death. To this day, we hear very little of his progress, and perhaps even more rarer are seeing photographs of him. We have so many questions, so many memories that we need to share, words of wisdom that ought to be passed on, and we may never get to experience this. But what I find most remarkable is that Michael Schumacher left the sport in much the same way he'd entered as a young man. He entered on his own terms, doing things different. He was a change we didn't know we needed, and he left as nothing less than what the people wanted. And with his son Mick, who now carries that torch onwards with a name also synonymous with motorsport, well, we couldn't have wanted anything more.
All right.
Look at that top at the end of it. Look at that.
What a champion. Poor bloke. As we were just discussing that, you don't really know anything about him anymore. So, and it's just sad.
Two of the best ever drivers, Senna and Schumacher.
Because they pushed it.
They live life on the edge.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They both lived, like, I know Schumacher didn't actually, it wasn't on the track.
It was skiing.
But it was the same thing because he would push it to the edge, wouldn't he?
That's right. So.
Can you imagine him skiing? He would be a demon.
Apparently he was.
He'd go for it.
No, he was a freak.
Yeah,
he'd do it every. Oh, he's from Germany.
Not scared. You're not scared. No. You're not scared. When you're not scared, you can.
Well, when you're going around tracks at 300, 200 kilometres an hour on average.
Skied?
I've skied.
I have.
I can't say I've done it successfully.
I did in Japan.
I think I've been to the snow once.
My coccyx bone in Japan.
Oh,
fucking hurt for a good 2 days.
Yeah, I was a really good skier.
Really?
Yeah, I used to go every year, man. I used to do
Really?
it.
Was the Italian, what's his name?
Alberto Tomba. Alberto Tomba.
Yeah.
It's the only, every time the Winter Olympics comes around, the only person my dad knows. And that's it. Alberto Tomba. Alberto Tomba. Alberto Tomba. That's it.
That's the best.
That's
Italians do that, man. They
don't know anything about anyone. It's just a name.
I love the name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
I love it.
Hey, you should, actually, you know, we should do him next.
All right,
we should do him next. I'll try and find some.
We'll try to find some stuff. All right.
Classic
but I used to
colour
ski
too.
like religiously every year. We used to go. Me and my brother-in-law. We used to go down black runs. I used to go for like 10 days at a time. I used to love it. But I remember that the day I lost my nerve. And that's what happens. As soon as you lose your nerve, it's all over. And I used to go down black runs. We used to think I used to take jumps. I'm telling you, I was a demon. I was a fucking demon. And then one day, I'm coming down, I'm going down, and there was a bit of ice, and I just, and I went, oh, what if I fall? And from that point,
it's all over.
I lost it.
Anymore.
Now, I still ski fairly good, but I'm more of the old man.
I think we should get a vlog of that.
Oh, I'm going to get a vlog.
I think we should get a vlog.
We should get a
GoPro.
Balls Creek.
I think that's with
Where
that,
Where do you go?
Like everywhere.
Falls Creek.
Yeah,
Thomastown.
But in recent times, Bulla's nice and easy.
So you join all the Melbourne fans there. That's good.
I joined the Melbourne
Do you have
fans
a cup
there.
of tea?
But the problem with skiing
Shut me.
now is you seriously need a loan to go.
To go.
Really?
I was
Is it-
looking.
is
We
it
were
that
going to.
expensive?
I was going to take my missus last
really?
weekend.
If you go for last time I went,
It's $1,000 a night to go
me
stay
and
there.
Dylan.
kidding me?
This is fair dinkum. I
Melbourne
went. Me and Dylan. We went for I think 3 nights. I think we went for $5,000 for everything.
3 nights.
Just take a loan out.
No, for everything.
It doesn't matter.
$5,000 for 3
I tell you,
nights.
the day I cracked it at the people on the lift, right?
can go to Europe.
So for your lift, you're paying $100 a day for. So you're paying $200 for 2 people.
Each
$100
to
a
use
day
the
for
lift up and down.
Up and down, $100 a
Unlimited.
day, and I think it might be 120, 130 now, right? $100 a day just to go up and down. So on the Thursday night, I remember there was night skiing. So what they do is they just open up
The strip.
the Bulla, the
main strip,
Burke
isn't it?
Street,
Yeah.
Right,
they
okay.
call it,
Yeah.
and they got the lights, and you can just run up and down. It's an easy run, so but it was good for Dylan. So I go there, and you got to remember with the skis, man, it's difficult. So you're coming up to the front. I go to scan, and he goes, no. I go, what do you mean no? And he goes,
Next day.
no, this is extra ticket for the
Oh,
night.
you've lost your timing on
No,
it.
it's a different ticket
Anything
for the
else? Yeah,
night.
it's a
is it?
different.
for
It's a
the
different
night.
slot.
I had to go and pay another.
$100.
Oh, 50.
Well, it was $50 each.
So you spent $150.
$300 for that day of skiing, just
Ma,
the lift.
get cuts.
That is a
Mark
mega
get
cut.
cuts.
And I cracked it, mate, because then you got to take off your skis and then
And
walk
go
up
in
to the
there.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm walking I was cracking, and then I didn't want to disappoint him, and I'm going, and I skied because then it closed like 9 o'clock.
You
I
went
skied.
over the time?
Mate,
Good.
fucking 8:59. You leading me on, mate. I'm going back up
You're
that
leading
hill,
me on.
skiing down.
You're hoodwinking me.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
Imagine him skiing with anger.
That would be quite funny. I'd enjoy that.
No, I love skiing. Skiing's a good sport. But as I said, you really do
come
need.
out of his mouth while going up there.
Oh yeah, and it's the worst because when you go up that lift, it's
How long does it take?
Well, some of them
10
take
minutes?
some of them take like 6, 7, 8 minutes to go up the whole thing, you know.
And if you do 10 trips, that's like an hour of
Yeah,
going
already.
on the lift.
But the thing is, man, when it's like icy and it's just windy, you die going up there, man. I'm telling you, all you do is you just sit there like that, all the way to the top.
You'd love that.
You don't want to look, man, because if you open up your eyes, man, you get frostbite in your eyes. Right? Like it's bad, man.
Well,
And then
don't you have
get
goggles
sunburnt
on?
too. If
Yeah,
You'll
you
end
put
up
the
like
goggles
Jim
on.
Carrey.
You
You'll
get
end up like
sunburnt
Jim
too,
Carrey.
if you're
and
not
The
careful.
reflection off the snow.
No, you put the goggles, you got the thing, you got the thing, you got the gloves, you just don't.
You'll end up like the guys in Dumb and Dumber when he's got the tongue
Oh yeah, when you lift
onto the
thing.
pole.
On the pole, you can't get it off.
But it's fun.
Sounds it.
No, it's fun. All right, hey, listen. Let's have a look at the biggest ad ever.
The biggest ad ever.
yeah.
Carlton draft. It's a big ad.
This is actually brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a great ad.
But you know,
Imagine
when
the all choreography to go behind. It's
well,
fun.
what I look
I
at,
think they did it in New Zealand.
yeah, I think that's
That would
usually
have taken them like two weeks.
yeah.
The choreography.
The way I look at
Oh,
that is
yeah,
because I've done a bit of extra work.
Perfectly.
Yeah. So what happens is they'll call you up and they go, oh, you know, like, do you want to be in this ad? Oh, you're in a big ad. And then you go there and you're in the middle of 10,000 people. You're not even going to be seen. They would have been standing around for like hours.
Hours.
Look at that. I think it's the best ad ever.
Why not?
What a beer as well, cheers.
No, you can't beat a good
Draft
Can't
on
draft
tap.
on tap, baby.
On top.
On tap.
Fucking copper. Oh, fucking shit.
On tap.
On tap, that is the best beer.
On tap, out of
Good
and
profit,
when they got the
but not
cast
stubby.
iron, the
Nah,
copper.
stubby and can.
But on tap, that's the best.
Cold.
Froth.
Beautiful.
Froth. Cold froth.
That is the best. All right. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, subscribe, like and share. Listen, everybody get on there and do that because it helps us immensely. We don't get nothing out of this except for is it intangible?
Yeah, an intangible benefit, correct.
That's all we get.
Yes,
And I don't even know what that word means. But I've heard it a couple of times and it means I get nothing. That's what I'm understanding.
Water.
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 Means
You
in
like
the heart.
It does
You feel,
for the heart.
you feel smarter?
You
Put there. Did
no,
I
you
say
feel
it? Yeah,
smart.
I use it always now.
You said it at least.
Intangible.
You said it good.
No, I've been practicing. I say it heaps time. I go something, they go, how's it going? And go, it's a bit of an intangible. They look at me like,
What the fuck's that mean?
I hope they don't ask me what it means. Hey, get onto the channel because this week's interview, I'm telling you, he's a gun. You know him, and he was a gentleman, man, and
He is.
and really,
He's all class.
And we had some good stories there, so definitely get on there. And there's also the Talking Blue to see the rest of the celebrities. Top Dog Liquor.
Yep.
Thank you
Majority
very
of
much.
football. Send in your photos, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Those
yeah.
are winners over the last couple of weeks.
We've
We'll
got to
get it
make
by
a
the end
note
of this week.
midweek. Put up a
Yeah,
reminder.
we'll put up a reminder. Everyone put it in. But anyway, it's up to you. Do you want to top? He's going to send one in this week.
Yes.
There you go.
He's already put in his order because he reckons he's going to win it.
Yep.
Right. And and the other one is Melbourne Coffee
Roasting
Roasting Company. Thank you. 15%.
Beautiful cup of coffee, Chich.
And Marino Brothers.
Well, the Marino Brothers. So again,
You got him back.
always. I go there every week to go and get me fruit and veg.
I got some beautiful melanzana from them.
They got the best.
Who
man.
served
Fresh.
you? Con serve you?
Con was there.
How are you today, gentlemen?
Let's have a look what he had to say.
Hello to you, gentlemen. How are you today? What can I do for you? Hey, I'll tell you what I have for you. I have for you a beautiful rock melon. Have a look at that. Beautiful. That's what I call a melon. What? Too hard? A couple of eyes. You know, if you know when to eat him, you can always play football with him. Ha ha ha. Have a look at this. Oh, Steve Landry. Oh. That's all right. It's okay. Anyway, this melon for you is $1.50. It's cheap. But you know, for $10, you can buy a whole football team. The silliest ones. Ha ha ha. You know why they're so cheap? Because they only work one afternoon every week. Well, that's lazy. If I buy them, I make them work every day of the week. They hold the ladder while I pick the fruit. Ha ha ha. Because you know, they're used to being on the bottom of the ladder. Hey, you know, I see the Queen, you know the one, the Queen, opening the Parliament House on the television. They say she's the Queen, but she never wears the crown, the hat, the special hat. This is no good, you know, they're all family. They're always on a holiday, always holidaying. It's no good. Oh, look after the shop. You know, Prince Charlie, they say that he need a job. He should come to me. I give him a job right here in the shop. I tell you, he make a good fruiterer. You know why? He smile all the time, all the customers love him, and his father's a Greek. Beautiful. And this Prince Edward, he want to be an actor. He should come here and be a neighbors. Who knows, maybe he becomes famous back home. I don't know, young people got to have their work.
That
was great.
Love Con.
Nah, Con's, mate, he's the man, running that shop like a beauty.
To be continued.
Wow,
He'll be back
there
next
is a
week.
special guest. Because I told you, there is a special guest next week he speaks to, so you'll get to see that. All right. Hey, by the way, anyone remember, if there's anyone, we got...
Oh, yeah.
You got
Sponsorship.
any sponsorships or that? We got a package for you.
Donations.
Assholes are trash.
Coming to America. Donations.
Assholes are trash. Shut up, please. Get Eddie Murphy putting that big wodge.
Oh, mate.
That was great.
Donations.
Hey, we got some viewers here. Let's have a look at this one. All right, read
Oh,
this
have a
one
look at
out.
this. I did see this comment.
This
yeah.
is Toby.
How good's this? Boys, absolutely great interview with an absolute legend of the Carlton Football Club. 95 Premiership player, as I said to what's that?
Sometimes
to gods. Okay, before 2 great interviews tonight. This one and the John Nichols interview with absolutely magnificent. We're absolutely magnificent, I'm assuming. Sorry, I love watching the Jumper Punch every Tuesday night and love watching this YouTube channel. So thanks for everything you guys do. For every Carlton supporter, this is absolutely fantastic, and please keep up the great work. And if you boys could read this at next Tuesday night, it'd be much appreciated. Cheers, and thank you, Carlton fans, all Carlton fans. Let's go Carlton tomorrow night.
Good on you, brother.
We didn't really go tomorrow. I didn't all work out. But that's Toby.
Yep.
Toby watches all the
comments.
videos.
Yep.
He comments on every single one.
Good on him.
He's a star, man. So there you go, Toby. Hey, this one's David Buck. Look at this.
David Buck went out and brought the ingredients for a 7-course dinner to watch the Blues smash the Scarf. Jumper punch. Beers. You got jumper punch beers.
Jumper punch beers.
That's something that you guys could do.
Maybe we could get a jumper punch beer.
With the old brewery in the
I
back
got
there.
punched by a couple of beers the other night.
Look at this one. Peter v. Blue Baggers.
Jumper punch, now way better than the footy show.
I wish.
Wow.
I don't want to be like...
I wish.
Modesty
it's
is
literally
a
it's
great
not like
attribute.
footy.
I didn't say it. He said it.
Modesty. Well done, Rocco.
Hey, what about this one?
This is the greatest show I've watched since the footy show was cancelled several years ago. Keep going, fellas. That might be Peter V. Blue Bagger on your YouTube page.
Correct.
Yep.
Potentially, I reckon it could be the same person. But
Yep. So, what can I say? What can I
You're doing good
say?
things.
No, it is good things. It
We
is
get
good
good
things.
guests on.
We're getting good guests on. They're sneaking
the
on
best.
somehow.
Obviously, Michael Jamison.
Yeah, Michael Jamison was a great
And
guest.
Michael Maloney,
No, we'd like to
who
thank-
organised the interview with Jammer.
He organised the interview.
He was very good, Jammer. He was. He said, "I don't know about this. You know, am I
No.
going to have enough to talk about?"
No, I loved
It's
it. And we could have
fantastic.
gone on. And as I said, I want to get him back for maybe having more in-depth into about what he does
Yes.
now.
When you watch the interview, you will see some things that are said that you guys want to elaborate on more.
Yeah, later
I
on.
think it's
later on.
important for a
Because he
lot of
does
people
work.
to
What,
appreciate.
what does he do?
He works for the AFLPA.
That's right. So it'd be good to get
very,
an insight
very
into that.
Very, very
intelligent as
knowledgeable
well.
person.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
Smart.
person.
Yeah.
Another
Very
great
well-spoken.
interview. Another great interview, man. And what we're coming up next week. Oh, then
You've got an interesting name here.
Which one is that one there? Yeah, so that one's not. It's
Locked
it's,
in.
Is that who
it's
I
not
think
locked
it is?
in. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he wore
Wow.
that number.
Carlton,
He wore that number for 4 games.
Chicken.
So imagine that. That would be a big one, wouldn't it?
That'd be controversial.
That's a towel. That's a fucking 3-hour episode.
yeah.
itself.
I know he's a fan of the Blues as well.
He
Not
loves
as in a Carlton supporter, but he likes
loves
what they're.
Yeah.
You know, he was a big
brilliant.
advocate for what they were doing. So
Yeah, no, so there's some big stuff coming up there. So.
he actually picked finals for us
This year.
this year. He said we'd miss out last year, but he said
I can just see the comments, everyone trying to guess
Yes.
who
Yeah,
this
we
person is.
yeah.
But we haven't got him, but we're working on this person. So
Work in
Names
progress.
coming up.
yeah,
Good
some
names.
big
Good
names.
names coming up. Yeah, I'm just looking at them.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's some big
Done
ones
well.
there, so coming up. All right, so that's good. So everyone get out there.
TikTok,
Saturday
Facebook,
afternoon,
Instagram,
we
Twitter,
are
all that.
actually
Yeah.
doing our part. As far as the supporters,
Oh,
we're
bloody
out
oath.
there, we are
Bloody oath we
screaming,
are.
we are doing it, and
Fantastic.
overall, they're kind of doing their part. We win this week, we're back on track.
This is the biggest game of the year for us.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Again.
Biggest game of the year.
Again.
No, this is well. You know what? It's a rolling. It's a rolling thing.
It is.
And if we're
It
in this
is.
position, that's a good thing.
It is. It is.
And a lot of other teams aren't doing what they
It's a
should be
big
doing.
game, man. They're
So
second on the ladder, man. They're playing some
We took
good
a few-
Third
footy.
or second.
Or third
Whatever.
or
We
second.
took a lot
They
of
equal
punch,
first.
We took some punches the other way this week, which helped us. Obviously, St Kilda going down and
couple
Sydney
of-
going down, so that helped
I was
us.
expecting to be seventh.
I was as well.
Yeah,
At the
that's
end of the
why
round,
you
I
can't-
generally
Well,
was.
six.
You can't play
Fifth.
You can't play ladder
No.
predictor, can
You
you?
can't.
No,
You
no
can't.
one's going to have
But it is
that.
a huge game.
Yeah, 100%.
1 week at a time. Get there. The forwards need to lift.
This is pretty much our seating arrangement at the game.
Yeah.
Well, this it is.
This is how
the
we've been
seating
sitting
arrangement.
for the last 15
This
years.
is
We've
the
sat
seating
like this.
arrangement.
And this ear here is a little bit deaf. This one here is not too bad, but
Perforated
Paul does have his
eardrum.
moments.
Oh, we all have our
I
moments.
think we all have our moments.
I do have my moments. Yeah.
No, I think look. What happens at the footy stays at the footy.
Yes, it's
man.
like Vegas.
It's like Vegas, man. Just leave it alone. Let us
Emotional
let us.
sport, mate. We spent 3.5 hours sitting here talking about our club.
I know.
Yeah.
Not only we watch
That's
it,
therapy
we
at the
analyse
end
it, then
of
we
that.
go, no, I feel a lot
And
better
therapy
now.
again.
I feel a lot better now.
I feel great.
You feel great?
Yes. Don't need to go to the spa later on.
Well, you haven't even got it.
I
Well,
don't
you
do
should.
this every week.
I hope you're not
Chill
too
out, hot
down.
springs.
You've lost your job.
Shit. Shit.
But the coffees were great. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you very
Pleasure.
much. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Pleasure.
Go Blues!
There's a study that involves 2 rats. One of them is on a wheel that it controls. The rat can run whenever it wants to run. That's rat A. Rat B is on another wheel. But rat B's wheel is hooked up to rat A's wheel. So Rat B doesn't get to decide. Rat A, whenever that rat runs, Rat B's wheel moves and Rat B has to run. They're both doing the exact same amount of exercise. But the results of the experiment are that Rat A has all of the markers associated with, all the positive markers associated with exercise. Rat B has all of the negative markers associated with stress. They're both running the exact same amount. They're not one's not doing more exercise than the other, but one is choosing and the other one is having to. When we start to think that we're no longer choosing, when we're now having to do something, it could be the exact same thing that we were doing before. We used to be Rat A, but now, because it made money, and with that money, we went and bought a house, and we got an expensive mortgage, and we got the car, and we did this, and we did that, or we just had the expectation now, because our identity is built on earning that much money. So it might not even be the stuff that's weighing you down, it's your identity that's weighing you down, and the perception you want other people to have of you or retain of you. That now has turned you into Rat B.